Yeah.
Everybody's ready.
Yeah.
My
body's ready.
Everybody's ready.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. All right. Hello and welcome, everyone, to this latest edition of the Bad Gaming Podcast, the Game of the Year 2013 Day 1 ceremonies. I am one of your many, many hosts, Brock Morgan. To my left, as tradition stands, I have Isaiah Standridge.
I didn't know that's tradition.
It's tradition. Just start with me and go around the table to my left.
Oh, okay.
So I'll say to Isaiah's left, we have Alex Lena.
Assign seats from now on, so it will be tradition.
Yeah.
Hey, boom.
Oh, man, sweet.
Label our chair.
To Alex's left, we have Derek Buzan.
Oh, yeah.
All right. To Derek's left, we have Thomas Lena.
I'm right here, yeah.
Grilled cheese sandwiches!
Cheese sandwiches!
He says, as wearing his Maxwell hat from Scribblenauts.
Why, thank you.
All right. To Thomas's left, we have Zach Buzan.
Potato.
All right.
Whoever watched that.
And
Get it.
to Zach's left, we have Kirsten Kelsey.
Hey, how's it going?
And to Kirsten's left is me. So that's everyone. All right. We are going to kick off day 1 by doing 8 categories. Real quick, those 8 categories will be the best non-2013 gaming experience, most surprisingly good game, best multiplayer, biggest disappointment, most addictive, best voice acting, most original/innovative, and most funny/ridiculous. We are going to start off with best non-2013 gaming experience. This is a personal category, so no stupid arguments as to which game not released this year was the best. We have an order this time, and we'll be starting with Alex.
All right. This is a challenging category, as always. This is the first year I kept a full game journal. So I wrote down every time I played a game, so I had a lot to work from. So I ended up breaking it down into 5 different groups of games to make it a little more compelling, I guess. So the first group, as well as chronologically here, is the Game of the Year 2012 cleanup. So all the games I beat in 2013 that were for our 2012 Game of the Year proceedings last year, because as you can tell, as of now, we do them in January. So, in 2012, games that came out in 2012 that I played in 2013 were Dragon's Dogma, The Witcher 2, XCOM Enemy Unknown, Tokyo Jungle, Papa and Yo, and Persona 4 Arena. And those are all great. Yeah. And because there's so many of them, and I can't talk about how great they all are, I'm just going to keep moving on. Number 2 would be, I got a Dreamcast this year. So, all the Dreamcast games, the Power Stones, Shenmue, Grandia 2, Choo Choo Rocket.
Choo Choo Rocket!
Being the biggest standout for me. It's just awesome. Armada, Rayman 2, Mach-N X, and Space Channel 5. Which was weird.
It's a dancing game.
Yes.
Yeah,
Really?
Sort of.
Quotation.
That was so
The characters dance.
That was terrible.
The characters dance.
Next, I'll go with Deadly Premonition. Gets a whole category of its own. Director's Cut came out this year on PS3, and I think they were doing a PC version. I don't know if it came out yet. It might have. But that was the first time I played Deadly Premonition. I watched it play the first 2 hours on the 360 when it came out in 2010. And I was like, this game looks terrible. So actually playing it this time around was much better, and I understand why it is a cult classic, and it's actually really interesting. I almost said good there. I struggled to say that because it's kind of intentionally broken, but that adds to its charm.
But less broken with the director's cut.
It actually looks good. The camera works, and the camera's more zoomed out. So yeah, it is less broken than it would have been. Thank goodness.
Is the driving any better?
It's still appropriately slow. I'm driving the speed limits, and that is a big map. So expect driving minutes at a time.
It's painful.
You did at least get to talk to Zach on those drives.
Yeah, there were some good conversations with Zach, of course. Yes. Number 4, I'm going to say Tim Rogers' PS2 top 8 games. He wrote a retrospective in February or January when the system stopped being produced. So, and I had played 2 of those, and the remaining 6 were much better than I expected, and had not heard of most of them. Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex is alright, Steambot Chronicles, Spartan Total Warrior, Raw Danger being the standout here. That game's so weird. And I definitely want to keep playing it. I'm a couple hours in. Dragon Quarter, Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, which makes you restart the game a lot, but you get to keep progress. And then Jack 2, which is much better than Jack 1 so far, I can say. And then my fifth one here is best Wii game preparations. And aside from just the Mario Kart Wii that I played this year and Super Smash Bros. At Gen Con and getting Wii Fit again, the new games I hadn't played for the Wii were also more notable. So Punch-Out!, Silent Hill Shattered Memories, Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles, Sonic Colors, Wii Party, not Wii Party U, Rabbids Go Home, and Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. The standout there probably being, we'll say, Rabbids Go Home was pretty interesting.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right, so if I had to pick a winner, the cleanups were really good. So Witcher 2, I did in like 2 or 3 days in January.
Nice.
So
It's a solid game.
very
I enjoyed it.
Looks really good.
All right. I'll take over next. I too am going to talk about 5 things, and I'll cap it off with probably my winner for the category. I am going to use this opportunity to talk about something that the first 2 episodes came out in the first half of the year, and I talked about it then, and none of the remaining 3 have come out since. But I'm going to evangelize Kentucky Route Zero once again. That game is completely unusual and really interesting. I have no idea what's going on. I think it's supposed to be that way. The graphics are really interesting. And I really hope the rest of that game comes out. Check out episodes 1 and 2 on Steam if you can. I don't know if I'd buy all of it because it might not come out. But that game's really interesting. And I guess as kind of an adventure game, it's really cool and worth a look. I have Isaiah to thank for my fourth favorite non-2013 gaming experience. I took out a respectable portion of Dark Souls this year.
Yeah.
And I'd played the first bit when it came out and had a rough time, a la Demon Souls. I got through the first 2 levels and then got stomped by the Tower Knight in Demon Souls, so that left a bad taste in my mouth. But I ended up getting a fair ways into Dark Souls, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
That was a great time. And I had Isaiah kind of cheering me on via text message a lot of the times, and you definitely helped me out with that little Souls exploit.
Oh yeah.
With that
I'm glad that worked out for you.
It
helps.
it helped a lot. It gave me a nice advantage. And I ended up beating a lot of bosses the first try without even dying. So that made things... I was flying high by the time I finally got stopped in that game. But that was really good. I plan to finish it. So I'd very much like to do that before Dark Souls 2 comes out this year. Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Number 3, I'm actually going to thank Zach for. His Christmas gift to me was a Kai Katana. An interesting side-scrolling bullet hell shoot-'em-up from Japan, made by Cave. That game came out last year, and last year being 2012, and I'm really bummed that I didn't play it then, because I would have liked to nominate it for something. But that game has a lot of really interesting mechanics, and is a nice twist on the genre. So
cave shooters are tops for bullet hell.
Absolutely. There's a really interesting kind of attack-defense switch-up kind of thing that you can mess with. I kind of blundered my way through my first playthrough and didn't really mess with it too much and brute forced it, but it's a lot of fun. I want to go back and try that additional stuff out. It's a lot of I recommend it. I brought it this weekend, so hopefully some people can give it a try if you're not playing anything else.
Love to.
All right. Number 2, I'm going to have to give to League of Legends. It's a game I've played on and off for about 1.5 years now, and it's still really good. I recently had a good session with Isaiah and his younger brother and some other people, and that was a lot of fun. Played with Zach a little while ago.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Yeah, Zach was in some of those games. And I haven't gotten to play with you as much since about 6 months ago.
No.
Sorry.
Not at all. I've kind of stopped playing.
I've
actually been trying. I've been getting into Infinite
Break the
Crisis.
hold.
Actually.
I did not hear a single.
I'm getting into Infinite Crisis actually. Which is
Another
Did you
ninja.
actually get a beta key for it?
Yes. The first beta key I got didn't work.
Oh.
So
I didn't know you heard back from him.
yeah, I sent them an email right that night, and it took about 1.5 weeks to get back to me. It's like, oh, here's a new one. We rearranged your account, so you should be good. It's like, sweet. So I have a friend code, so I don't know. So I don't know which one to give to, because that guy talked about DC a lot, so I don't know.
I will take myself out of the running.
Yeah, that's right.
These
I know.
two.
Either
would
either
probably
Zach
get
or
much
Isaiah.
more
It's one of the two. I'm pretty sure
Don't-
if you go for your application, you can easily do it. So they give it applications out to people that just play MOBAs.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, that's really cool, and I look forward to playing League with the rest of you. Maybe Alex.
No.
Get a 5-man.
Don't do it, Alex. Don't do it.
Alex played his first game a couple weeks ago.
He did.
So.
Noticeably absent from my list. As well as the force
Well, he
games.
only played one game, and it's only against computers, so.
Yeah. Hey, that's the way you learn.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of computers, my number one non-2013 gaming experience was Terraria this year. I picked it up years ago and played a lot. Played a lot with Kirsten in the last year. But the 1.2 update came out several months ago, and that caused us to dive back in and spend probably about 20, 30 hours
At
again.
least.
Just having a wonderful time. So much about that game changed, and they did a lot of really interesting things with the mechanics and the different items you can build. It was like playing a whole new game again. So that was a really awesome way to dive back into a game that I have loved a lot and haven't gotten to play as much as I'd like. So
I'll have to check that out.
They found
yes,
out some new bosses.
it's
or
really
something.
good.
A magnet towards it, but keep avoiding it.
It goes on sale for like $250. Like next time, let me know and I'll buy it for you. It's really good and you should definitely try it. It's better than Minecraft. All right.
Oh, way better.
Oh, man.
Oh
Way
no. Okay, I'm sorry.
A lot of hate mail there.
No. Minecraft's great too. I prefer the 2D. Anyway, those are my favorite non-2013 gaming experiences, and we'll move right down the order.
To Derek. Talking about games that were remade and feel like a whole new game. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate.
I didn't even play it.
Alright.
Oh man, that game! I've never played a Monster Hunter game. Zacharias played it. Alex played it. Isaiah said he's played it before. So I had, and Brock a little bit. So this game came out, and I got my Wii U, and it was collecting dust forever until a new game finally came out. I was like, oh, I'll try this. And my friends were like, I'll get it. Isaiah was like, I'll buy for the 3DS if you get that game. I'm like, sweet. So I have a co-op person to play with. After spending 8 hours on one of the first bosses, I think it was more than that, 12.
It was something
plus
like that.
hours.
We didn't beat it till like midnight, and we got it in the afternoon.
Yeah, it was a long time. We finally
Sounds
beat
like
it.
fun.
Oh, I know. No, after that game though, well, we skipped like the very first like 10 levels.
Yeah, because when you start multiplayer, you skip all the introductory levels. So you just go. Normally, you fight. There's a couple missions of just gathering and fighting a couple of little monsters. Multiplayer goes straight to the big bosses.
Dang.
So you have nothing. No armor, no items.
Yeah, you just
nothing.
have base weapons.
Base weapons
You haven't
and
built
base health.
anything.
No great Jaggy fight.
No great Jaggy. No, if you go straight to the Corpeco.
You go.
That's the green,
The big
flying
bird.
That's
Yep.
the second boss.
And instead of just summoning like a bear, like there's a single player, and when it gets hurt, it summons in a dragon.
A wyvern. Oh my gosh.
A Rathian.
A Rathian, it just blows fire on you. It just kills you with like one hit mostly. Like, ugh. Alright, but trying to go on. But that was like my first time in a while that I've actually had a hardcore gaming session. I think we put in almost 200 hours in like the first month.
Yeah.
It was a lot of game. I lost a lot of sleep. I would say
Worth it.
it made Zachariah buy a
Ridiculous, but worth
3DS
Yep.
and also the game.
That's
so,
true.
At least something good came out.
So some good came out of it. I bought a game for the third time this year, and that would be Space Marine. I keep buying that game. The first time I sold it because I just played the campaign and don't want to pay $10 for the online. Then I bought it to play the online. Then it was awesome. Then I sold my 360. Then I got the PS3 version, and I forced Zachariah to play it because it was one of my forced games, and he played it and he enjoyed it until the end boss.
That's right. The last two sessions, they kind of stumbled over themselves in level design and gameplay.
So much rage. So much.
Other than that, though, it had a good running start. I loved it. It was first place in its sprint category.
It's a good foundation.
Yeah. I wanted to see Space Marine 2 or something out
Especially
of the
from
series.
RTS Studio.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping for a number 2. It actually is a pretty decent game.
Shows a lot of promise.
Yeah. Watch some. It's got
This
a
is pretty
great
old game,
foundation.
though.
Yeah.
Really good.
I just really like that it was a third-person shooter that completely unreliant on taking cover. You're
Yeah.
a big hulking dude.
Yeah.
You're just gonna walk at these guys and hold down the trigger.
I'm gonna say you can't get health back unless you beat somebody up in
Good
the
melee.
face.
Good melee.
It was pretty different. Other than that, this year I bought 3 new game consoles, so it was pretty cool. Sold my 360 to pre-order my PS4. That was a long period of time I had to wait for it because I couldn't play games on my 360. So what did I play? League of Legends.
Yeah.
So I did that. Then I picked up Final Fantasy 14. That lasted for a month. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, you didn't play it right away. You missed the boat on that one.
I totally did. But no, I got the Wii U.
That's the choke.
PS4 though.
I got the Wii U.
PS4.
I got the PS4, and also I got a Vita. Woo! I found one guy that's selling online for like $140 with 8 gig memory card, 2 games. I was like, yeah.
Hey, that's okay.
That's
I didn't
good.
realize
a
you
deal.
picked it up for that price. That's great.
And then he bought games that were that much by themselves.
Yep.
Japan.
Then I found out that the Vita was not region locked.
free.
So I was like, awesome! I'm going to import some Japanese games. So I did that.
I wish the 3DS was.
Yeah.
I want the Attack on Titan games so
Oh,
bad.
the Attack on
cool.
Titan game
It looks
was
really
amazing.
good.
It's made by people who made VLR, or Virtue's Last
Oh, is it
Ride.
really? I did that.
Then it's got to be good. Number 1.
And the table perks up.
Top 10 game. That's my top 10 last
So
year.
all we got to do is buy Japanese 3DSs
There we go.
and the game.
Oh, dude. Don't know.
Dude,
I would go off that.
on eBay to import like a Japanese game, it's mostly around $80. So, and
worth.
that's Vita games.
It's only 2 games.
So,
2 for 1.
Yeah, that's
1 for 2.
so it's not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had that moment, and I'm trying to think of the games I got this year.
Shinobi Versus.
Nah, I played No More Heroes 2 for the first time.
Yeah.
And that was quite interesting. It was actually really good. It was shorter than I imagined, actually. I didn't do a lot of the side quests or any of the works,
That's okay.
but it was still a really fun game.
You did all the workouts.
I did do all the workouts. Just so I can go through the bosses a little bit faster.
That's half the gameplay right there.
Yep.
There's some real cool retro games in there.
Yeah, there is. I like how it's 2D, not like the first game.
Yes, they're much better.
Then, since I got my Wii U, I got pick up some new old school Nintendo games I really wanted to play through, which I never did. It was Mario Party. I got Skyward Sword, and I got
Yes.
Super Metroid.
Twilight Princess. I got Super Metroid. And I got some other Kirby games that you were like, you gotta get this game. So I was like,
Kirby
Yep.
Superstar.
Yep, got that
Oh,
game.
yeah, we still need to play more of that.
So that was fun to actually go back through those because everyone loved those games. I've never touched them before, so it was really cool. All right, and that's it for me.
All right.
There's a lot. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
number 1.
Alright.
My number 1, probably getting my Vita.
Okay.
Cool.
I love my
Nice.
Vita.
Very good. Always good to hear something positive about the Vita.
That's right, finally.
I know.
The only good things coming out for it are in Japan.
Yeah, dude. There's a new Gundam game that came out in December.
Another one?
Yeah, it's called Musou. It looks awesing. You're like this giant. You're a giant Gundam that can take
What
out
is
these
that? Is that
swarms
like
of Gundams.
Dynasty
Oh,
Warriors?
okay.
And it looks
All right.
gorgeous
Okay.
too. The graphics
Nice.
are amazing.
Isaiah.
Alright, my list is a little smaller. First of all, of course, League of Legends dominated a lot of my time this year. Off and on, I'd go on breaks, but it is... Yeah, there was a while around summer that I didn't really play too much. But it is an incredibly, very, very rewarding game. You get that double, triple kill, you get completely just dominate everybody. Stop walls. Feeling really no other game has given me. It's real good. Probably, I don't even want to know how much money I've actually spent on it.
Oh,
I've
man.
probably on skins, like character models for probably 20 different characters.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Pretty much any character I've spent any amount of time playing, if I enjoy them, then I want to have a skin for them.
Yeah, I spent
Feels
$100
lame,
on
huh?
it.
And that's why I have to thank you for giving me that Steel Legion Lux. The very first character I ever played a year and a half ago, and only now did I just get a skin. So
Yeah,
that's
because
awesome.
I
Thanks.
bought stuff for people this year. I bought my brother's skins and characters. I just bought a skin today.
Yep.
Legendary, my first one.
Got a problem.
But it's so easily justifiable because one character that you buy, like you play 10 games minimum, and that's like that's 5-6 hours of gameplay. That sometimes even more than that. So yeah, I've a lot of time and a lot of money on that game, but it's been great.
But
Don't regret any of it. I frequently feel like if I could only play one game ever for the rest of my life, League of Legends would be it. But at least for a long time. If I was stuck on a desert island, I could bring one game. League.
Then there'd be no one to
Definitely.
play it with.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have
Bots.
Wi-Fi still.
Oh, that.
You play against
Yeah,
bots.
that.
You got bots.
I could play
You're
bots.
trapped on a desert island that conveniently has Wi-Fi, so you can get
Yeah.
rescued. League of Legends.
Exactly.
I don't need
Okay.
SOS.
You gotta redefine the rules of Desert Island.
Yeah.
Remember mobile hotspots, man. You get everywhere. Another one, of course, was Monster Hunter. Like, as Derek already talked about. Like, for a month there, I was, like, crashing at their house, like, every single night. Like, I was just, like, moving out on the couch. Play till, like, 4 and sometimes 6 in the morning. Like, it was normally at least 3 or 4. And, yeah, it was rough starting out. And then we just steamrolled through the middle of it. It didn't really get tough.
Still haven't beat it.
Until the G rank
Yeah, G rank was tough, man. Some of the fights, man.
kicks you in the
Oof.
face.
Yeah, G rank was completely new to Monster Hunter Ultimate. It's a new level above the hardest. There's new forms of monsters. They have new patterns, and they move about 3 times the speed. It's brutal, but fun, but brutal. We got beat down so much.
Destroyed our morale. We kind of stopped.
Did a little bit, yeah. 'Cause there were one monster we had to farm and to get the armor we needed, and it was tough. We just kept dying. There's Stygians and ogres, blockers, yeah. Oof.
Well, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. We
That
were all
too.
sleep deprived.
Yeah, sometimes we'd start falling asleep while we were playing.
Yes. I would fall asleep during battles.
Yeah, the exact move.
That would hinder just a little bit.
I forgot all about that. I would be so angry.
Intense fighting, and my hand would automatically go to crouch, and I'd fall asleep. So, I'd guard at least.
Then we had the awesome pleasure of forgetting potions and
Yep.
and cold drinks and hot drinks.
Yep.
You sit there loading in for like 20 minutes, and you're like, crap, we gotta go back.
Man, I have no idea how Monster Hunter works.
And
You gotta alternate your cold drinks and hot drinks, man. You know what
well, if
you're
you're at the
doing.
desert, you need the cold drinks. Otherwise, you take heat damage in certain areas. And when you're
What?
yeah, when you're in the
That's
frozen
actually a
tundra,
factor?
you need your hot drinks. Otherwise, you lose drained stamina until you're down to nothing.
Oh.
So you can't dodge, you can't roll. But
Do your hot drinks become
Yeah.
cold if you stay out of base too long?
Thank goodness, no.
no.
Okay,
No,
all
no,
right.
no,
That's
no.
what I was expecting.
And they're very easy to
Yes.
bring along. They don't really cost very much money. You just grab them from your chest and go and you buy a couple. It's really, really easy. You keep way stocked, and they last for a long time. You don't have to like keep taking them.
So your chest also doubles as a thermos.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good to know. All right.
Yeah.
So
No,
much.
can't wait for Monster Hunter 4. It's gonna be awesome.
200 more hours.
Yep. Besides that, my other best gaming experience of non-2012-13 gamings was Dust and Elysian Tale. I never played that, but it was on Steam for $2.50. I was like, whoa, hey, that game looks cool. I didn't remember vaguely hearing some things about it, but I think when we were actually talking about it last year, I
Maybe a game of
thought
the
they were
year.
talking about Dust Force, which is a really crappy indie game.
I think it was supposed to be alright.
I mean, it's okay. And not nearly the production values and beautifulness that's Dust and Elysian
Of
Tale.
course. What is?
But yeah, that game is gorgeous. The RPG system is cool. I've actually like never felt like so powerful in a 2D platform before. Like the amount of just the amount of power you have in that game is incredible. Yeah,
Not
so
even
burning
Mario.
through that one, it was a little on the easy side. The bosses were a joke. Just wrecked that game. Took me, yeah, pretty much almost 100%ed it. It was good though. I really, really enjoyed that one. I was glad I picked it up.
Cool.
Isaiah called me, or I called him or something. We were talking, and he's like, "Hey, did Dust come out this year?" I'm like, "No, it came out last year." And we talked about it at length, the game of the year. And
We did.
he said it was the best looking game of the year, and we had a long conversation about that. He's like, "Well, it's good, and I wish it came out this year so we could talk about it." I'm like, "Okay."
You're the
And
adult.
thus, non-2013
Yeah.
gaming experience was born.
Yeah. Yeah, Dust is awesome. If you haven't played it, check it out. It's good.
All
They have
right.
good voice acting. A lot of voice acting.
One person
Every
made it.
single
One person?
every single person has voice acting. Every NPC.
Drawing and everything?
One person
Yeah,
did
that
it.
was-
Yep.
One dude.
Yep.
Props to him.
And it's got a good story.
It is surprisingly.
It's about
It
genocide.
How long,
it
how long
actually
did that
attempts to
take?
tell a very deep story.
Less than 10.
Less than 10 years?
Oh no, long look take to make it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I want some Xbox thing
Mm-hmm.
at some point.
Yeah, it's one dude.
Yeah.
All right.
One man army.
Well, if that's everything for Isaiah,
Mm-hmm.
yep. All right. We will move on to Kirsten.
Well, I had top 3 games for non-2013 games. Sadly, I spent way too many hours in Super Hexagon from Steam.
That's the other one I was thinking.
You still haven't beaten my
Might be
record,
the
have you?
Nope.
VVVV people.
Uh,
Yep.
so yeah, you gifted that to me. No, yeah.
Yes.
And you so graciously put an extremely high score on all 3 categories on my laptop, and I have yet to beat any of them. You suck.
You can reset scores.
Yeah.
It gives something to work towards.
I guess.
I actually found out that they made a mobile version, so now I have that on my phone.
Tom's got that.
And
Hexagon.
my goals
Got it.
and
VVVV
my
just came out
numbers
too.
and everything are on my phone.
On
so.
iOS.
Let's see. I spent. I looked it up. 64 hours on Terraria
Nice.
myself,
Alright.
at least.
Lots
So that
of
was
game for
awesome. All the new bosses
So
and everything
nice.
are a new one. And actually, last week I played my first game of League of Legends.
Yeah.
I wondered if you were going to bring that up.
Yeah.
You're joining the
and
cult.
I-
Do it. Don't do it.
I actually haven't
Just
told you
like
this
us.
yet. I've actually spent about 7 hours in League of Legends now.
Wow.
Whoa! More,
Who have you been playing as?
Like any character I could find. I don't even remember the names of them. I just kind of clicked and went with
Do you
it.
have a favorite?
She played some Janna, some Shyvana.
Shyvana's very good
Zyra
right now.
once or twice.
I love Shyvana.
Zyra's pretty good right
Morgana?
now.
Is that one?
No.
Did you play Morgana? Oh,
Yeah.
she's one of my favorites right now.
I tried her out. I put some bots in the game and tried it out and everything.
Yeah,
I haven't played
that's
online
what
yet. I'm not playing 2
Don't-
yet.
Wow.
Don't wait. Yes.
So, but Terraria is by far my favorite this year. Non-2013 game.
All right. All right. This is what happens when you let us talk about League of Legends during a podcast.
Just don't.
It's
That's
the
what
only
you need
time,
to do.
so.
The one
Give it all.
category.
All right,
All right.
Thomas.
Well, I guess it's my turn. Kind of thought it was interesting that Kirsten also said Super Hexagon because that was one of my non-2013 games.
Yeah.
I got an iPad Mini for Christmas, and it renewed my reasons to play the game, and I just loved it again. It was actually, I feel like it was even more interactive on the iPad Mini because it was so much bigger.
Yeah. Can I try that?
I mean, it's really fun on there. I mean,
Okay. That's cool.
you should try it. Yeah, it's really
Join
good.
our cult.
I know. Well, since you already said so much about Super Hexagon, I guess I'll go on to my next one. Well, this year I bought a 3DS and I started playing the Phoenix Wright series over again. So
Yes.
that was a great experience, just like it was the first time. I mean, it's been a couple years, but
Hey, Derek, didn't you play that this year? Why was that not on your list?
Oh man, don't bring it up. don't. Oh.
Oh,
He
God.
loved it so much.
All right.
He's going to talk about it later at a special time.
Alright. Well, yeah, the Phoenix Wright series has always been one of my favorites on the DS. So playing on the 3DS is just the same old, and it is always good. So
good.
that was pretty much it on that one. So, and I had Modern Warfare 2 actually as one of my experiences. I know, yeah,
Nice.
I know.
It's random.
It's random, I know,
It's
but
called a game.
it's something that I always
That's
play a
fun.
lot, and I kept on playing it. My older brother, he decided to suck me back into the world of Modern Warfare 2.
Which one?
Modern Warfare 2.
Which one?
And not my oldest brother, of course, Alex, who's here with us, but rather my older brother Nate.
I was waiting for you to say David.
Yeah, no.
Wait a second.
I'd really like to get Nate on one of these sometimes and just ask him what he thinks of games and have him give his patented one-word responses. I love hearing one-word Nate Linnegame reviews. It was the best.
Yeah, Nate's no. Well, yeah, Nate sucked me into Modern Warfare 2, and it was a good experience, I guess. But I mean, the people I was playing against were either noobs or they were just super experts. I couldn't stand a chance against them. So that's pretty much all I have for this category.
What was number one?
Oh yeah, my number one was definitely buying my 3DS.
So the Phoenix Wright games.
Yes, playing the Phoenix Wright games.
Cool. And
All right,
Zach.
one last person. Zach, best non-2013 gaming experience.
All right. Well, always on my top list. I was about to, when I was selling my PS3 games, I was running through my library and I eyed my Prototype 2 game again and replayed that game for the 4th time now.
I didn't know that.
I love that game. I forgot how much fun that is. It's only like a 5-hour game if you run through it.
Dude, Saints Row 4.
Saints Row 4 is good, but Prototype 2, I don't know what I had with me. It's my niche, just to go and have fun, cause chaos. If no one's ever played it, I would advise to do it. It's really cheap now.
You just need to be the spokesperson of this game.
Yeah.
I am. Radical.
Sounds like
Oh, so good.
I cannot recommend highly enough Just Cause 2.
Just Cause 2 is... Have you seen the new mod for it?
Multiplayer
The multiplayer mod?
yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, that's another one this year.
You like destruction.
Oh,
Just Cause 2.
my little brother played it and he's like, dude, you have to play this. I did, and it was enjoyable. Played that with Ryan, one of his friends, and we just had a ball. There's no enemies, so you just have fun in this huge wasteland. You have cars and stuff.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's no enemies whatsoever, so you just have fun with cars, flying through air, doing whatever you want.
Bunch of people
Sweet.
playing.
Exactly. So it was super enjoyable. Hours of fun. I think it was like $5. Something like that. It was totally worth
It's
it.
really
Yeah.
cheap typically.
Definitely sounds like it.
Yeah, I think I own it. The multiplayer mod has appeared in my Steam library.
Yeah,
I just have to download it.
I would advise it. It was really good just to get a couple of friends. But there's like hundreds of people playing on it. It's like an MMO of Just Cause 2. It's great. My second
And it's
one
all
is...
fan done too.
Yeah.
About it. It's just one guy, I think, actually did all that. Just a modder, just did it. Became a big deal.
And it worked. My second one was No More Heroes. It was one of my forced to play games from Isaiah. Thank you, Isaiah. It's one of my favorite kind of genres. They're kind of like brawlers. Had a good counter system, little guard. Since it was the first one, there was some stuff that was missing to it, like the camera work and stuff like that. But the story-wise and just the amount of, I guess, just over-the-top fun that they had making the game, it showed, and it was really a good game to play. I would say I did play No More Heroes 2 that one year, and that was pretty good as well. I enjoyed that one. And of course, my number one favorite non-2013 gaming of this year was Monster Hunter Ultimate 3. It made me buy a 3DS, which I told myself I would never do. I just bought a PS Vita that, a couple of months before that.
Yeah, not long at all.
Yeah, and then Monster Hunter came out. These two, Derek and Isaiah, were playing, and I was like, you know what? That looks actually pretty good. So I bought a 3DS and played 130 hours.
Yeah, Zach
of the
got it
game.
way easy because he got him when we had already gotten through the hard part.
Yeah,
So he
I kind of snuck in there.
Level. He got to kind of speed level back.
Then he
to where
fell
we
asleep.
were.
Yeah, then I fell asleep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to pick that up now.
It sounds
Oh,
interesting,
it's so
but
fun.
it sounds like a lot.
Totally worth it. Just a lot
the
of
whole
work.
middle part of the game. Once you got over that first,
It's-
we pretty much cruised to it. As we were able to farm and stuff. It was real. But the whole thing's just so intense.
It's
After
a huge
40
learning
hours.
curve. Huge learning curve at the beginning. But after you get the basics, and
Once you
everything,
learn
it's
what the items do, what items to carry, and just get in the flow of it, it's not bad.
It kind of reminded me of Demon Souls, how enjoyable that game was. You just grind, you get killed, you go back, try it again, you
Plus,
get killed
we
again.
all had our
go
different
back.
roles
It was
too.
fun.
I had the hammer, so my goal was just to go straight into him and smash him in the face and stun him. Towards the huge ones, knock him over.
You had rolls.
And then, I don't know, Derek with his katana, he normally had in charge of cutting off the tail. And so like all different things that we had to do. So I'd normally try to get the horns and smash off the bits I could.
It's way better to play with friends.
Oh yeah. Get a group of 4.
Yeah, but Monster Hunter Ultimate did come out this year. But we have to include it in non-2003 gaming experiences because even despite having like 4 times the content of the original and coming on platforms it's never been out on, much updated, HD, and much different game than Monster Hunter 3 in general. We're not including it for discussions for
Don't do remake.
Game of the Year.
You feel better?
Get it on. Get it all out.
System.
It's okay. I'll edit all that out anyway.
People knew that, but they're like, wait, hey, I thought Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate came out this year. Why are they talking about this for non-2003 gaming experiences? It just came out. So I just want to make that
You know
clear.
what? You make a good point. All right.
Legit.
Say.
But it is pretty great, though.
Objection sustained. Okay, well, that is our first personal category. We're only 35 minutes in. So,
Nice. Well, that one's
right.
fun. Like, we're very, very
that was
passionate
a
about
good.
this. Like,
Yeah,
felt
we got
good.
everybody
It's
open
nice.
up, so that's always good.
Got us warmed up.
Let's keep the positive energy flowing.
All right,
Yeah.
most surprisingly good game
Yeah.
of 2013. So yeah,
fun.
let's make sure everything's nice and happy before we drive verbal knives at each other during the debates.
Gotta kill all my.
All right, well, I am up on the docket to start most surprisingly good. This is yet another wonderful personal category. All right,
Wonderful.
5 nominees again. I'll work up the list. I really enjoyed Skulls of the Shogun.
Okay.
I started off a review of that earlier this year with the words, "Man, I really hate strategy games." And I think for the most part that stands very true. Skulls of the Shogun, however, reduces some of the really obtuse mechanics found in some strategy games to something that can be very easily understood and implemented on the field of battle. All the movement for units and things is done not on a grid or not on hexagons, but just in circles. You have a very clear idea of how far you can move, where you can attack, and what you can do with each unit. And that allows you to move each thing as freely as you want and attack and implement the strategies you can come up with. Sometimes you have to kind of find the perfect little place to put your unit so you can do exactly what you need to. But largely, that game's really good. I highly recommend it to anybody on the Xbox 360 or I believe on Windows 8 platforms. That's available now as well. So yeah, very good. Great sense of humor, and I was taken aback by how good that game
iOS
was.
also now.
Oh, really? Cool.
It was
Okay.
actually free over Christmas.
Nice. Okay, yeah, pick that up on iOS if you don't have access to a Windows 8 device or an Xbox. Like that game is great,
Yeah.
and I highly recommend it.
I think cross-platform multiplayer too,
Whoa.
with everything else.
All right. I am even further surprised about one of my most surprisingly good games. So,
Number one
most
now?
surprisingly
No excuses
good.
not to get that game.
All right, another game in the strategy genre, StarCraft 2: Heart of the Swarm.
What?
Yeah, I was really impressed by that game. I'd never really played StarCraft before. I'm
Nice.
not. I'm very selective with my RTSs, and I was really taken aback by the presentation and the mechanics. They were really intuitive, and that game was just really pleasant to get into and work through. So I want to go back to that one in the future. I didn't get through even half of the campaign, but I was really enjoying where it was going. So yeah, that's a good game. Surprise! StarCraft's good.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Everybody's blown away.
I'm shocked.
All right. Next on the list is Rogue Legacy. One of my favorite games of the year, but we'll get to that later. I didn't expect that game to dig its hooks into me quite so deeply. That game really gets into the core of what I find enjoyable about video games, and that's continuous improvement. Even though when your character dies, they're dead forever, the fact that you choose a descendant, get their money, and then spend it on upgrades that apply to all of your characters past that means that even if you go in and die, you're likely to come out with something that can help you make your character better. And then as you continue to get better at playing the game, and as your character themselves gets better as you play, that leads to a really enjoyable feedback loop that caused me to play that game for lots and lots and lots of hours. So I've beaten it 1.5 times. You played it even far more than that. How many run-throughs are you through now?
At least 3.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
But it gets a lot less difficult.
Okay.
after those. Like, kind of evens off a little bit.
Okay, I was having some real trouble there, starting just the first bit of New Game Plus.
Yeah.
That was definitely a spike, but I think I'm starting to get over that. But that game is really good. Again, cheap on Steam. It'll run on just about any modern computer. So, just a really pleasant little game that I didn't expect to like as much as I did.
Isn't it coming to Xbox?
Vita.
It's
There's
coming
a
to
Vita version.
PlayStation
I
Network,
don't know.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Vita version.
Yeah.
Probably PS3.
There's a Vita version of all the awesome indie games that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Fez is on the Vita now, so there's no excuse for any of you guys over here not to play it.
I played
Fez is iOS now too.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so there's no reason for you not to play it.
And there's like $1
We need to
on
get a
Steam
Vita.
sale.
I have
said you were going
I have
to.
iOS.
Yeah, you had a pre-order and everything.
I did.
What up?
So Rogue Legacy's good. All right.
It took forever.
Next, and I don't think I've talked to anybody about this one. Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
I always really like it when fighting games can take me aback and make me enjoy them. Once I
It takes
started
a
playing
lot.
as Glacius, that game became a lot more fun. So it was really cool to just stand in you guys' living room and just play it over and over.
Yeah.
That was really
That
enjoyable.
game's gorgeous.
Yes,
Yeah, some really nice particle
It's
effects.
good, yeah.
it is not nominated.
No, it's not. It's too bad. It looks really, really nice.
But yeah, that game's a lot of fun, and I had way more fun than I expected. So very surprising in terms of how good it was.
Very surprisingly good game.
All right, and my most surprisingly good game for 2013 is a game that I did a complete about face on in the space of 20 minutes, sitting on the couch next to Derek. That was Monaco. What's yours is mine.
Remember that?
Dude, both of us.
Oh man.
I'm so angry.
My first session, it was me and Derek, and then Alex and Thomas.
Yeah, I was there.
And Alex and Thomas had played before, so they just started flying through the level. Derek and I had no clue what we were supposed
We
to
went
do.
back to the first level.
Yeah,
I didn't know who I was.
But you guys had played, so I had no idea what was going on, and I was dying, and I was sitting next to Derek, and I was screaming about how terrible this game was. And as I slowly started figuring it out,
I had to pause it because I was like, "What is going on?"
yeah. Yep. But once we figured that out, that was a blast. And we played through a lot of the game.
Where am
And then
I?
you put me through that torture.
Not
Yeah.
Yeah.
more like.
Exquisite torture. But that ended up being a blast to play through in a group, even though Thomas keeps dying every
Yeah,
time.
thanks, guys. Thanks.
Always dies.
Someone has to.
Someone has
really
to.
does have to. Come on.
But I'd like to finish that game, even though I guess you guys were saying it doesn't. It kind of tapers off in terms of
A
how
little.
good those later
Yeah.
games. Yeah, that it definitely that fast of an about swing was very surprising. So Monaco, what's yours is mine. My most surprisingly good game of 2013. And there.
Oh yeah. I have 5 actually, and you already took one. I kind of forgot about it because I didn't play it that long. It was Killer Instinct. Did not even want to play that. Didn't look good. I was like, it's an Xbox One game. Not saying I hated Xbox One or
That's what it
anything.
sounds like.
Yeah.
You're making it sound like that.
I was like, I've never played the old one, so I had no care whatsoever, and I looked like a button masher because I'm not.
It's a little.
Yeah, it's a little
It
bit.
can be.
Any
But
fighters?
messy.
Dude, there's a lot of combos in that game.
There's a lot of combo breakers.
Combo breakers, and I could never figure out how to do a combo breaker. So I was like, whatever. But
Smash buttons.
I walked into our living room.
That's one way to do it.
I walked into our living room, and Isaiah was like, Derek, here, play this game. I was like, what are we playing? Killer Instinct. So I'm sitting there with my jacket on. We're playing Killer Instinct. And I'm like, oh, combos. Cool. It felt good. It felt fluid. I was actually surprised. It felt very responsive. Because there's a lot of games out there that are not responsive, aka Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
It's a good game, but it is not as responsive as I would like. That was really surprising. Another one was another Xbox One game. I even know it was coming out, called Zoo Tycoon.
Yeah.
Quite enjoyable.
It was. I saw Zachary build his first zoo, and I was like, I gotta try this. So I started playing the story mode, and 6 hours later, I was like, oh my gosh, I've wasted my whole day here. Because it never ends. They go like, oh, do this. I'm like,
Beautiful.
I can do that in like 20 minutes. The next, they give you another thing. Oh, I can do that in like 10 minutes. oh, that one just take me a couple more minutes. And after 6 hours of this, I was like, okay, gotta walk away, or it's gonna take up my whole life.
Is it true that if you smile at the animals, they'll smile back?
Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I spent hours on the monkeys. Oh
Yeah,
my
like
god.
you make faces at them and you like wink at them. They wink back.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Monkeys.
You can feed animals. You can go to every like zoo encampment that you make.
Yeah,
can
like
put,
once you get
feeding
the right
troughs.
place, like Connect actually works really, really, really well on it.
If you
Like-
get the gestures down, you gotta get the gestures
Yeah,
down.
I mean you have to do it, and like you've got to close it. You grab the food, and then you hold it out, and then you can eat. Like so, you don't get it right the first time.
Play really well.
I know, right? I know. Exactly.
It doesn't register giving the bird to a monkey though.
Oh,
I've tried.
Can you control what animals go in your zoo?
Yes.
Yes.
So I could build a zoo without monkeys.
Exactly.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, I'm in.
Hey, in Assassin's Creed 4, you can kill monkeys.
Yes, you can.
Game of the year.
Shoot it.
Mystery of 2013.
High five.
Rock hate monkeys.
Why do I hate monkeys? That's a whole other podcast.
Take too long.
They're adorable.
They throw poop at you. Any animal that throws poop at me deserves to die. That includes people.
When did that happen?
I'll admit, like when you got really excited about buying Zoo Tycoon, and the entire time, like I never played anything in the series, so I'm like, Zoo Tycoon, this sounds like a game for the littlest, tiniest babies. Like, how is this going to be good? And then I hear, like, you start playing it, you really like it. You guys play it, you really like it. A coworker of mine, Stewie, starts playing it. He really likes it. I'm like, okay, no, this must be really good. So I'd very much like to see that. That sounds enjoyable.
It's very relaxing.
Oh, no.
It's nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
You had to go
Very
play
easy
that.
gratification. Like, way to go, Derek. I love this.
Thank you. There's something to be said for that.
Instant gratification.
And if you don't want any like challenge, there's like a free park mode where you make your own park, no matter what. There's no restrictions, no money restrictions.
Free money.
Yeah,
Do whatever you want.
still unlock things as you go too. Like so, you don't just have everything. You still like unlock different animals and build your stuff from scratch. And yeah, it's real nice.
Cool.
Infinite pockets. Yeah. Money. My next one was Dragon's Crown. I saw it. I only saw pictures of it, so I was like, ugh.
What?
Like, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's exactly.
Yeah.
I'm walking out of the room.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I don't know about this. This is a dungeon crawler. It was like side scroller. Like usually side scrollers that have like a wide base that you can move anywhere are horrible.
Why do you hate
Streets of
Castle
Rage.
Crashers?
Exactly. No, Streets of Rage. If everyone's ever played that,
Yeah.
yeah. There's many moments where my fist goes above the person's head because I'm not where I think I'm punching. So I have to follow their feet line mostly, and it's just really stressful sometimes.
So you really enjoyed Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
I don't know if you played that one.
I have not.
Side-scrolling brawler where there are just two
Hold on.
planes and you jump back and forth
Hold on,
between
is
them.
that
and you hit
the
everything.
anime one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I
That's-
have.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I thought that was going to be like, but Dragon's Crown actually it's really good. I went through two characters because I could not like any of the characters until I found the sorcerer, and the sorcerer was really crazy cool. I know no one likes.
I liked him, but then I didn't get an item for him for 6 months.
Oh, that's true.
yeah,
It's all right.
yeah.
Zach Wright erased one of our best ones we got. Oh, this
That
high
loot
level
system, man.
Yeah, this high level
Oh, yeah.
item. Zach's like upsell. I was like, ugh, no.
Wrong button.
Yeah, I remember
That
that.
happens.
But the art's awesome. The graphics are great. I really and it's a lot of hours you can put into it.
Is long again?
I say the GameStop owner, what's his name, Brian?
Travis.
Travis, not even close. Travis put in 144 hours on it.
Yep.
Oh,
And I was like,
If
man.
you play through every
He's
character.
2 trophies away from being platinum.
Yep.
Wow.
Sheesh. I know. Okay, so that was one of them. Pokemon, actually, X and Y. I was going to get it just because it's a new Pokemon. But the last one I played was Pokemon Black and White. And I was just like, didn't enjoy it that much. I kind of got burnt out after 4 or 8 hours of it. I was like, there's no need to go in. Because they're all new Pokemon. I actually didn't really care. I think that was probably it with this game. Because the first thing I found was a Caterpie. I was like, yeah, I gotta catch this sucker. I was like, you're mine. So I caught a Caterpie, and it got me more back into Pokemon. It kind of rehashed the whole memory of playing Blue for the first time. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is awesome.
Yep.
So I met Pokemon. I think that was what they did really well in this, is actually mixing old Pokemon for that nostalgic feeling. Because I was okay with a keychain Pokemon. as long as there's a Psyduck right next to it. So yes.
It gives you something to grab onto. Like,
Yeah.
I trained, a Froakie and then had a Beedrill. It's like, okay, I know what I'm doing.
I had a Butterfree for the first time. Like, yeah, Butterfree for the first time in forever. So it
You
was,
can catch Wild Eevee. What madness is this?
oh man, I
exactly.
caught so many. But no, that game really impressed me. It made it a lot more simpler. It was just an easy game to get into. And actually, my most surprising game is The Last of Us. Because I wasn't into it at first. Because E3, I'm sorry, E3, everyone was pumped about it, but I was like, it looks like a escort mission. You hide behind stuff. You shoot people that are evil and are crazy. That's it.
Zombies.
Post-apocalyptic world, zombies. I was like,
Zombies, yeah.
I'm good.
Infected.
I don't need to. I don't need it.
Zombies.
But no, I played that game. And it became really good. I won't. No spoilers, but it's really good.
That's tomorrow.
Yep. So I was really impressed. So Last of Us is my most surprisingly good game.
Very cool. All right. Isaiah.
All right, a couple surprisingly good games here. One of them is the Stanley Parable. Hadn't really heard much about it before it came out. Didn't play the mod or anything. Then started seeing some press about it. How funny it was and different, and checked it out. And yeah, they unlocked every single ending on that. Made sure I looked up online all of them. It goes in some crazy directions. There's some really, really strange, awesome endings.
Mm-hmm.
My favorites being dropped into different video games. Because
The side-scrolling baby.
the side-scrolling yeah.
That was so
The
weird.
best part of that is I actually play that game for 4 hours and different things happen.
I think the art community is really going to catch on to this one.
Yeah. Yeah, like Portal or
Minecraft.
yeah, so it was really great. Yeah, being dropped into Minecraft.
Is this what you want?
like this.
I'm gonna build a house.
Building a house. Mama's. Just look at it. No, so that was awesome. I enjoyed that very, very much. Another surprisingly good game for me actually was Dead Rising 3. Because I knew I was getting the Xbox One. Oh, there was a moment where I wasn't sure if I was going to get one actually. But then new job opportunity this year, that helped, some financial situation. I'm like, okay, I can get an Xbox One still. That's this close from canceling my pre-order. Glad I didn't though. Dead Rising 3 was not on my list actually until right up to launch. I saw Mega Man X costume unlockable and I was like, okay, I need
Now we're
this game.
Game on.
Yep, and that game was just so enjoyable. All the different weapons. I'd never played through a full Dead Rising game before, actually. I skipped 2 completely and played 1 when it came out for a little bit. So 3, with the improvements of the formula and stuff, the crafting weapons anywhere and all the crazy weapons, enjoyed it immensely. Another surprisingly good game for me was Fire Emblem, actually. I played the 2 ones on Game Boy Advance. Didn't play any of the DS ones, and they were really good. I liked the series a lot. But when I bought my 3DS, I pretty much bought it for Pokemon. And I was like, okay, well here's some other games to tide me over until Pokemon comes out. But Pokemon was the carrot, the reason I'm like, okay, 3DS, here I go. Which is actually the first Nintendo portable system I've ever owned. I've not ever owned one before that. Pretty much used dubious legal methods to play.
I don't think
on
there's
Nintendo.
anything dubious about it. It's pretty clear.
No, if it wasn't dubious, no way it would still be around. Not in the form that it is. But anyways, whatever.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, so that was incredible. The conversation, which the other Fire Emblems didn't really include, completely elevated that game to just a whole different level.
Yep.
So that was incredible. Another one that actually caught me more by surprise than any other game, and you'll see this appearing on a lot of my nominations, is Shadow Warrior. Shadow Warrior, for some people who don't know, was a game made by 3D Realms back in the Duke Nukem 3D era. It was very crude, a lot of really funny. It was pretty juvenile in the humor, but when you're a kid, and it was hilarious. Still moments I still remember from that. I enjoyed it more than Duke Nukem, really. So then Duke Nukem Forever came out and was terrible. So in Shadow Warrior, I was like, man, no, this is going to be bad too. But really, they took everything that was good about that game, but distilled it, made it smarter and less juvenile. Made it really, really, really good combat system with the sword fighting. Good story, actually. Very well designed. It's coming out on Xbox One and PS4 this year at some point. Really just felt like one of the most enjoyable first-person shooter games in years. Very, very surprising. And I'll be talking a lot more about that today and tomorrow.
All right. Moving on to Kirsten.
For those who don't really know, I'm a huge Nintendo fan. I usually don't play a lot of action-y games. But I played Far Cry 3 this year.
Blood Dragon.
Yeah, the Blood Dragon.
Oh, good.
That's the first Far Cry game I ever played, and it's actually got several of my awards this year, just because it was really fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I get bored pretty easy, and it kept me into the game the entire time, so that was really good.
How many cyber hearts did you harvest?
Oh, goodness. I think I lost count.
Cyber hearts.
Another one was Metal Gear Rising. Another shooter / fighting game kind of thing. It was really cool. Again, it caught my attention. It kept my attention. So that was surprisingly good. Probably my number one is, for the very first time, I played an Animal Crossing game on 3DS. Didn't really expect to get addicted to it, but my first gaming session lasted about 12 hours.
Oh, wow.
That's impressive.
Go. I can't
Yeah. So that was really good. That was kind of bought out of the wind to keep me entertained while being snowed in for several days, and it succeeded.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
Man, everyone had gaming days during the snow time. I went to work. Got so many overtime hours. Man, I'm jealous.
All right.
All right, yeah. Next on the docket, Thomas.
All right. Well, I only had 3 this time, but yeah, I heard people having 5, so my most surprisingly good game, number 3, Battle Block Theater.
Yeah.
I knew everyone would agree with that one. I didn't know what to expect, and then Alex had me play with Dave, actually, and it was really good. I was like, oh, wow. And it was hilarious, actually, if anything, for me, even though it didn't make my most hilarious.
Just watched the opening video.
Yeah. It was pretty good. There wasn't much else to say except it was just fun, and when you play through it, you'll understand. So, and for number 2, I had Tales of Xillia. I just started playing JRPGs really this year.
Zills that kills.
Zills that kills. Yes, that's one of our names that we have for it. Yeah, it was. I don't have much experience with JRPGs or anything with exceedingly long gameplays.
Pokemon.
Yeah, besides Pokemon, I mean, yes, that is my one and only JRPG that I've played faithfully since it started.
Turn-based combat.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that.
I usually don't think about it as one, but yeah, totally.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. Well, yeah. I go in.
Crap, I can't enjoy that anymore.
I know. Is it RPG? Ugh.
Oh, God.
What do I have?
Yeah, but yeah, Tales of Xillia. It's fun. Everybody should play it. Especially everybody at this table should try it at least a little bit. Give it a couple hours, and you'll like it.
Is it
I
like
promise. I wouldn't quite say it's like Pokemon. It's not.
I'm joking.
I don't even know. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Comparatively to the other Tales of Graces games, is it pretty similar to combat-wise?
I've never played Tales of Graces games, so
Never
this is
mind.
my, like I said, I
All
have
Tales
not.
games are very similar.
Okay.
Besides the Pokemon series, I have not played JRPGs really at all.
Ni no Kuni.
And I know. Like I said, this year I started playing JRPGs, and you'll hear about Ni no Kuni later. But that is not my most surprising.
Oh.
Me good either. My number one was actually Soul Sacrifice. I played it for a little bit, and I really liked it. Don't have a PS Vita, which kind of makes me sad because I actually canceled the
First time
pre-order
anyone's
for
ever
it.
said that.
Oh, I don't know. Well, you know.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
But not really.
But not really.
Only half.
Only half. Yes. All right, yeah, but it's Soul Sacrifice. It was really good. I liked it. I think you guys should play it, but I only got a little exposure, and I hope to get some more.
It's like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I just
It's a
downloaded.
very easy version of Monster Hunter.
Maybe that's why I like it, because it's easy, so...
It is.
Comparatively.
It's for free if you have PS Plus. I
Yeah.
just downloaded it.
Oh, man.
Cool bean.
All right, well, yeah, that's my list for most surprisingly good.
Awesome.
Next up is Zach.
All right, cool. All right, I only have 3 on my list as well. I'll just start at number 3. Would be Lego City. I've played a lot of other Lego games in my day, like Lego Star Wars, which was great. It was okay. I never really fully enjoyed it though, but this was the first time it'd be an open world sandbox Lego game. And so I saw the G4 video for it, didn't think it'd be okay. I thought maybe there'd have some laughs here, laughs there, but it'll just get really, really old really quickly. But as I played the game, it was actually really, really good, really funny all the time. Had some of my favorite characters in there. A lot of great, great quotes. Also had some Dirty Harry moments in there, which was great. I loved it. But it was a fantastic game from start to finish. Really enjoyed it. My second, number 2, would have to be Fire Emblem Awakening for the 3DS. Never played a Fire Emblem game. Love JRPGs. I don't know why I've never played one. But Alex here forced me to play it. Not really forced me, but kind of took it upon myself to play it. And actually, I played that game non-stop. I played it pretty much 10 hours a day for 3 days straight. Beat it. Didn't do any of the side quests. I think I should go back and do it.
You really should.
Yeah,
you
I've
really
heard-
should, man.
I've heard some good things, because there's a lot of great character moments where you find children of the offspring of the
From the
characters.
future.
Oh, that's a huge part of it.
Yeah, and that's some of my
So
favorite
fun.
writing was from the offspring or from the relationships. So I thought that was pretty cool, and it just engrossed me, and it was such a good game. So I might have to try out another Fire Emblem down the road, just because of it. Then my number 1 most addictive game. It was a game that I went to GameStop for. I didn't go to GameStop for. I went to go get Need for Speed, and they didn't have it at the GameStop. So the next thing I bought was Assassin's Creed 4. Didn't think I'd enjoy that game. I played Assassin's Creed 3, kind of let my hopes down. I loved Revelations, loved Brotherhood, so I was like, yeah, this game's going to be awesome. 3 kicked me in the butt so hard that I was like, I'm not going to play Assassin's Creed 4. But then I accidentally bought it, and I've been playing it
More like by turn of
since.
fate.
I'm right now 89% complete with the game.
Holy cow.
Still playing it. I played it yesterday and the day before. Play it almost every day for about a couple hours. It's really addicting, and the world that they created in this game was so fun just to go in there, have fun, explore, and collect a lot of stuff that you never wanted
All right,
in the
Zach.
first place.
New category. Best sea shanty.
Best sea shanty. I would say. Okay. I like the Kingston Town. I like the Kingston.
You like sailing around in a big open? Have I got the game for you?
Is it Wind Waker?
The Wind Waker.
But do they have sea shanties? Do they have sea shanties?
You make your own sea shanty. Here I am.
There are no white whales this year.
There are giant octoroks.
That's true.
Huh?
You get a wand. You get a wand.
You get a wand, Terry.
A baton.
Oh, a baton. You're correct.
But it was such a great game. Just everything that they've done, they've bettered Assassin's Creed in every single way so far in this game. Story, characters, gameplay, and exploration for the most. So it was really good. You'll hear me talking about this more about ranting about it. So it was a good game. Very, very surprising.
Is it now your favorite Assassin's Creed?
It is. It has toppled over Revelations finally. Revelations was my number one for a while.
Cool.
Because of all the booty.
All the booty. All the plunder and booty. I have played all Assassin's Creed except for number 2. But I did get that for Christmas, so I'll have to be playing that.
All right. Very
And
good.
Alex shakes his head.
Speaking of Alex,
Oh man,
he's up next for most surprisingly good.
surprisingly good. I got 7, but I'll only talk about 3 in depth. 6 and 7 are GTA 5 and Saints Row 4. They were I just had very low expectations for them. More surprised with Saints Row because 3 was okay, and then I thought 4 was truly excellent. GTA 5 was better than I expected, so that's why it's here. Doesn't deserve more talking about than that. Number 5 was Antechamber. Had very low expectations for that, but ended up really enjoying it. And then 4 is Dive Kick, which again is masterful in its simplicity, and that's why
check that out. So
Oh my god! You haven't played Dive Kick?
What?
What?
And
haven't
Dive
even
Kick is
seen
a
it.
parody fighting game. Street Fighter and poker are also
Poker is also a parody fight. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of tough.
It's like, what?
All right, so the three,
mashing.
the 3 more serious ones. Third, I'll go God of War Ascension.
Whoa.
I had the exact same reaction to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. And that multiplayer announced for a single player series. I'm out. I don't care. They're not even going to work on the single player. Turns out the multiplayer and both were actually pretty decent, and I really liked God of War's multiplayer. And then, although the story is completely unjustified by Ascension, the first hour and last hour of that game are truly memorable and 2 of the best moments of the entire generation, I would say. But very similar to Bioshock in the first hour and the last hour are the best.
Or just the first.
Or just the first. And then second, I'll say Lego City Undercover, like Zach. And yeah, very low expectations for that one as well. A Lego Grand Theft Auto game without a license. What are they going to do? It turns out they can write a very good story without a license and just have some genuinely amazing writing, and it's just hilarious the whole way through. And then it was actually fun. Which open world games like that is really important. But my number 1 was Fire Emblem Awakening. If you would have told me that was going to be my game of the year, I would have said you were crazy. And we will be talking a lot about that.
Yes, we will. Hopefully good. All good things, hopefully.
Zach and Isaiah have already talked about Fire Emblem, so I'll cut it short.
All right. Well, enough of the niceties, lady and gentlemen. It's time for our first collaborative category. It's time for the bloodbath.
meh.
Blood Bowl.
Best multiplayer.
Best multiplayer. Yeah. All right.
Oh man.
So the way we've done this time is everybody kind of wrote out their awards before we started recording today. So we took everybody's 3 favorite nominees for this category and put that list together, and that will be our nominees. I'll read these out, and then we'll start getting down to a winner and 2 runners-up.
16.
All right? Yes?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So between the 7 of us, our list of our favorite multiplayer games of the year: Game & Wario, God of War Ascension, Monaco, What's Yours Is Mine, Injustice Gods Among Us, Dive Kick, Dragon's Crown, Skylanders Swap Force, Pokemon X and Y, Battle Block Theater, Payday 2, Lego Marvel, Speed Runners. Is that the full title? Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
That game's goofy.
Okay. This is the first I've heard about this game, so we'll see how that goes. Battlefield 4, Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn, Super Mario 3D World, and Grand Theft Auto 5. Those are our nominees. 1 winner, 2 runners-up. Let's go.
Begin.
Fight.
Has anyone played Payday 2?
No.
No.
I've seen hours of gameplay. One of my brother's friends play it.
I think it should be disqualified on those grounds.
This is our list, not.
That is true. It's our list.
Yeah.
So
Who nominated it?
Me.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Gotcha.
Did you play it?
No, I did see a lot about it, and it looks really.
It does look like it'd be a great
interesting.
multiplayer game, I admit.
Yep.
A good Kane Lynch game.
Because when I was thinking of good multiplayer, like that's like the only like multiplayer game that stood out to me that came out this year.
Fair
It's
enough.
like really interesting. Like
That's a fair point.
so I was thinking like cooperative multiplayer, just multiplayer. Like that game came to my mind first.
Payday 2, probably a good multiplayer.
Probably a really good
Probably.
multiplayer game. So one of us should probably play that.
We should probably play that. And it will probably have a decent shot at best non-2014.
I like it.
I like it.
All right.
Me too.
What the F is speedrunners?
Brock,
Oh,
you would love
man.
this game.
Okay,
You
I'm
would.
listening.
What is 2D platforming game,
Okay,
racing,
all right,
superheroes,
cool.
Mario Kart.
Yes,
You
game
have-
of the year. I'm done. That we're
Yeah,
calling
you
it
have
now.
like a grappling hook. You go from ceilings, you go around circuits on these levels. You have grappling hooks. You get like missiles that you shoot at people,
Okay,
and like you can play You can play 4 players locally, but you can also get 2 people together and then play against other people online.
okay.
There's like 12 different stages, all varying in difficulty
huh?
levels. So there's like traps you can lay for people, like mines. It's
Okay.
really intense.
What
Really
platform
fun.
is this on?
PC. No, Xbox too. It actually started as an Xbox indie title, I think. Xbox
Huh.
360. And then it came out with it on Steam too.
And while you're racing, the screen gets smaller.
Oh yeah. So until everyone like dies, because once some person gets off the edge of the screen, then they're out until everyone else is off the edge of the screen. And so the first person to be the last one standing 3 times wins.
Huh.
So and as the longer it goes without people losing, the camera keeps zooming in closer,
So like
and
Smash
closer, and closer.
Kind of, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
well, yeah, a little in that you have to fall off the screen. So if you fall behind, then you go out.
Is there
yeah.
combat? You said Mario Kart.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's you got like a
You collect
grappling
items.
hook.
you get a grappling
pull
hook that you
people
grab
back.
someone ahead of you and pull them back and jump forward. There's a missile. There's a mines you can lay.
But it's like
Wow.
so. Then
So
is
it's like
so then
randomized
The
upgrades,
screen is
is that it?
scrolling or something like this as you go, or
Yeah, I mean it's a platform, so whoever's ahead, like it.
Follows the first person.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. And so they go ahead, and so if they can go far enough ahead, then the other people behind fall off the screen.
Okay. So you two have played it?
I played it
You
as well,
too?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
It's quite
it's-
enjoyable. It was a
It
lot better
sounds
than I
right.
thought.
It sounds like it's playing right into my wheelhouse. So that's really cool.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
forgot
heard of this
that.
at
Maybe
all.
I'll have to log and download it on Alex's computer or somewhere this weekend.
Yeah, we should try it. That'd be great. Yeah.
Because it is really cool. It surprised me because it was just a Steam sale. Like it was a community choice, and I was like, okay,
Huh.
75% off,
All right.
$2, okay. Yeah, and it's really great.
Cool. All right.
Probably not going to be a top 3.
Probably not.
because
but-
not everyone has played it, but it's very frantic, fun, and
Sounds
enjoyable.
It's
It's pretty exciting. It's exhilarating.
All right, Derek, sell us on GTA 5.
Well, why don't I? I have many friends that play GTA 5 online. I have tried to play GTA 5 online, but this is the moments where it was crap. And this is why they came out with a huge money package they gave
the
everybody.
stimulus package.
Yes.
50,000.
Yes.
500.
No, my
500,000. Wow.
Okay, so I'm gonna scratch this off already because,
that's what I was looking at.
because
Okay, cool.
I haven't played it personally. My friends play it all the time, and they always tell me about their experiences, and it's a huge experience. And they talk about and they have epic moments, and this guy's wife and him play it, and it's hilarious because they talk about just shooting up a gas retailer and just running away, and sometimes they get split and stuff. It's pretty cool of all the experience that you have on there, but I haven't played it, so we can scratch it off.
Okay. Some of my coworkers have had a great time. One day, a coworker in the dish room with me kept putting bounties on the person he was playing with. He's, where do all these keep going? Why do these people hate me? So he just kept dying and dying and dying and dying and dying.
Yes, that is one of the bad parts. Some of the game,
The great parts
The
of the game.
one bad
I don't know.
Correct.
There's a lot of parts of the game that can be broken because to save your money, you have to get to an ATM machine.
Yep.
Now the ATM machines are known everywhere, so people are waiting for
camping.
you. ATM machines.
That sounds awful.
They're trying to figure out another
do the
better
same,
way
though.
to do it. Yeah,
You can
exactly.
How about a menu option?
There are people in cars waiting for people. It's like on the other side of the street. Oh, here he comes.
That sounds like the worst thing.
And the problem is, it doesn't like
That's
automatically do it.
hilarious.
So you get on your ATM machine, and you have to go as quickly as possible because people can kill you while you're trying to put money into your ATM machine. It's really bad. It's like Zombie U. You're opening your backpack up, and people are you just see people coming out of cars. And stuff. You're like, oh no,
Oh goodness.
No.
bad idea.
Deposit.
Broken mechanics.
cancel.
That sounds terrible.
Sounds like so much fun.
It sounds like so much.
Sounds like a little bit like Need for Speed Rivals and the money, like how you don't keep in your money unless you make it back to a hideout.
Yeah,
If you
but
die,
it's more
then-
forgiving than people waiting for you. There's no cops waiting for you at your hideout.
Yeah.
That we know of. Gets harder.
There's no snipers just trained on your car.
All right.
Kirsten,
So-
how you feeling about Pokemon?
That's actually my number 2 because Pokemon is awesome. It's pretty much meant for multiplayer.
Pokemon is awesome.
Isn't it?
The best multiplayer though?
I don't know.
You can play online. I've had
They-
If you're
several
one of those
battles
kind
and
of
stuff
The online features are way better than they've ever been.
They have.
Yeah, they
Oh
push
my
the
gosh.
limits with Wonder Trade and battling
Oh
online.
yeah, they're like
Yeah, and being able
compared
to give a
to
little
like
boost to people too. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
compared to you know Black 1 and 2 and White 1 and 2. I mean it's tremendously better, and there's actually stuff to do online now. And the fact that you can give the O powers, if you have like your friends and everything logged online, you can give them powers and they can give you powers, and passing them in Street Pass and everything will get you the Poké Steps or Poké Miles. Sorry. They just added so many online features.
Okay.
I didn't know about the Pokemiles.
The what?
Neat.
Pokemiles?
Oh my
I didn't know
goodness.
about
I sort of knew
That's how I
about
got like 5 rare candies.
Oh my gosh. That's how you do
Rare
it?
candies.
That's how you get rare candies?
Oh,
I found
candies.
No, you
it
can
was either
find
3 or
them.
5 of them during the game.
yeah.
I used all of them on my Xerneas.
Why? Don't waste them, man. Mewtwo.
I wanted my Xerneas to not suck for the. So my team was super weak to water. And it's like, oh, guess what? Elite Four battle number 1, water. Oh god.
Name electric.
So then I didn't have an electric type.
Team
I had
Breakers.
I had a level 100 Pokemon going into the first time, so I was like,
I didn't have anything that was strong.
not
And
effective.
it turns out
OP?
the special attack was that
Half damage.
Clawitzer.
Oh
That
yeah.
was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was going in with like 80s.
Well, yeah, I was too, but that Clawitzer wasted my 3 best Pokemon.
Right.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
I actually
I
found
was
out
traumatized.
on the Pokemiles, depending on where your region is located, your DS, whatever region it is, you get more miles the furthest region that happens. Like if you street pass with like someone in a completely different state, you get considerably more Pokemiles and everything. So
Whoa.
that's
Cool.
actually really awesome. I ended up with like 3,000 Pokemiles at one point.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
All right, cool.
sounds cool.
Should we keep picking them off, or should we start picking the winners?
Ugh. This should
At this point, it might be easiest to pick something that we absolutely know has to be in.
Monaco.
Yeah.
Monaco has to be in.
be. Ugh.
Battlefield 4. I can't believe none of
I'd agree with
Yeah,
Battlefield 4.
actually,
I nominated Battlefield 4 as well.
Battlefield 4.
Yeah, I mean, with different modes with Commander coming back and 64 players and stuff. I mean, that's pretty cool.
I would love to tell you that the multiplayer is great, but the only experience I had was it crashing 7 times.
A very
over the time
buggy
of the
one.
screen.
That was day 1.
Yeah.
No, that was week 1.
That was
Yep,
week
that's
one.
Week 1, week
That's
2.
We couldn't play.
Yeah.
It was-
That was month 1. How
After
about
4
that?
patches,
That was its
though.
first quarter of existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
But now it is. It's really a good experience. It's fun. I've actually gotten addicted to it. I actually spent one day playing it by myself because I was like, I need to level up my guy or do something crazy. So it was really enjoyable.
It's one of the multiplayers I'm seeing here that are co-op / competitive also, because you have your own squad that you can keep going switching around. So you have your co-opness where you guys are working together as a team, trying to take objectives and such. Then also you can be playing against other friends on other squads, which is kind of fun. So It's just one of those aspects.
Am I the only person pulling for Ascension?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I haven't played it.
Can we guarantee Monaco?
Monaco is one of my
top 3 spot.
Monaco is on my top 3.
All right.
It's not my
All right, yeah.
Period of Ascension.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Gotta make some progress.
How about
Game and Wario.
Yes. Absolutely yes.
There's one game on the whole
But
thing.
it's the best multiplayer experience of 2013.
It's Pictionary.
Yes, but it's the best multiplayer experience of 2013.
$40 to Pictionary.
Yes, I've almost bought it just for that. Just
Really?
to have it at events like this. Yes.
Wow.
The rest of that game sucks. Pictionary's great.
I do like the Where's Waldo, but it's not Where's Waldo. Fruit. It's called Fruit.
the Fruit Bandit?
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
I like that.
That's
better
really
than
good
that.
too. Okay,
I like
yes.
that better than
I got
The
it.
multiplayer stuff is the good part of that
I got a
game.
good story for Game of Wario. I definitely didn't want it to be in my top 3 for multiplayer. It is. The reason is I waited in line for a Wii U at the Nintendo World Store with 2 guys, and then every time I'd go and visit them in Manhattan because I lived in Queens. I'd bring it, and we would play the Franks game. Where
Oh yeah.
and
Yep.
I was super against Game of Wario. It was probably in my most disappointing of the first half of the year. Or was it? I can't remember when it came out. It was disappointing when I first played it, but it's not my most disappointing now because we just kept going back to it over and over for the Franks and the Pictionary
Yep.
and the Fruit game, and those 3 games alone made it. It was definitely the best multiplayer experience I had
Which one's the front?
this year.
When you launch the little dudes onto the.
Oh, that one. Oh my gosh, yeah.
But I like Monaco.
I gotcha.
Yeah, Monaco's way better.
Monaco's much more unique, but I feel like the multiplayer in Game & Wario has this reliability, and the multiplayer there really encapsulates what the Wii U should be doing. Like that Pictionary thing, there should be a billion games like that on the Wii U because it's board game concepts and stuff like that where one person is doing something that everybody else can see. Like that should be everywhere, but it's not, and that makes Game & Wario really unique on the system. Because no other system can do that, and no other game on the system can do that, even though they should.
If it was like $20, I bet.
Yep.
It'd be way better. Seller.
Agreed. Mm-hmm. Doesn't make it any less awesome.
Are we gonna get rid of 3D World?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Battle Block Theater.
Oh, Battle Block was awesome.
Say
That was really
hi to
fun.
Hattie.
Say hi to Hattie.
Well, either Dragon's Crown or Battle Block Theater
Hey.
have to go.
Dragon's Crown's my
Whoa.
Dragon's Crown over
Dragon-
Battle Block.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Battle Block over.
I don't like Dragon's Crown, but it's better than Battle Block for multiplayer.
What?
Yeah.
You haven't played enough Dragon's Crown, bro.
Exactly.
No, he said he has
I
an
said
over.
I
He
said-
has
I
an
said
over
it's
Battle
better.
Block. Oh. No, he likes Battle Block over
Yeah.
Dragon's Crown.
Oh.
That's why.
I
Oh,
reversed
no,
that.
I mean, I'm saying Dragon's Crown, but I'm just saying... I don't know. Never mind.
Oh man.
I don't
Attention.
know
This
what's
is where the
happened.
blood starts spilling. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm not.
Sorry.
And you know, yours
I'm
are right.
sorry,
We should just
Thomas.
cut both Dragon's Crown and Battle Block.
No.
Just
You
sever
made
the
a good
head.
point. They're both equally, it's just
Equally good.
All right. I'm
I
gonna
feel
make.
like
Okay.
I feel like Dragon's Crown is worsened with the more people you play it. Like
That's a good
having to
point.
upgrade everyone's weapons. That
gets kinda
takes
tedious.
minutes where you're not doing anything and just taking turns. Like all right,
That's
now you
true.
go.
That is very
That's,
true.
you know what?
I'll agree with
Yeah,
that.
Get rid of Dragon's Crown.
Battle Block
Okay.
is one of the most
It is the
truly
okay.
cooperative games I've ever
Sure,
played.
I'll give up on mine.
But it's your
I hate everyone, but whatever.
Dungeon and Dragon experience.
It
This
is
what
a lot
happens.
of fun. I really, really like Dragon's Crown. But I felt like the multiplayer part of it almost made it worse. And if they would have just fixed some things with the upgrading and the repairing of equipment and buying of items so you didn't have to do each individually, oh, that was a mess.
Okay, Devil's Advocate.
Okay.
It's a beer and pretzel game. You guys choose an adventure to go on. You guys go on your adventure. Then you get back to town. You got all this loot. And so you guys can optimize. One guy, the 3 dudes could go grab some drinks and stuff. And be like, oh, all right, party, talk about the adventure. Kind of like Dungeons and Dragons. One guy's like chilling there. And, looking through all the stats and stuff and finally figuring out. Everyone gets to do that, just a nice little break. Then go back to another one.
And I think it speaks well for Dragon's Crown. Okay, the fact that we have such a problem with that speaks to how compelling the gameplay is and how fun it is to actually go out and play it. Because when you're back in town trading in all your loot and cashing stuff and upgrading, all you want to do is get back out there and play more of it.
Exactly.
So because the gameplay is so good, those menu bogged down areas seem worse than they probably actually are, because in a lot of cases what you're describing, absolutely, yeah, you take a second, everybody kind of chills while they do, but you want to get back out there and actually play the game so badly that part actually seems worse.
It's like making a character in Dungeons and Dragons. You don't want to do it, but man, you want to play the game.
You don't want to be that guy that everybody's waiting on for 3 hours while you roll up, and it's great. Well, I guess we're gonna sit here for a while.
That's true. Oh, that's true. You'll have those people that look through every little thing.
Oh man.
It's like Neil.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's this card do? What's this card do?
All right, so
Petting Pokemon.
Sorry if you're listening, Neil.
My bad. We'll always have to say.
so are we? What? So you raised Dragon's
Okay.
Crown because of that?
Yes.
Because of
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
It'll get it.
All right.
Great game, man.
I think.
I give
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna.
I love it.
Okay, I think we should get rid of Skylanders.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm sorry. I agree, and I really enjoy Skylanders, but I don't feel as though that's a fundamentally different experience whether you play it with one person or with two.
And if we're doing that, how about I raise up the point of Lego Marvel?
Yeah, that's good. That's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so that's
I was
gone.
going after next.
Yeah, I was about
I was about to say it too. Yeah. Cute.
Wait.
Thomas loves like.
It was really. I totally enjoyed Lego Marvel.
I
it was
love Lego
really
Marvel.
That
good.
was painful.
I was expecting it to be as good as Lego City.
Oh
I
yeah.
have been let down.
Yeah, definitely.
If you can compare it to that awesome game,
But of
then,
course, I don't like
yeah.
Lego City either. So
What?
So if that's the
He didn't play enough of it.
case,
He didn't play enough.
sure I didn't.
I don't
Sure
know.
I didn't.
All right. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games left, not counting Monaco. We have 2 spots. I'm going to bring up Final Fantasy XIV.
I was going to
I
bring it up.
thought
also.
you were going to bring that up.
Is that correct?
You want to?
Final Fantasy XIV. When it first came out, it was garbage, so they actually took it down and remade it to a Realm Reborn. And this time around, multiplayer I found was really good. It's awesome, like Isaiah said. You can change your classes at any time, so it kind of turns the whole online RPG on its side, where you're stuck as one class. You can change up your class. You actually don't even have to fight in this game, which makes it an even better experience to experience with other people, because you can just be tailoring or making clothes or fishing. That's all you can do in the game.
There are
And-
classes.
Yes.
visibly
You do have to
Yeah.
fight to unlock those, though.
No, you don't. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Start with.
Voice.
Yeah, lawyer. You have to be in the tutorial areas to get those classes. But yes, you will instantly have to fight. But you can sway away from that if you don't want that as your true calling. You can just spend all your hours, which I've done, fishing or making shirts or something, and you can be your guild's something else. So this was actually like a true world that you can have instead of just having just a fighting game like. I've never played any other MMOs, so I really can't
You
say.
have.
Which ones?
Star
Old
Wars.
Republic.
Yep.
Old
You
Republic.
played the old
yeah.
Boom, Lord again.
For I wouldn't count that. Though. I've only
He
played
didn't
that
like
for
it.
I did not like
His
it. It was
computer
all.
really ran it.
Yeah, that's true.
I only played it for like 3 months.
Yeah, but one day a week for 3 months. That was all I did. It was pretty bad. It was a bad experience because there was not much stuff you could do in that game. You could always be your one class. You can never switch out if you don't like it. And it was just really an enjoyable kind of experience because it's mainly story based. There was nothing else you can do besides that. While Final Fantasy XIV brought you the world and then gave you a story, and you can play the story,
Yep.
but you don't have to. You can do whatever else you want. Oh, you want to go over here? Sure, have fun.
Can I be a chocobo farmer?
You can raise chocobos. You can buy chocobo babies if you want that.
Like that.
So you could be a chocobo.
So
At
can
least
you buy
it's a
chocobo
pet.
babies and then raise them in a specific way and then sell them?
Oh, I wish. No, that maybe
No
a patch.
selling of the
I was trying to find a way. I was trying to link you to it.
No, but you can be if you just want to go culinary, you can make food and you can actually make food or buy fish or farm, and then you can go online and make your own self a market and sell stuff. So it makes a huge, like I've done that so many times. I'm like, oh man, I'm missing a certain item or fish. You go to the market and where everyone has posted stuff and you can buy stuff. And when they buy stuff, you get money. So
This is like Sword Art Online.
it totally is like Sword Art Online. And it
I was
was
actually thinking
such a
Log
compelling.
Horizon, that's
And
a new one.
there's guilds in this game and there's marriage in this game. So it was just a huge.
It's a Sword Art Online.
Yeah, pretty much. It was really an enjoyable
Cool.
experience. There's
Okay.
so much stuff that you can do.
Is anybody here still playing it?
Waiting for PS4.
Yeah,
February,
We
I will
put it
buy
on
my-
hold till the PS4 version came out.
Do you have to buy it
Yeah,
again since you already bought it?
$10 upgrade.
Cool. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will
on
have to buy
PS3.
it again.
You know what? That'll be okay. That's kind of tempting. All right.
Yeah, I'm totally
You
gonna
have
buy
made
it.
me interested in Final Fantasy XIV, Zach.
It
It's
is really,
really
really good. Yeah, just if we had more time when we were both off of work together, I know we'd probably still play more.
And it works way better with a PC controller. Well, the characters I was playing as.
Yeah,
Man.
sometimes, yeah, the menus and stuff are a little easier to navigate with a mouse too.
That's true.
But
You can
actually,
hook up keyboard and mouse on a PC on a PS3.
Yes,
yeah,
you can.
no, the way I love the way it works, it actually works with an Xbox 360 controller, complete overlaid
Huh.
with Xbox 360 buttons.
Huh.
Even though it never came out on 360. And so I use that for combat, and then if I need to navigate menus, look at the map, then I just pull up the mouse, like just use keyboard. So I get the best of both worlds.
Mhm.
Wow.
I don't know. I just found it as a really great multiplayer economy kind of game
All right.
where everyone plays.
Let's come back to that one.
All right, sorry.
It's
Do we want 2 fighting games?
No.
Okay. Dive Kick or Injustice?
Dive kick.
Dive Kick.
Injustice.
Sorry,
You
Derek.
got superheroes.
That it's it. There was not a lot of elements to the multiplayer. Like you could play online, yes. That was about it though. Like there was no like crazy like tag teams. You can't play with like 4 players like the old Mortal Kombat.
This is an
It
ironic
would just
case for Dive.
one.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
Yeah,
wait
I
a second.
know,
I'm like,
I
wait
know.
a second. We have a jump and a kick.
I know.
Yeah,
But
we-
that-
really
Nice
deep.
innovation in the fighting genre. F.
so
Well,
what,
what Dive
what
Kick
makes
does-
Dive Kick a better multiplayer game?
What Dive Kick does is brings about more massive people that don't play fighting games. That just like, all right, just there's 2 buttons. That's all you have to do. It's not intimidating.
If we're going to look at these two as fighting games that are inherently similar in a lot of ways, if you're going to come up with best multiplayer, you have to pick the game that more people are going to feel is accessible and want to play. And I think that's going to go to Dive Kick, just because it is dive and kick. I mean, I hate fighting games. I love Dive Kick because I feel like I can play a fighting game at a decent level without memorizing anything. Just reaction times, mind games with your opponent. And yeah, so if you guys want to play a multiplayer fighting game, I'm going to play Dive Kick. I'm not going to play Injustice. She beats the crap out of me every time.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Thomas beats the
Pretty
crap
much.
out of me.
Yep, I remember that.
I beat the crap out of you every time.
And you beat the crap out of me. Everybody beats the crap out of me all the time.
Aquaman.
What the heck?
Oh, man, yeah.
I really enjoyed Injustice for the like 2 hours that I played it. It was really addicting, but Dive Kick was way more addicting and way more fun.
I
played this
bet
game.
it'll be a
You do.
little bit more
You
amusing
really do.
Do you have it on
than
Steam?
Injustice.
PS3.
PS3, okay. I'll have to play this.
So,
Yes,
what
same.
is on
It's good on
exactly?
PC too.
It is like
Yeah, no, that's
6 to
two-player
1.
one.
I think
Okay.
Injustice is
Okay.
cut.
Sorry,
Okay,
bud.
6
Justice,
ones,
yes.
Injustice off.
So we've got.
And then Pokemon XY next.
Okay.
Yes, I agree.
What game is Wario?
Well, who?
Is worthy of being in the top 3? Yes, absolutely.
I really like Battle Block
I
Theater.
honestly agree.
But
Yeah,
it doesn't
but-
sound like it's gonna work.
Oh,
Battle Block Theater?
but it's
Nope.
so good.
I would. Man, I don't know if I'd rather have it over Dive Kick or not. They're both great.
Right, so
I
then
more
I
have
think
to
we
play
got
Battle Block than Dive Kick.
I would rather play Battle Block than Dive Kick.
so
Personally.
Battle Block and Dive Kick.
And for the final 3, okay.
No, because I don't think you.
Because honestly, what's
It
left
is
right
making
now,
it into
that's what I
top
would
3.
be saying right now.
We got Monaco.
Because what else would be left?
We've got.
If we cut Battle
Left.
Block.
It's currently the list stands at Game & Wario,
Yeah.
Monaco, which
Okay.
we kind of already agreed on. Dive Kick, Battle Block, Speedrunners, Battlefield 4, Final Fantasy 14.
Oh no, Speedrunner.
Speedrunners isn't gone yet?
Yeah, that one's gone.
Okay, nobody ever said we were getting rid of it earlier.
No, I
so-
thought that's what the kind
it
of.
was still. I
Oh no, I
Came
said we
down
can
to?
knock that one out right
I
away
thought-
because there wasn't going to be a shot for it to convince you guys of that for right
don't
now.
know. You had me going.
I noticed you had
We
We had a
marked off, so I was
majority.
like,
No, I think it's.
I like the game.
It
sounds
I think
awesome.
It's really,
Yeah,
really
Well,
none
we'll
of us
have to
played
play
it.
some. That'll be
so
cool.
Agreed.
All right. So, Game & Wario, Dive Kick, Battle Block, Battlefield 4, Final Fantasy 14.
Battlefield.
Where's Battle Block?
2 out of 5.
Battlefield.
Cut you.
I got you.
What, Thomas?
Did you say Battle Block's off?
No, that's
No,
the list of
that's
stuff
what it's on.
left.
It sounds
Oh.
like it's good.
I thought you
Yeah, I think it seemed like a good top 3. Then would be possibly then Dive Kick, Monaco, and Game & Wario.
I would be all for that, but that is not going to happen.
I would be all for that.
Why?
I would not be all for
Yeah,
that.
me neither. Me neither.
Right, so Monaco,
man.
Game & Wario, and Final Fantasy 14.
How is Game-
Why is Game of
Wario on there?
I agree.
It's so good.
I'm
Why
agreeing
is
with
it-
Derek right
It's
now.
really good.
No.
We have played it. It's not that.
There are a billion shooters.
Look, it's
so
a billion shooters.
I don't
But
disagree with you on that.
That shooter is pushing limits, man.
What limits?
Its own limits.
It's
What limits?
It's fixing it though. Come on, give it. Oh, you gotta give it some credit because it is doing stuff that other fight shooters aren't going. Titanfall's doing 6-on-6 now.
Yeah, they're doing the same.
All right,
And it's going to be incredible.
right. But
If you're going to count number of players, then the
No.
Just Cause 2 multiplayer mod has to win.
Boom.
what is it?
The Just Cause 2 multiplayer. That's like I believe it's
Oh.
200 or 2,000.
Okay, but that is a mod, and it's going to come out this year.
So it's insanely terrible, but we're on that.
it's not coming out this year.
Boom.
It didn't come out this year.
I agree, but I'm saying I'm just saying number of players doesn't inherently mean better.
Right.
I agree. 32 on 32 is pretty cool.
32 on 32 with planes, vehicles, different objectives. Levolution. I hate that word.
That one map
I
where you
hate
can
that
level a
word.
building.
There's almost all of them can level buildings. So
Well, yeah.
yeah, but I say maps always change. It's a lot of explosions, a lot of stuff being remembered on the computer. There's commanders now, and being able to switch across teams and stuff, and it's just ridiculously innovative in pushing the limits of what shooters can do right now.
All right, I got a proposition.
Okay.
Since Monaco's locked in, and it sounds like Battle Block's not going to make it,
What?
we take Game & Wario or Dive Kick, one of those two, and then we take Battlefield or Final Fantasy. Because Jack and Derek seem to be fighting for Final Fantasy and Battlefield. So they can pick one of those, and then the rest of us can pick
that's-
one of the other.
Oh well.
Snap.
Because it seems like there's two
That's just-
sides emerging for each of those two games.
That's also assuming
Seems like
that
that
the
compromise.
people who aren't speaking as much aren't for Battle Block. I think me and Kirsten are for Battle Block right now.
Yeah, but
I personally want it there.
I like Battlefield.
I personally want it there. I'm not.
given the choice, I would rather play Battle Block over pretty much any other multiplayer on this list.
Have you played Battlefield 4?
I have not played 4. I played at least
how
20 to
bad
30
it
hours
was
of
when
1,
it
2,
started
and
out.
3 online.
That's all I know.
Oh man, so much fun
But,
and stress.
but there's so few differences between that and Call of Duty Online.
It's so much different. Oh my god.
The better thing to say there is there's not enough different between that and Battlefield 3.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes,
think.
yes.
I would
That's
really.
I would accept
Even
that.
Battlefield
question.
2
It's
had
a
Commander
shooter
mode.
online.
Nice.
Oh,
I mean,
but
Commander mode isn't even
Slowing it
new.
down.
You guys want Battlefield or Final Fantasy more?
Oh,
Final Fantasy. Striving for that game. That game was awesome.
But we're just talking. I don't know.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying the minorities fighting
Well, this-
Final Fantasy and Battlefield 4. I'm just saying.
This is a
You're saying two
democracy.
people are doing it. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
This
I mean,
is democracy,
no.
though. But
Thomas,
who likes Final Fantasy?
then make a case for Battle Block. That's what we're getting at here. Like nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
Nobody's making a case for it, whereas these other games have had people evangelizing this. So, like, if you want, tell us why. Like, seriously.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I like Battle Block Theater. I'm a fan.
I like Battle Block Theater.
That's just why. I mean, yeah. I mean, Battle of Theater. It's awesome. It's hilarious. I mean, everyone's saying that they love it.
Why is it a good
I'm
multiplayer?
Why is it good multiplayer? Because it takes cooperative strategy that you have to throw each other. You have to use each other as platforms. I mean, it's really fun and it's really cooperative. You have to just keep interacting with each other. I mean, I love that part of the game.
You have more fun with multiplayer on Battle Block than you do on something like not Battlefield, but something like Battlefield. Okay, no. You are shooting people, and you die like horrible deaths.
You die horrible deaths in Battle Block Theater.
But it's hilarious when you do it.
Not when you play platformers like I do. You killed me again.
If you have a good partner,
It's like
then
Mario
then
3D
hopefully-
World. I grab you.
Oh, don't get me started. I was going to rant and rage if that made top 3s. I was glad we got rid of that early.
I would at least go to say that Battle Block is better than Dive Kick.
I'll agree
That's-
with.
I like them both.
It may not be better than Battlefield, fine, but it's better than Dive Kick.
Isaiah, I think you're the only one who hasn't really picked a side on any of these 5.
Because I don't really. I mean, I've played some Battlefield and it's still really buggy. It's cool, but I just don't really think it's that different than other Battlefields. I don't really see what it's done differently than the other ones. I mean, it did bring back Commander mode. They brought back Commander mode from a previous, very old Battlefield game.
Derek objects.
Derek?
I object to the whole connotation of, oh my gosh, this game didn't change that much. Why fix something that's not broken?
I can see, like, just because they didn't change much doesn't mean it's not a good multiplayer game.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I get where
I get what you're saying.
No, yeah,
it's tough because so many of our experiences with Battlefield 4 were during that phase where it was just unplayable.
Yes,
like, and that's like I would probably love that game a lot more if it was the way it is now when it launched. But I had that experience where we couldn't play Conquest. We couldn't play.
I brought Battlefield
We couldn't do all
4 just for this case.
just for this game. We're gonna take a 2-hour break.
So we're gonna try to play Battlefield 4 on this internet.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
I know.
Oh, man. I
Sorry.
forgot about your internet.
And we're back.
Yeah.
It's
So Game & Warrior or Dive Kick?
I'd probably choose Game & Wario.
between the two. So would I.
So would I.
Yeah.
I would between those two.
It's a close fight, but Game & Wario would probably be better for me.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
that just means we're
Yeah.
marking off
It has more
that. Just get that
more
clear.
chances.
Yeah.
So
Get
I
that
think
clear.
that's what that means.
That we're reading,
I don't know.
We're reading
Okay,
ourselves
maybe
back.
not.
All right, Monica's
I don't
up
know.
there. Game
Yes.
& Wario's up there.
All right, we have 2 safe now.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. The opposite of.
Like, Game & Wario
that is
makes...
not securing Game Wario.
Oh,
Okay.
No, I think that's
Wait.
I was
No, I
just saying
think
it's
that-
better than
that
Dive
sounds
Kick.
like what we just did.
No, I think so. Yeah.
No.
Okay, because I don't think we're gonna be taking Battle Block over Game & Wario.
This isn't the hardest category.
I know.
It's not even the hardest one we have tonight.
Gosh. All right. So Game & Wario.
We want it.
Okay.
I vote for it.
Out of all the multiplayers,
Yes.
there's 2 games that are awesome.
Oh, hey.
Man.
Careful.
Hold on. Okay.
4.
Okay, what are these for?
The dancing. I enjoyed that. That
The
was pretty cool. The
dancing.
dancing
There is
versus
a dance
dancing.
off 1v1.
Oh, really?
The dance off.
It's
One
only
person gets the
2
one
players.
tablet,
Oh.
the other one gets the other tablet. That was pretty
Make
Okay.
them play a rhythm game. It's a really good idea.
It's
Kinda-
a cool idea.
Yeah. I enjoyed that.
A toy space.
Pictionary, awesome.
Dude,
Okay.
we had so much fun with that Pictionary.
We did have a lot of fun with
It
that.
is, but is it from this game? Like, okay, all right, I don't care. That's a horrible topic
Yes,
to
it is.
bring up.
Yes, don't bring it up.
Like, say it's okay. Okay, so there's that. What's the third?
The Francs.
The Francs.
There are 4 different levels that play really differently. I don't know if you guys ever played the scale level, but there's like 2 giant scales that have like
Whoa.
different amounts of weights, and you can actually weigh them both completely down, and only people who went in the middle, that's like 0 points, or like 10, the lowest,
Huh.
and then those people will win. There's a lot of strategy in that game, and it's a lot of fun.
And the fourth is
The fruit.
the fruit.
That's cool. It's kind of like Assassin's Creed multiplayer, actually.
Yeah,
You
I
have
see
to
that.
blend in and yeah, because you have to blend in, try to look like a normal person while
You're not killing
Doing
them,
objectives.
but
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, actually.
you're trying to kill him, but you're trying to catch
when
him.
you say it that way, I guess.
That line's great.
I didn't play AC4s.
I know. No.
I really liked AC3s, but I didn't play 4s.
Fours is really good.
Yeah, I thought you
They
did
brought
nominate
it.
that. You
They
did
balanced it
like
out
some.
more.
I watched some. They look cool.
More team based.
I should have played that and made this harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
No,
no.
thank
I didn't
God, Jack.
nominate it. I was like, eh.
Yeah.
The
Alright.
community is
No,
very
Very
bad.
nice.
Not good.
Very
They're
bad.
very nice people.
No.
Very forgiving.
They quit if they lose. It's terrible.
Happens.
Rage
But you do win,
People rage
so-
quitting online?
What?
Unheard
This
of.
is
All right, so Beck.
The number of times I almost dropped out of those league games we played. Your team needs you. Keep playing. No.
Man, this is good hard.
All right.
Yeah, this is unexpectedly challenging.
I know. All right. I'm the
pretty
only
much
one
for-
going for Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, by
Who
the
else?
way.
No, I like
No,
I love
14 a lot.
Okay, I've got 3 others. Never mind.
So we got.
Just when I thought we might get somewhere.
And the way the
I was about to
matchmaking
say, I
works
was
and
like,
stuff
yeah.
too, like,
Yeah.
no, it's like,
Oh my
it's how
gosh.
easy it is to find dungeons, and no, I
I would
love
say,
it.
as
Like,
even as a one player, you can go in and have a team fighting a monster at an event. I was like, this is awesome.
oh yeah, with the
Quick time events,
The-
whatever they call
The
them.
world
yeah,
events.
the
How many people for Battlefield?
Me, for the love of goodness, are you guys serious?
Yeah.
Sounds like one.
Seriously, is
What?
that it?
I'm halfway in.
Sounds like one and a
It's,
half.
1.5.
1.5.
okay,
I'm waist deep. Going. Okay.
The reason
it's
that I'm
good.
not as exuberant about it is because it is very high quality. I like it a lot. We played that for
still
hours.
not working on Xbox or PC.
The game is so good that so many
Even-
players,
even
with the
aside-
bugginess,
even aside
Still
from
try.
that,
It's
Uh,
good
it's-
point, I mean,
it feels like something that I have done before. Like, while I agree that it is awesome, like I'm totally with you there. It does feel like, I mean, I played Battlefield 3 on PC, and it feels pretty similar, which is an achievement, being that we were playing it on the PS4. Like, that's a very good thing. But it doesn't feel as special as some of these other games. Like the Game & Wario stood out to me just because I hadn't played anything like that before, and that's the novelty is maybe what I'm valuing there. But I get that's why Battlefield 4 didn't jump out at me as much, is because it just wasn't as special as something like Game & Wario, as something like Dive Kick.
Battle Block.
No, I'm not going to go. I agree with that on Battle Block.
Of course you.
Well, I will say the first couple of weeks of Final Fantasy 14 were the same.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that was about
Oh.
2 weeks. Yeah, and it was kind of bad. Only because people were so but it was just the server capacity. But once you got in,
It was
it ran
fine.
perfectly. But so it's kind of the queue. They didn't have a queue system, so you kind of just had to keep spamming online. Normally get through an episode of anime before I could get logged in.
Yeah.
Read a book.
I would have
Like
iPhone
that,
here and then just be
Forever.
smashing the A button trying to log in. But that's only because since Final Fantasy 14 was so bad, they were conservative with their estimates of how many people would be playing a Realm Reborn.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, but that took, I mean, it wasn't a month.
It was a quick fix.
Yeah, it was a
that
couple
was
weeks.
a couple weeks.
Just get rid of both of them.
But yeah, I mean, but besides that, though, the fact that they were actually able to make all the server issues. Normally, like MMOs are almost completely unplayable.
True.
Like even when you connect, like people get disconnected, lag. But when you're in the game, there's none of that. Never really got no lag. Never got disconnected. It was buttery smooth on the inside. And that definitely had nothing to do with your internet or computer.
No. It's totally our internet. Our internet bruh, got disconnected so
you
many
cannot play Final
times.
Fantasy.
Zachariah's like, I'm doing well on my PS3. And my computer's like, disconnected.
Final Fantasy 14, not as pretty as on PS3, but it ran smoothly. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that game is beautiful though. It's really nice.
Yeah. Music and graphics.
I love the progress we made
Yeah,
there.
we made
This is zero.
So Battlefield 4, Battle Block Theater, and then we're down to 3 of Game & Warrior, Monaco,
yeah,
and
Battlefield 4
Final
is
Fantasy.
just getting cut because it's not innovative. Is that why?
Because you're the only one pulling for it really hard.
And the reason why you guys... No, that's why I want to know your guys' reasons for why you don't like it.
I haven't played
Yeah,
it.
what's your
Haven't played
reasons
it.
as well for Battle Block? Why you guys?
It was broken at launch.
And that's the only reason? There's a lot.
I agree with that.
I guess.
That's it.
That's why I didn't.
How about
buy
this
it.
side of the coin? It makes it go more solo as in a room. I guess maybe I could do that with Final
Local
Fantasy
versus
14.
online.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's more online
I can see that.
based, but Final
That is
Fantasy
how
14 is more
device-
online
But
based
then
as
you
well.
could say, if you
Yeah.
don't have any friends over for Game and Wario, how fun is that by yourself?
Single player games are good.
But again, this
But
is
this is the best
multiplayer.
multiplayer.
This is multiplayer.
the whole
not
point is
game.
multiplayer.
This is multiplayer.
Right.
It's saying
We do for
multiplayer.
multiplayer.
Okay.
We do tend to favor local multiplayer over online.
All right,
because it's
Talk about
generally
multiplayer
better.
Everyone.
games.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yep.
Idea, thought.
Okay.
We have one game locked in. That's Monaco. We have 5 games left. Each person gets 2 votes. Figure out which of the 5
on my list.
you want in.
Check.
Which 2 of the 5 you would add to Monaco for our top 3. And each person gets 2 votes. We'll go down the list, and you pick the 2 you like the most. And this will at least give us some information as to where we stand.
Okay.
Balls.
All right. So everybody take a second. Game and Wario, Dive Kick, Battle Block Theater, Battlefield 4, Final Fantasy 14. 2 votes apiece. The 2 games you would add to that list.
Can we choose the same game twice?
No.
No, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Only
Derek.
fair.
So kind of think about that, and then we'll tally them up. This is going to be great to listen to, I'm sure. Apologies to our listeners as we're all going to raise our hands
We can
in a
say
second to
Oh,
vote
we
for
can
things.
say it.
We can say
We
here.
can say
but,
it? Okay, yeah, we'll go around the table and say which 2.
Say your name.
That'll be much faster. Good suggestions. Does everybody know which 2 they would pick?
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay. I'll start. I would vote for Game & Wario and Dive Kick. Isaiah.
Game and Wario and Final Fantasy 14.
Okay. Alex.
Game and Wario and Battle Block Theater.
Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 4 and Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
I got Battle Block Theater and Dive Kick.
Game and Wario and Final Fantasy 14.
I'll go Battle Block and Game & Wario.
Okay.
That's what we like.
That gives us Game & Wario with 5 votes,
Mhm.
Battle Block and Final Fantasy 14 with 3 votes apiece, Dive Kick with 2, Battlefield 4 with 1.
All right, so
And that's where we're at.
Alright, so Game
nothing
and
official
Wario
coming out of
lost,
that.
that eliminate
Battlefield
at least
out,
one.
and then we're between Battle
Again,
Block and
I
Final
would like to
Fantasy.
hear everybody else's opinion of why they don't want a Battlefield 4. He's given his reason. He just hasn't played
You
it.
like
I
the
He's
other
said,
a
games
I
plug
said
in.
mine.
I haven't played it either,
He's a buggy. Not innovative.
I told you mine.
I just don't like.
and I've seen
And I
that.
do, and like Isaiah said, I do definitely prefer local multiplayer to online.
Agreed.
And it's okay. Plus, I don't know. The only shooters I really enjoyed online are when I can take 2 people online on the same console, split screen, and go online. I love
okay.
Halo online so much.
Borderlands.
Okay.
Borderlands. Yeah, anytime I can take 2 people and go online. But
Yeah.
yep, that's actually why I play more
Rules.
Call of Duty online than Battlefield. So until they can implement that, Battlefield's going to be a little bit harder of a sell for me.
I have not played it yet. However, I have watched actually a lot of gameplay. The only reason I wouldn't vote for it is just because, again, I like the local. There are too many noobs online that hack into stuff.
I was raging about that earlier today.
The community was better and more talkative.
Oh yeah.
It was that a burn to me.
Yes.
I stopped talking.
Halfway.
I stopped talking when I get into a fray. Like bullets flying over my head. I'm just
We're
like,
playing as a squad. He'll stop talking. I'm like, Derek, where are you?
I tend to do the same thing. If I'm focused, I'm
all right.
sitting there.
And I also, okay, so I burnt myself a little hole here because now I remembered something I hate about the multiplayer. There is no pre-lobby, and they're not going to do it, they said. Stupid. All right, I'm cutting myself it.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Progress.
Yeah.
So,
If someone reminded me of that, I would have easily cut it.
I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize it was that important.
Remind of its
It's
weaknesses.
huge. You want to play with friends, you can't do that. You have to log on to a
Oh,
server.
they still haven't fixed that at
They're
all?
not going to.
There's a
So
queue.
you can't just
I
get a
looked it
party
up.
together
Nope.
and then just
You
go
can't.
to
You
games.
can't even pre-lobby like in Halo, where you can be like, all your friends get into a single lobby.
Wow.
You can talk.
Dude, that's like Halo 2.
I
Yeah,
know.
no,
do
that's
that.
yeah, that's something. So we were so
That's like
we were
the
trying to figure
dawn
that out at
of
launch.
online
There's no way to do that.
Nope, and they're not.
That is
gonna,
abominable.
They're not going to touch it. They said because what you can do though is switch teams during game.
That doesn't
and-
matter if your
I
server's
know
full.
exactly.
What the heck?
So you have to find a server that's 50 like 10 guys
Oh
live.
my
It's pretty
goodness.
bad.
That's
So-
terrible.
So
All
I
right, Battlefield 4's bad. No.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Point
We'll
made,
talk
alright.
more about that later.
Alright.
That's trash.
if someone reminded me that, I could have easily been
wow.
like, oh,
That's a
okay. It makes it
huge
hard to
shortcoming.
play with your friends. All right, yeah. Derek, cut this game. All right.
I went to the dark side really quickly.
Yeah.
that game.
So it's like,
All right. So
Great game, but man,
so then
makes it hard to
next
play with friends.
next lowest on the list is Dive Kick.
We locking Game and Wario?
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
Game and
fine.
Wario's
fair
a
enough.
lock.
Fair enough.
Better than Dive Kick.
No.
By these votes,
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? I agree.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
multiplayer.
Multiplayer. Yes. So Game and Wario's a lock.
We pretty much look like we're going to be down to Game Warrior, Monaco, and Final Fantasy 14.
Monaco, I thought was locked already.
It is.
Yeah.
All right.
We're down
That's- I mean,
to
it looks like that's
Battle
weird
Block
top three.
and Final Fantasy 14 and Dive Kick unless we got rid of it.
Oh, Harry scratched it off. My bad.
Yeah,
When you vote-
I thought we just agreed to get rid of Dive Kick.
Did we?
I
I
guess.
think so.
Vote,
Yeah.
Votes wise.
Yeah.
The two voters just were like.
Then we're
eh.
deciding between Battle Block
For
and
that,
Final
so.
Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Fine.
We got 7 people with
Yeah,
democracy.
we don't have ties anymore.
Oh man,
This
I
is
know.
awesome.
I know where
Seven
this is
people.
going.
So we're doing it.
All right, so votes for Battle Block and Final Fantasy 14.
It's totally new Battle Block.
Yeah, Battle Block.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm okay with giving them Final Fantasy 14.
But I want to.
Although I definitely like Battle Block more.
I'm okay.
Battle
We'll
I
start.
like 'em both.
We'll start not at me. We'll start at Alex and go around the table then.
I like Battle Block more.
I like Final Fantasy 14.
Battle Block.
Final Fantasy 14.
Battle Block.
Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14.
Oh,
Just by one. It's a close game.
I love you.
I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
Dude, I hate co-op platformers.
Tragic.
That's why you're going to love
That is tragic,
speedrunners.
Alex. That is.
Yeah.
Competitive.
Competitive
Okay.
platforming.
And
That's
it's
the
fun
first thought when I played
Okay.
it.
So
what
Man,
wins?
Brock is going to love this game.
All right.
I'm going to say Monaco since that was the first
Yeah,
I
I think
know.
Monaco is
I
a
think
pretty
Monaco's
clear winner
so-
there.
so-
Dude, it was our first lock-in.
I don't care. Game of Wario's better.
Say Monaco.
Even with your
I
surprise
say Monaco number one because
enjoyment of Monaco?
I don't care anymore.
Yeah, even when, I mean, like, yeah, I enjoy Monaco a lot. I think it's a great multiplayer game. But I think like the lows you can have in Monaco don't exist in something like Game and Wario. Having to save Thomas over and over and over and over and over.
You can if someone's a really bad drawer.
I'm just not. You know what?
How about
That
we
is a
just
fair
go around
point.
and vote
I
then?
rescind my argument.
Well, yeah.
And I was kidding, Thomas.
I also didn't give up,
Just
though.
kidding.
That's
No,
the
you
one
didn't.
thing.
No, you didn't. You kept.
You would run right in there and die again.
I would run right in there and die again. I would.
You were very good at what you did.
Hey, one time I was all by myself and I saved
And
all
you,
you
yeah,
guys.
you did.
Just saying.
You did.
You never
you were
gave
very
up. You
valuable
trusted
as
your
well.
instincts.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't think
Exactly.
I stayed
Even if
alive
it
more than
was
5
straight to my
minutes.
desk.
You know what?
More like
Okay,
a fuck.
Monaco.
I was the
All right.
testing grounds, guys. Come on.
I'm okay with Monaco.
All right.
I'm okay with Monaco.
Anyone
Monaco.
against Monaco?
Nope.
All right.
Me, it sucks.
All right.
Guess what? 6-1.
Bad Gaming Podcast, best multiplayer game of 2013. Monaco, what's yours is mine. All right.
Man, this would have been so much easier. if you
It's
guys
at
did
1
this.
hour later for the easiest category.
This could
And
be bad.
At least we have two
That's why you
personals
guys need to
after
play
this,
this game.
right?
Hey, we got 2 personals, so we get to get that out of the way, and then we get to have 3 more collaborative ones.
Straight in a row.
Yeah, but these are all pretty. I don't think
That's
those
what
would
we
be
thought
too bad.
about multiplayer.
I thought multiplayer would be easy.
Yeah.
Not.
Wasn't
that's
it
just 'cause-
usually?
that's
Isn't
'cause-
it usually?
It's usually easy.
It's usually easier than it was.
I think it's because
But that's a
people
good
don't
sign.
care as
Good
much for
games.
that one, so
Yeah.
typically.
All right, so
Alright,
biggest disappointment.
Biggest
Oh, yeah,
disappointment, we are starting with our third player on our list, Derek.
Boom.
Biggest disappointments of 2013.
Bam. Was there more? Gosh. My first one I have, I guess, right here is Mario Party for the 3DS. I heard it was coming out. I looked at some game footage. I was like, oh man, they're trying something new. This is going to be awesome. I bought it day one, went to Walmart, plugged it in, and I was like, where's all the parties?
Mario without the party.
I know.
Mario Island Tour. There's the party.
So, I would say in like the old school games, I loved going around the board. 2-on-2, 3-on-1. It had some really cool modes. There were some
Is
really
that
good
not
games.
in this?
No. all the games are 4-on-4, no matter what.
What?
Not 4-on-4, 1-on-1. It's
Wait,
all for one.
all for one.
Right, so the 3v1s were always the best part of Mario
Exactly.
Party.
They're gone.
And I like the 2v2 also, like
I'd
the
rather
obstacle
just have
courses.
all
Those are
3v1s.
awesome.
And that's what they should be doing with the Mario Party for the Wii U.
All gone. And also, there's only 2 boards
It's perfect for that.
out of 8 that you can play that actually have games after everyone's turn. So the other 6, you have to actually land on a spot to play a game.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So it's
So you get
Mario Party without the party.
Wow.
They're like, oh, so the only way to win the game usually is to get to the end first. And one of the levels is Bowser's, and whoever gets to Bowser loses. And whoever's the farthest away from Bowser wins. So you just want to roll once.
wow.
That's kind of a
Whoa.
cool concept.
It is.
I guess.
That's probably my favorite
Penalizing
board.
you for high dice.
Yep.
Man, that's
Man, I
different.
always suck at rolling dice in Mario Party, so I can't awesome at that one.
And for those maps, the parties after you win, instead of getting coins and stuff, you get dice that are multipliers or subtract your dice roll.
Oh, cool.
So that was a cool concept. I wish they did that for every other game mode, but it's not. And it's ugh.
Wow, I was actually really looking forward to that game. As soon as I knew there was a Mario Party coming out, I was like, oh yeah.
I wish
And
they kept
3D.
it. Oh, the best part about the game is to actually just sit down with people and just play the games. It's the best part about the whole game. The boards are just not even worth it.
Just the minigames.
Nah, I even went through the whole battle tower or whatever, and it was like they're all easy bots, so they're super cakewalk. You go all the way up to the top tower, and there's one hard mode that you fight, and because you get to Bowser's and you lose, oh well, you stay at the same level and you go battle them again on easy. So there's no
Wow.
difficulty in it.
They'll just have to make Island Tour 2 now. Make it all better.
I wish if they do, and they actually have like a legit. I can see why they did it because it's a handheld and it can fill up 20 minutes of your time. That's how long they usually take.
Yeah.
20 minutes to maybe 45. Like Zachary, I won in 2 turns.
Yep.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah,
We made like what, one game maybe?
we
One
played.
game.
Yep, we played one game.
That's terrible.
That's Mario Party.
Yeah. So we looked at each other like, let's play another one.
Let's go back to Mario Party on the 64.
Let's just not.
So
The
yeah.
best.
Mario Party for the Wii U. Like, somebody runs the board against the 4 people playing it or something. Like,
It's
did anybody play
But
Mario,
we got
Mario
Wii
Party
Party
6
you
with the
already.
microphone and one person played against everybody with the microphone? Like,
Oh, the Bowser?
yeah, like, well, there was one where
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
like, piloted this big, like, ship and
Yep.
control.
Yeah.
That stuff was awesome.
You had the
I didn't
Bowser
play that
monster thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I always think when I think of the best, like, 3v1s. Yeah, because you could
Yep.
use the microphone to, like, fire, like, missiles. Yep.
Oh.
Bowser, flamethrower breath.
You
Yep.
never played it.
Like, yeah, so everyone else was... You'd shoot lasers at the big person that was the boss and have to try to destroy him, and he had to try to destroy everyone else.
That sounds
Oh,
crazy.
There's so much cool stuff
It's-
that could be done with that.
Sounds like
Yeah.
fun.
Like there were some interesting ideas with the stylus and the voice commands because there's one where you have to do a voice acting.
6.
6.
So you have 4 players playing it. You have to do the best voice acting of a single character.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the microphone it's kind of bad
That's
for
true.
it, but it was fun. Like I got a couple laughs out of people.
Cool.
So that was pretty bad. My other one, I love the Alien movie, Aliens.
Nah.
I wonder where this is going.
Oh man, I wonder. Man, I was super pumped up for this game.
That was super
years
pumped up for
back.
Nino Cooney.
Yeah. years back, when they were first showed it in like Game Informer, like, yeah, Colonial Marines, it's gonna be awesome. I'm like, yes, finally, they're finally doing it. It's gonna be awesome. I have aliens
Yeah, the
crawling across.
multiplayer's gonna be good.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be epic. And they
Gearbox is
totally
making
robbed
it.
the ball.
Yeah.
I was supposed to review this for the Wii U, and it never came out.
That's true. It got canceled.
And yeah, because they're like, oh, we're gonna make it way better for the Wii U.
There was an article title that said Wii U gets best exclusive cancellation for Aliens Colonial Marines.
It was. Zachary rented it, and I personally didn't find it that bad. Like everyone's saying, it was complete poop. I didn't find it poop.
It's a little poop.
It was a shiny
It's a little
poop.
poop.
It's a little
It's a
poop.
little.
I think, yeah,
It's a squirt.
it could be classified as a disappointment if the best thing you can say about it is not poop. Not complete poop.
And yeah, so that let me down. The multiplayer, I was like, okay, maybe it'll be a multiplayer, it'd be awesome. Nah, the aliens, you can't attach to some walls. You get lost. Your creature can't even figure out where up is. It's pretty bad. Alex has played it today actually, and he said the AI were
And he
horrible.
loved it.
Oh, just a
I've never even noticed that actually. I when I played through the first couple levels of it,
How do you not?
I didn't notice. I just saw aliens on walls and I shot it.
Aliens
He's having
on
a good
floors, turning 360 degrees over and over and over because they don't know where
Easy
you are.
targets.
Easy.
Take that, Zetos!
Yeah, so that was my second horrible game letdown.
All right.
Metro actually was a disappointment.
You were excited about Metro?
I was. The first time I watched you play Metro,
Because it's awesome.
it was awesome. Yeah, I loved it. The story, like the whole atmosphere seemed awesome. Like I really like that idea. I like post-apocalyptic games and stuff like that. And this one seemed super realistic. You know, lights, gasoline,
Changing
all
out
that
gas
stuff.
mask.
Then yeah, exactly. I was like, man, this is gonna be really intense. In this game, I didn't feel like it stood up to it. Zachary, I loved it.
I love that game.
You forced me. You forced me to
I
play
loved it.
I know you forced
Just
me
so
to
you
play
know, top 10.
I know. It's not mine. Sorry. But
Whatever, but
the last hour was the best part of the whole game. That made up for the whole game.
The last fight was very epic.
it was very epic.
Yep.
Yes.
I was like,
glitch.
Awesome.
if the whole game had more moments like that, I would have been cool with it.
I never had
But,
a glitch though.
It does. When you picked up by a demon and it carries you around, and you're freaking the heck out.
Yeah, and then it drops you, and you're hoping you don't fall in the river
Because you know what's in the river.
because you know what's in the river, and it'll
Duh.
hit you.
I've only got picked up by one monster
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
And
That's
it's
the best
really,
part of the
really
game.
creepy.
Fighting
Really
those
scary.
monsters.
And I only suffocated once because I took too much damage and my gas mask broke. I was like,
okay.
no. I saw a dead guy. I was like, mask.
And
Like it was right there.
like, no.
No, I liked it.
That's so
I like the atmosphere that it had in it, but I did not like where it was going for the first half, for the first 3/4 of the game.
Because they're setting up a killer story.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bunch of follow me over here. I'm like I could play Call of Duty and get the same thing.
A little. It's fairly linear, yes.
The linearity is awesome.
I was waiting for it to be a nice big open map one.
Oh, it's not.
And it was not that.
It is not that.
I was let down from that.
It's not Fallout 3.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I thought it was gonna be Fallout 3-esque.
That would have been even better, but it's
Nope.
great. What it is great too. Me
So
too.
it's alright. If it was for that, I'd probably beat it in 7 hours. And still, no. All right, and those were my top. Those were my 3.
All right.
What was number 1? Mario Party?
I'm gonna say Aliens.
Alien. Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
Mm.
I was excited for that one.
Easy.
All right.
Isaiah.
This year actually not too big of a disappointing year for me. Normally there's at least one game that just crushed me with disappointment, but overall I pretty much enjoyed about everything I played. The first one I have listed here was Rise, because I really like brawlers like that, you know, action RPGs. And it was good. It was just meh, you know, it was getting a lot of mixed press at first, like E3, but then, you know, like, no, try it out, it's good. We promise. And then it got pretty bad reviews, and yeah, it's just very blah. Graphics are good, it is very pretty, but yeah, it's meh. Wonderful 101 was also one because it's Platinum Games, so very high expectations, and also they had already knocked it out of the park that year with
Anarchy reigns.
Metal Gear Rising. I mean, Anarchy Reigns was still cool.
It's a cool game.
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, I just talked about that game half there, more of a proof of concept of a game.
It is
and
gonna be a
review
great
on stuff.
mode in Bayonetta 2.
Right, yep.
If they go that way.
I'm hoping they do. But, yeah, so I played it a couple hours, and it was difficult, and just not really very enjoyable.
It's hard to get into.
Yeah.
It really is.
The other one is Sonic Lost World. It looked very, very good from the trailers. They were talking about you had a lot of Nintendo people working on it. Seemed to be taking a lot of cues from Mario Galaxy, the best of all Marios. So, it seemed, and Mario and Sonic's been on something of a comeback lately. Sonic Colors, Sonic Generation. It's been good stuff, and so it seemed like this would be the one to take it really back into the being definitively really good. And it's going to be a Wii U exclusive, which they really needed a lot.
Yep.
So it had the expectations of that writing on it too. So then when it,
But they had Yoshi
Really
Island or
disappointing.
Yoshi Story
There was
levels.
something like that.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense.
Yep.
So if any of this would win, I guess it'd be Sonic. But overall, not too disappointing of a year for me.
It's so
No Diablo
weird.
3s this year.
It's so weird to see Sonic open a warp pipe. So
Gosh.
That does sound weird.
All right, Tom.
But Kirsten,
Yeah. Sorry. Don't forget about Kirsten.
whoa.
Can't
She's still here, guys.
read. Can't read.
So actually, no one's even mentioned my three, so this is interesting. One of them is Brain Age, the new Brain Age game for the 3DS.
That's a good.
Um,
good one.
I really like the Brain Age past games. They're pretty cool. They're just one of those games you just keep in there to play in your off time. But the one thing that I did not like is it basically has a time limit. You can only do so many things in a 24-hour period.
Yep.
And I don't want to sit down and just play like an hour of this. I want to sit down and play like 3 or 4 hours, because you get into it and at the point where you're like, all right, this is so totally awesome. They're like, nope, gotta wait until tomorrow. And
That's
it's
so weird.
Yeah.
They actually give a lot of explanation for that. I don't want to defend Brain Age concentration training. But they said they did some research in that's the time limit you can do, I think, 8 minutes or 5 minutes of the actual, I think it's the devil training is what it's called. And it's really hard. And they said people who do it very shortly won't see any progress. People who do it too long get burnt out and actually lose progress. That's why they limited it. And there's a couple other modes, but still, it was less than I was hoping as well. Yeah.
This wouldn't have been on my list if you could progress faster at the beginning.
It takes a while. I still don't think I have everything unlocked, and I played for like 30 or 40 days.
Oh
If,
my goodness.
if for like the first 3 days you could do double and then it'll go down, I would have been completely okay with it. It would have not been disappointing at all. But just because it is so unbelievably slow to start out, I did not have any want to go back to this game at all. Another one was actually Project X. I played actually a decent amount of that. And it sounded really cool because it had a bunch of different characters I didn't know.
Project
Oh yeah,
Cross
sorry, Project Crossing.
Okay.
I got
Sorry. Played several hours of that one, and going through that, it was really cool. Different characters and maybe characters that I haven't seen before, and it was almost too confusing to go through that. Last one is actually, I did not like The Last of Us.
Bum, bum,
I know.
I'm done with this game of the year.
Measure out.
She got
And
2 hours.
hopefully no one hates me for this, but I think a game should be a game, not a story, and you press a couple buttons here and there.
Oh man.
Where's that
I don't
YouTube
know.
clip?
Which one?
Have you played
Kirsten,
Beyond?
I wouldn't play
Oh, yeah.
Gone
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Home.
about
Yeah.
If it would have started earlier or had more fights at the beginning, I think it would have been okay. But I didn't even get to a real good fight until about 2 to 3 hours in, and it was just not my cup of tea. I'm pretty sure
All
I'm
right.
gonna be murdered.
Zach is literally crying.
Yeah,
I-
Zach might be crying a little bit right
A
now.
little bit, yeah.
Uh,
Holding back.
I just got
Everyone has their opinions.
misty eyes right now.
I shall enjoy everyone's
Thing.
opinion.
That's good.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
You don't have to enjoy their opinion.
Okay.
I guess
I'm gonna have to not be harsh to the last one. I don't want to make Zach cry.
yeah, don't make Zach
I would
cry,
feel so
guys.
terrible.
Don't be mean.
I love The
it's
Last
okay.
of Us. It's my favorite game of the year.
I
Now you don't have to go that far.
I just got kicked.
Just don't cry, man.
Man,
Just painful to hear. Like nails on a chalkboard to my ears. But I'm a fanboy of Naughty Dog, so that is my one flaw.
all right.
All right.
Excuse me. Thomas, you're up next.
All right. First things first. Most of the games that I played this year were recommended by my oldest brother, Alex, who's here. So I'll just clarify that. Just not to make it sound like he was controlling me or anything, but I'm just kidding.
Wait, no.
And well, the reason why I actually got my biggest disappointment was because of him, because
You're welcome.
he told me to play XCOM: The Bureau.
Why? Review it.
Yeah, someone had to review it. Apparently, they decided to throw the crap at me this year. So I played that game. No matter how terrible it was, I just I rented
Mass
it.
Effect,
Thank
right?
goodness.
Kind of.
I rented it. So
It wishes.
I was able to give it back after a couple days after I beat it, and so
And you beat it.
yeah, I actually
There we
beat it.
go.
I was
Beat it.
surprised.
Nice,
I
yeah.
know, but that was the only reason
Memorable.
why was because I had to review it.
He
So I
didn't
had.
beat Arkham Origins.
I didn't beat Arkham Origins yet, but yeah. So I mean, that was all I've
Worse
had
than
for
XCOM: The Bureau.
all I've had for biggest disappointment was XCOM: The Bureau because
Oh.
I was pretty. I was in a controlled environment, as I'd
But were
say.
you anticipating XCOM: The Bureau?
I was hoping it was going to be good because it was going to be my first review.
We watched some
So-
good gameplay videos before.
Yeah, and it looked good. And I mean, it was like, oh man, here's
Yeah,
a little bit of
potential.
this, a little bit of that, and then it was all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's kind of like a fruitcake, you know? You got fruit good, cake good, fruitcake nasty crap, right? So
That's actually a really good analogy. I like that.
Thomas and I just high-fived over the table.
so yeah, that's that.
Thomas, anybody who can make a Jim Gaffigan reference at this table, you know what? I'm just awesome.
Yep.
No need to try fruitcake.
You're not
Alright.
missing out.
Did you want to bring up anything else? or is
That is solely the only disappointment I had the whole year.
All right.
It's impressive. All right.
I have a lot.
Well, one of my biggest disappointments of this year was almost surprised that no one said was one of my favorite all-time shows came out with a game called Adventure Time. Adventure Time.
yeah.
What was it? Enter the Dungeon. Why?
Yet.
Yeah, oh,
Explore the dungeon
Explore the
because
dungeon
I
because
don't.
I don't know.
because I don't know. Worst title ever.
I don't
Worst
know why I'm
game.
playing
I think it actually describes the game.
Yeah,
I
it doesn't
don't
make
know.
sense in the context of the game.
Why am I playing this? I don't know.
I think that's what the director told everyone as they made this game. How do we do this? I don't know. Just do what you want.
Just go.
The only saving grace to the whole game was they've got the voice actors to be in that game. That was
That's
the
awesome.
only saving grace. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have played as much as I did, which was only to like floor 11
Out of 100.
out of 100. So I got about 10% through. It's pretty much
You can say 11%. It's okay.
11%.
Oh, nice.
But it was just such a bad. It had like kind of like a Rogue Legacy kind of feel where you go to the dungeon, grab some gold, come back. However, you can't conserve all your gold, which is a crime to that game. Like if you could save it, it'd be easier and nicer. It was a really terribly made. What was it? Dungeon crawler. It's like fourth person look down. It was terrible. Gameplay was very rudimentary. Music was bad, and also like there was nothing good to the game. It was just there. That was one of my worst experiences, and probably my biggest disappointment was Aliens. Like what Derek said, Colonial Marines, terrible. I was super excited about it because AVP came out. What was it, half a year before that? Maybe a year. I don't know. But AVP, I really enjoyed AVP, especially the online. So I was excited to see what Aliens Colonial Marines could do. Gearbox is doing it. I was pumped. And it was Terrible.
It wasn't poop.
It was a gold.
Complete.
It wasn't complete
poop.
It was a shiny poop. But it was just so bad. So the only thing that really did it well was the sound effects were amazing and the lighting designs on some of the maps are really cool. They had like maybe 1 or 2 missions where it was an actual Aliens game, which that's what I wanted the whole game to be, but the rest of it was just complete waste of time.
Generic garbage.
Yes.
Don't worry, you'll get your alien
Bob.
game.
And so Aliens was my number 1.
Okay.
Setting up next year already.
I'm hoping, yeah. The new Aliens game.
Disappointed.
I feel like we're
Alien.
seeing the same thing happen
Alien
with
and-
Sonic as we are with Aliens games.
Yeah.
And the next one's going to be great, man. You don't even know.
Sega. Coincidence?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It's a conspiracy, I tell
I hope it's not EA.
Follow the money.
That's all I care.
That'll be Star Wars games.
Oh,
No.
I'm waiting for
Dice
it.
and EA.
gonna-
Battlefront.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming out until 2015. now.
Battlefront 3.
I'm just hoping it'll come out and it'll be a
so-
good game, and not just it can't work the first like couple months. That's all I hope.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. I know it's EA now.
It's
The norm. It's becoming the norm.
Dude, it's so glitchy, but my friend's already punching at 130 hours on Battlefield.
Is that Chris Gray?
Yeah.
Gosh.
I mean, he's played 6. But
Yeah.
he's had it on.
Now does his wife play with him?
Yes.
That's awesome.
All right. Alex.
All right. I'm going to talk about 5 games here. 3 of them are at length. And I'll point out that 4 of them are exclusive to Nintendo platforms. If that's relevant or not, we will see. Number 5, I'm going to talk about Regular Show, Mordecai and Rigby, and 8-Bit Land. First off, the game's not an 8-bit. Mega disappointment from the gate. False advertising.
Sue.
That game... Okay, so we have to go back to last year to look at Adventure Time, Hey Ice King, Why Do You Steal Our Garbage? That game was short, but not difficult enough for challenging, and it was like 4 hours. So then when I got Regular Show, it wasn't as good as that, which was already a disappointment because I expected it to be far better than that. It was shorter, about 2 hours and 50 minutes, but sufficiently challenging, but much less content. Then we get to my number 4, which is Adventure Time, Hey Ice King. Not Hey Ice King. The same thing exact.
I don't know. What is it?
Explore the
I
dungeon
know.
because I don't know. And I was like, okay, well, the regular show game wasn't as good. The last Adventure Time game wasn't as good. That's because they're funneling all the resources to this Adventure Time game. It's gonna be awesome. It's got 4-player local multiplayer, so it's playing into what I like. And no, I was wrong. It is abominable. There are 100 floors. It starts out way too easy if you're playing by yourself. You can play with multiplayer or single player, of course. The single player is either way too easy at the start, and then it gets way too hard at the end. Multiplayer is just unenjoyable across the board.
Did you beat this game?
I did, and I hated myself for this. 90 to 100 was nothing short of hellish. Like, that game sucks. It's so bad.
So if you do die, you go back like what, 5 levels?
Yes.
Oh man.
But you unlock all the cool characters.
You do unlock LSP, which is always a good thing, but not enough to save this game. So because of the 2 previous games not being as good as I was hoping, this was even more of a disappointment. Yeah. Alright, so number 3. Sonic Lost World. Yeah, Isaiah touched on it quite a bit. Sonic's been on somewhat of an upward trajectory, a little bit of a roller coaster still. Generations was about half good. Colors was about maybe 75% good. Sonic Lost World's maybe 5% good.
Oh man.
Really bad game. I was describing it before we started. The basic controls are so flawed and unwieldy that anything else the game could do right is completely fundamentally broken and can't operate as one would think it should. My second biggest disappointment of the year is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Being the 5th game in a much-loved series, it was very disappointing that it competes for the worst game in the core series, and that was a mega disappointment to me.
I'll agree with you.
Okay. When we're looking at Justice for All, the second game in the series was still probably worse than this one because there's 4 cases, and Dual Destinies has 5, even though the last 2 are the same case. The second case was terrible, the third case was really good, and then the fifth case was great. But overall, the writing and the story wasn't nearly as good as the previous games in the series. I didn't even nominate it for best writing/story, and that's almost all that game is, so I found that to be a major disappointment. Number 1. I'm going to sound like Derek here when he was talking about Mario Party, because Wii Party U was my biggest disappointment. And I blame that all on a very positive preview from Jason Schreier of Kotaku. He said it was going to be the Wii Sports for the Wii U, and that it was not. There are 2 games worth playing and seeing in that game. The rest of it is terrible. There are a lot of Mario Party maps, like you said, Derek, but it's normally just getting to the end of the map first. And what you get is multiple dice and such. And one game, like, there are 4 different... There's a mini game, and then, like, the first player will get 7 dice, the second player will get 5, 30, 1. So it sounds like there's a lot of things they carried over into this game, which makes it just not fun. One game has you assembling outfits, which you're basically a fashion designer for that game. It was better than I expected, I must say, but that's because I thought it was going to be a complete waste of time. That was the last one of that type of game I played, but there are just a lot of really bad things about Wii Party U, and it is the biggest disappointment for me in 2013.
I was so close to buy that game too. Because it came with that controller.
It might be worth it still, is the sad part, because it's a $50 game.
Yes.
And it comes with a remote, so that's $40. It might be worth $10.
I'm really tempted to get that.
If you need
I've thought about it.
If you need a remote, it probably is. Just don't expect much from it.
It's probably why the price is not going down, because it's like, there's a weird remote in here. That's why they added to it, because they're like, come on,
that is going to be the successor to
I mean,
Nintendo Land.
Play,
That's
which was the last game to come with a Wii Remote, like, sold bajillions and bajillions.
Yep.
So, yeah, I wouldn't expect the price to go down that way.
Wii Play was fun. I like that.
Man, that tank game?
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's the thing. Yeah,
Yeah, that was fun.
tank game was cool.
You could race cows.
No.
There's a tank
you
game.
could raise
There's
that.
a tank game in Mario Party 3DS.
Hmm.
It's not great. It's right.
Shell Shock was my favorite in Mario Party 2.
Bumper balls.
That one's always
Yeah.
That one's always fun.
All right. Well,
Right.
I'll take it away with my biggest disappointments of 2013. I'll try to be brief. Number 5, I'll touch on the Wii U. Just in general. That system's been out for a year, and I cannot wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone. And I feel that's a bummer.
That is.
I should be able to say unequivocally, you should buy a Wii U.
But it's outsold
But I can't.
the Xbox One.
I have not
That's
turned
only been
on.
out for another year.
I don't think I turned on my Wii this
Yeah,
entire
it
year.
outsold it weekly though. But
Well, it's-
it's catching up really.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that's a shame. I should be able to say to just about anyone, there are enough good games on this console for you to buy it, but I can't.
There's not.
I can't.
Wait till next year.
And that sucks. Yeah, we'll see.
If they don't get pushed back.
Number 4 is
Oh,
next
Smash
year,
Brothers for
maybe,
Wii U coming out in 2016. You heard it right here
Yeah.
first.
I'm waiting for it.
Okay, number 4 is Battlefield 4. I really liked that game when I could play it, but unfortunately I couldn't because it's broken. Or
But
was.
so many people play through it.
We did play through
I
it.
know we did. It was so
We
Hardcore
tried
gamers
to
out
cheat
there,
the
man.
system into playing Conquest. We eventually got, 16 people on that map?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was...
then
We
the game was
cheated
like-
EA into getting 16 people onto a Conquest server.
Then
and
the
that-
game was like,
And it
no.
was like, no, I don't think so.
Good try.
But that's a shame. Like I really liked what I played, but I couldn't play it more.
Sad face.
Number 3 is Bioshock Infinite. I'll touch on this more as the weekend goes on. I just do not think it plays well enough to justify the playing of it. The setting's great, and the story seems really interesting, and the voice acting's fantastic, but I just did not have any joy in playing that game, as of yet, anyway. If I get the chance to beat it, that'd be great, but I do not enjoy the gunplay, and I feel that's a pretty big problem with a shooter, especially when that is the vehicle to experiencing the story. Number 2 is Crysis 3. Talked a lot about this in my review of it way back when that game came out. That game just lacks a lot of polish and a lot of the innovative design of the predecessor. Crysis 2 remains perhaps probably top 3 shooters of this past generation. So the fact that Crysis 3 could not even measure up in a single respect was certainly a big disappointment. The music wasn't even as good. I kept falling through the geometry and falling into nothing.
Sound cutting out.
So much graphics.
That's terrible.
all I
Yeah,
have to say.
sound cutting out. It was just nothing about that game was as good as the game before it. And,
Not even the graphics. Not even the graphics. The graphics were better.
I would say they were.
And that's why he doesn't like it.
I don't know. I mean, Crysis 2 was really good.
Yeah, it was.
You know
was
what? It
beautiful.
probably looks a little better, but I mean, I don't. I'm playing them on non-HD TVs, so it's hard for me to tell.
Okay.
That's a good point.
My biggest disappointment, though, Super Mario 3D World. That game, in a perfect year, that game should be my favorite game of the year. As it stands, it is not. That game is not as enjoyable as it should be. It lacks something. It lacks a certain je ne sais quoi. Something that every other game by that team has had in spades. Super Mario Galaxies 1, 2, and Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS are exceptional 3D platformers, and I would venture to say that 3D World is the worst 3D Mario platformer to date on any platform. And that's not something I should be able to say, especially for something that should be a flagship game for the Wii U. And as it stands right now, I can't really recommend it too highly. So that's definitely a shame. I'm a platforming guy. That game should be my favorite game of this year, and it's not. So it is my biggest disappointment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're all sad disappointments. Okay, what are our most addictive games
All right.
of 2013?
Woo!
What kept you going so much that you loved it and stuff? And you guys can't say Monster Hunter.
Or lost.
Oh,
League.
lols, yeah.
That's all
Alright, so apart from
No lols.
Monster Hunter and League,
So again, we are starting with Isaiah.
one of them was Animal Crossing. I touched this in my list of the top 10, but the fact that your villagers would respond to if you weren't there, not showing up, like it really gave you a reason to keep turning on, earn those bells, building a
You're
new
the mayor of the
bridge.
town. What are you doing not showing up every day?
Right? I know.
Good point.
It made you feel guilty in a lot of ways.
Feels.
No, it was really good. I played that for a lot, and then eventually, like when other games started coming up and I wasn't logging in as much, then I just started feeling bad about not being there, and then I just stopped. In fact, the thought of my town actually kind of makes me sad right now. I wonder who's there, who's not, what it looks like.
That's really
the desolate wasteland.
You go back to an abandoned town.
Everyone has moved out.
Cockroaches will be in here.
That's for sure.
In that game, they'll talk to you.
Which one?
The cockroaches.
Really?
What, in Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
They could.
Probably.
Every other animal talks to you. Why not a cockroach?
Cockroaches don't talk
And
anymore.
they're like, hey, we moved in.
clarification.
That's
You have to
okay.
squish them, and then they have little Pikmin ghosts that come out of them.
Oh, there you
Yes,
go.
they do.
I thought they'd be
Nice.
new
It's kind of
friends.
funny, actually.
Okay, so
Cockroaches, Pikmin.
another game that was moderately addicting is Pokemon. High levels, we're going through that. Gotta catch them all. It was good.
My levels, gotta catch
Same.
them all.
So
It's good.
excited.
It's got the it's Pokemon. You know what you're getting into when you start it.
You do.
Over 700.
Yeah. Easily the most addictive game though for me was Rogue Legacy.
Yes.
I played it for almost 30 hours. So many things about that. Mostly like Brock said, where you're earning money towards persistent upgrades for your people. But also there's a randomization aspect. Each person you play has different traits. And so when you get that perfect combination, it's just like, oh man. And you can make it really far. Also, bosses, when you beat them, are permanently killed. So there still is a lot of progression in that way. You just have milestones that you're going for all the time. So it definitely has just a one more time kind of aspect to it. Okay, I've got to beat this boss. Alright, I've got to get this upgrade. So yeah, that's really, really good. It takes away some of my least favorite things of roguelikes. No persistent kind of progression. So when you add in that extra carrot of getting better and getting... It makes it awesome. So that was definitely one. And then also, all the new game pluses. different enemies, it makes it fun. Really good game, very addictive. Enjoyed it a lot.
All right, well said. Kirsten, you're up next.
Ironically, my list is exactly like Isaiah's, only complete opposite. The most addictive was Rogue Legacy. Just the fact that I could, plug in my 360 controller and just have at it. Second was Pokemon, because Pokemon.
Mm.
Ironically, Animal Crossing.
So it was the exact same as Isaiah's.
Well, yeah.
He just read his from Third Double Truth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wanted
Yeah, I
to-
got you.
No, in Animal Crossing, I found out that if you talk to one person long enough and for consecutive days, you can pretty much design your own clothes and everything online with QR codes.
Yep, the store girl.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, I'm pretty excited about that.
You can't kill anyone with a hatchet.
Oh man.
I wish.
Until Smash
wish.
Bros.
Nashville Smash.
Yeah, that's
Can't
right.
wait for it.
I remember
Probably won't be blood still,
creating
but
a
there
file.
will be damage.
Everybody got quiet at once. That was I created a file on Alex's game, and I'd never played an Animal Crossing really in depth before, and the first people I walked up to ended all of their sentences with "suck it," and I was like, "What is going on? This doesn't make any sense." I forgot that you could have people design their catchphrase. Oh, what should I say all the time? Oh, suck it. That sounds good. All right.
It's a
Oh,
go-getter.
Brock, welcome to town. Suck it. What?
Courtesy of Nate Lina.
Yeah, courtesy of your brother Nate. So that was an unexpected.
Does he like
surprise.
Tom Point?
And people, legendary.
David does.
David
Uh,
does. Yeah, I've seen Nate watching.
Because that's
My
David's
lord.
lash. Just
Great.
spice everything up. You see by this graph here, suck it. You say suck it.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very cool. Any more you want to talk about?
Those are the top three.
All right. Moving on to Thomas.
Cool. All right. Well, one that was kind of surprising for me that came a little almost not maybe a month or two ago was Ridiculous Fishing, because that's when I bought it. I mean, yeah, it was really fun. Alex was trying to push me to review it, but I was like, well, what can you review? It's just a game where you fish to the bottom and then you pull the stuff up. Then you shoot it. And that's it. And that's it. That's the game. It just flies up in the air and you just start unloading like a machine gun on it. Because that's what I ended up buying, like a minigun, like dual
Oh yeah, automatic
minigun.
shotguns.
Yeah.
Pretty well too.
It sounds like a review right here.
You might like a laser gun or something.
Keep going.
Bazooka. I mean,
Is it good?
It was fun,
It's addictive.
and that's why it's under my most addictive, my number 3. Yeah, but I just thought, there's not much to say about it except it's just really addictive. So yeah, that's my number 3. Number 2, like I was saying, JRPGs weren't my thing until this year, and Ni no Kuni was one of those that really got me into the genre, and that's my number 2. So it was really fun. Towards the end, right before I went and fought the final boss, Inner Castle and stuff, whatever.
Spoilers.
Whoa.
Game of the year.
But yeah.
It's game of the year.
Game of the
One year, no care.
Wrath of the Right Rich.
Yeah, hence the name.
Wait a minute.
No way, guys. No way. But yeah, so
from the first half of the game, though.
So yeah, Ni no Kuni. Yeah, I tried to collect all the items to build the best sword I could with the alchemy thing that they give you, and it was really fun. I mean, I like that part. Maybe other people might not, but it was just a bundle of kittens, I guess, for me. On that, I know weird phrasing, right? I know, but
It's adorable.
It's adorably
It is
fun.
adorable.
And that's why I say it like
Jeepers.
that. Exactly. Jeepers.
Neato!
Summarization of the game right there, guys. Neato.
Best voice acting done.
Yes.
All right.
And
Hey, what's coming up?
in my number 1, Tales of Xillia. I recently played that.
Oh,
Zills that kills.
It's another JRPG, and I don't know what else to say, but it was just really fun, and I love
Why?
playing it. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things. It's just it was so long that it.
Go on.
This is where you go, read my review.
Read my
So
review.
much.
I wrote the
Exactly.
review several months ago.
Well, I wrote my reasons already, so okay. But yeah. Zilia, yeah. Jude, he's awesome.
No.
See, Alex would say the opposite because he was.
We'll talk about that
Mila.
when we get to characters.
But yeah, let's not get into
all
that
right,
too
all right.
far.
His name is Jude.
So it's the Zills that kills your
Those the kills, yes.
All right. Moving on to Zach.
All right. My most addictive, I'll go from my least to my best. Not coming in number 3 was Dragon Crown. I played this game with a couple of my friends, but when I played it by myself, I started finding the loot system very addicting. And so I always kept on playing and playing and playing just to get better items. So it was a very intriguing system to me. It was kind of fresh and kind of new for me. So that game I spent maybe 40 hours on. It was really good. I liked it. Played as the Amazon and the Dwarf, which are pretty cool.
Yeah, Amazon.
Yeah, the Amazon's awesome. Second one's Pokemon, of course. This is my first Pokemon since Pokemon Yellow.
Whoa.
So it's been a
Nice.
very long time.
So, the
So
target
Oh my
audience.
goodness.
yeah, so I'm brand new. I'm
The
brand
target
new.
Clearly, you don't play enough
No,
Pokemon.
that game was
No.
so designed to bring back people who haven't played
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And it did a
It
beautiful job. Beautiful job.
Hope you all liked it.
Over 700
I did.
Pokemon. I was so it kept me playing. All the gyms were cool.
Yeah, they were.
But since I never played any in between, all these Pokemon were fresh and new. And then there was like Caterpie in there. There was Eevee still that brought me home, brought me back to square one, going, oh, I know this. I know how he plays. So it was really cool just to see a new world with old faces. And I've now clocked in over 50 hours of it, and I really couldn't put it down.
So yeah, the last game I bought was Ruby.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
So, yeah, I never owned a Game Boy Advance, so
Whoa,
this
bro.
3DS was great.
Whoa.
Man, I had all the hours I played into it. It was all enjoyable. It was fun. That brings me to my number 1 addictive, which I'm still playing to this day. Assassin's Creed 4. I love that game. I don't know what it is about it. I've never... Any of the other Assassin's Creeds, I actually never played more. But this game, I actually play all of it. And it's all really enjoyable. Nothing feels like a gimmick to it. Everything feels real. They put a lot of thought into it. So I find it...
That's good.
What?
I got a question for you, Zach.
Yeah.
What do you do with a drunken
Sailor, okay. I was saying, let's sing the songs. There's about an hour full of just shanties that you have, which is really cool. But yeah, it was a really addicting game. I don't know why, but it's just fun just to explore in that game.
It's good.
It is good.
Because of the booty.
Just the booty.
Because of the booty, yes.
Yep. All right, and Assassin's Creed 4 is my number 1 addictive game of this year.
Very good. Alex.
I'm going to talk about some here fairly quickly. Honorable mention for a game I played after I made these lists. Game Dev Tycoon kind of consumed me for an entire day. I played about 7 hours into it, and it's that simulation game that just keeps you going. It's like, oh, I got to make my new game. And this one's selling, so I got to make another one to keep it going. There's not a good stopping point or time to quit that game, so I just kept going.
Game dev story.
And I stopped playing after the PS4 went off the market. So it starts you like pre-NES era, and
It starts predicting.
I played it with one of my little cousins, and it actually made for a really good history lesson for him for the gaming industry, because they have, I think, like Nintendo and like basically exactly
Whoa.
carbon copies. It follows
Nintendo.
history,
Yep.
and it like has market shares. And he's like, "Hey, we should make a game for the Master System or the Game Gear." I'm like, "No, we shouldn't, because no one's going to buy those." so it was really fun to kind of show him how
Nice.
how the game industry developed through that, and that was really cool. I enjoyed that game a lot. I thought the Stanley Parable was really addictive. Similarly, you want to see that next ending. Beyond Two Souls is a game I just couldn't put down once I started. I had to see what was next every time. SMT4 was really good for me. Another one, just those large RPGs are really hard to get, are really easy to fall into and not find an easy way out. Alright, my top 3. Third, I'm going to say Pikmin 3, because I couldn't stop playing that game. And I think I beat it in one day. If not one, definitely 2.
Oh my goodness.
I wanted that game to keep going, and it stopped. It was sad.
So abruptly.
And Yeah, I thought it was a suitable, cool last level / boss. Weird thing. Really strange ending to that game. But similarly to Game Dev Tycoon, it's a hard one to quit. And like, even though the days are so short, you always want to get back in there and say, "Oh, I got to get all that fruit and remember where it is, so I know where to start next time." And then number 2 is Fire Emblem Awakening, another strategy game. That game gets its hooks into you with its gameplay and its story and writing. You want to see all the conversations with all the characters, and that is a really strong driving force. But my number 1 is Animal Crossing New Leaf. Gosh dang it.
Gosh dang it.
That game grabs people in a way most games wish they could. It's just the whole idea of only being able to do so much in one day, so you have to do it the next. That is such a big incentive to play it again.
Mm-hmm.
And that
setting
is,
up real time appointments.
Yep,
too.
and that is brutal, man. Real time appointment.
Hey,
Hey,
I'll
I'll go
be there at 4.
2 or 3 hours. You good to come over? Like,
I always
guess.
I always forgot.
I was a little weirded out by what happened when you do one of the. Okay, cool. I'm gonna meet you in this house. You want to buy any of my stuff?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Yeah, you like my furniture? You can probably buy some of it. Oh, not that one. I really like that one. But that's what I wanted to buy. Okay, just check something else. No, you can't buy that either.
Yeah, that's exactly
What the
how it
heck?
is. Can't buy fish.
Nope.
What?
I would have had to set alarms on my phone.
Yep.
I think I did. I gotta know. I gotta
How
be over at the
awesome
panda's
is
house
that?
at 4.
Nice.
I gotta know.
Named like.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was lucky.
Meet with Beardo.
I was lucky. I was working with friends because my alarm went off. And they're like, "What was that for?" I was like,
I gotta meet someone else.
Alarm.
Talk to you later.
Screw you
Ken's
guys.
house.
Give me a second, guys.
Yep. I literally have an alarm named Ken's house
That's so cool.
for 2:24 p.m.
Nice.
But as soon as you miss one day, it does begin to lose its hold. But still, it had me. I was desperately wanting Rune Factory 4 to come out, even though it got pushed back like 4 months, so I could stop playing Animal Crossing New Leaf. I needed something to pull me away from it.
All right.
All right.
All right, I'll talk about a couple. I'll start off with The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. I was really taken in by this game, and I ended up liking it a whole heck of a lot. But I did not stop playing that game until it was done. I devoted every waking moment that I wasn't working or doing or eating or something like that to attempting to beat that game as fast as I could. And it definitely kept its hold over me until it was all said and done. And that game's great. In the same vein, I treated Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies the same way. That game is substantially longer than Zelda, but I lost a lot of sleep trying to get that game beaten as fast as possible.
How long was it?
It took me, I think, 30 hours, 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely one of the longer games in the series. While Alex is out of the room, I'm going to say that all that stuff he said negative about it isn't true. It's awesome. It's great. It's only not as good as the others because the others are so ridiculously impossible to match.
Yeah.
Like, Dual Destinies is still great, no matter how you slice it.
He wasn't
I'm just waiting for him to. I'm going to keep talking.
No, he
about
still likes it.
He wasn't
just said
bashing it. He was
not
just
as good
saying
as
it was
the
the
other
worst of the five.
I think the way he said it came off really negative.
Well, I mean,
that game isn't as good as the others because the others are so amazing.
It makes it sound.
Dual Destinies is still really good. All right, I'm going to move on. My number 2, Pokemon X. The last Pokemon I'd beaten was Gold. I rented it from Blockbuster back in the day a couple times and beat Gold. I tried to beat Platinum. I got 7 badges in and I just stopped caring.
Oh.
I was just like, whatever. And
I did the same thing.
Decided to start up this time, and it really is. Even though there's a bunch of new stuff, it feels like going home again with all the references and the stuff that goes back to Gens 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Getting one of the Gen 1 starters really is just a nice way to say, hey, welcome back. This one's going to be awesome too. Keep going. I got through that game and really enjoyed it. I thought some of the changes they'd made to the later game stuff, the presentation for the Elite Four in that game is so awesome.
Yeah.
And I was utterly blown away by how much work they put into making that look really cool. And Kirsten, you're going to love it when you get there.
You will.
That is.
And I'm actually going to make this really quick with my number 1. My number 1's Rogue Legacy as well. I don't think I can say any better anything about this game than Isaiah already did. So everything Isaiah said is true. It's extremely addictive. It's got a great feedback loop. And yeah, that game's great. It is certainly my most addictive of 2013. All right, moving on to our 3 collaborative categories.
Oh.
Oh no!
I
it
didn't
wasn't-
go.
Oh no! I'm gonna edit that out and seem less stupid. Don't
forget
Let's see.
Derek.
All right, Derek, please go ahead. I didn't forget that.
As a quote of Eeyore's, thanks for noticing me. Sheesh.
Derek is Helen.
Kill him, yep. I was just thinking that. I was like, what was his name? I forgot it already.
No.
All right,
Thi-
Derek.
This
We're going to you next.
Yeah, this list is not that. My list of here is not that bad because I didn't play that many games. A lot of one game. The most one was probably Monster Hunter. We're not supposed to talk about that.
No,
So that's
you're
it.
You're not.
My third one, if I would play it, if I would play this game,
Taboo.
I'd play it all the time, and that would be Zoo Tycoon. So that's my third one because I already talked about it. It's so easy, and there's so many things to do in the game that it just doesn't seem like you can't quit. You're like, I can do that. Second one is Pokemon. Seems like everyone picked Pokemon.
I didn't.
I didn't either.
It's so easy.
Vets didn't.
You could easily just close your 3DS, walk away, turn it back on, and keep going. It's pretty easy. And I didn't stop playing hardcore until I caught Mewtwo. And that was it. I kind of stopped playing after that. Then I did some EV evolvings of Pokemon, like hardcore, like I don't even know what it's called. It's for like legit tournament Pokemon.
Like
EV
nature
training,
breeding?
the super
well,
training stuff.
There's EV training, and then there's
nature breeding.
The hatching.
there's nature breeding with
Yeah.
the right. Oh, dude, I don't even
Oh
know.
God, really?
Don't go down that road, man.
Yeah, don't.
My
it's just,
friend-
it's
very
too
dark.
intense.
James does that. Yeah.
It's a dark road.
It is.
Don't do that.
I got
Don't be
one.
that guy.
Yeah, that's what my Ampros is. I went and did that, and that took mostly more than 10 hours to do, just for one Pokemon. just to get the Pokemon, not leveling them up, just getting the Pokemon from breeding. It's crazy ridiculous. I don't wish that on anybody. To get a whole 6 team going like that, that'd be horribly long. But my most game I play, and it's still addictive. I bet you guys can't guess what it is.
Battlefield 4.
Yes!
No way.
It's
Stanley Parable, yeah.
it's so easy just to go home and just be like, man, right before bed, I can play one match and
kill
just
some dudes.
click it on. Yeah, exactly. I'm so angry at the world.
I can bomb some people.
Yeah. So I really like that game. It's still a lot of fun. Again, it's way better now without the glitches.
It's way better now that you can actually play it.
You can actually have fun with it. Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Oh, it's a good idea.
I had the biggest grin when it was all those plane matches. Like I finally can actually play those just straight up all airplanes, all jets. Biggest grin on my face reminds me of Robotech. I was like, oh, this is awesome. All right, now I'm done. That's it. Now I can move on.
And Brock.
All right. Moving on to best voice acting.
No
Here we go.
more personal time.
No more personal time. This is the real stuff.
Oh
3 in a
man.
row.
Our list of nominees: Metro Last Light, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, BioShock Infinite, Fire Emblem Awakening, Tales of Xillia, Beyond Two Souls, The Last of Us, Battle Block Theater, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, Lego City Undercover, Dead Rising 3, Shadow Warrior, Outlast, Ratchet & Clank Enter the
Nexus.
Into the next.
Enter the Zoo Tycoon.
Wonderful 101.
Mixing of genres.
That's what it looks like.
All right. One winner, 2 runners up. Go.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Game and a Half here we already had this discussion about Battle Block Theater. Said there was just the one narrator, and he was good, but that wasn't enough to carry the game. And I'm pretty sure we cut it for just those reasons last time. So let's just.
And Stanley Parable's not nominated. So
I was about to say that actually.
Yeah,
when I was
that-
thinking about that, I was like,
If we were gonna do one character game, then Stanley Parable would be it.
That's why I didn't nominate Stanley Parable.
Yeah, me
There's
too.
only one dude.
It is really good. He's awesome, and it's very enjoyable for his narration.
Does anyone vehemently disagree with this position?
Absolutely, but
I love it.
It is an echo of what we did at
yeah,
correct.
yeah. That's the only reason I'm okay with it.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, we could go all the way down that road and then eliminate
okay.
everything from the first half of the year
okay.
that we didn't
Which
put in our
might
top
not
3.
be bad.
I'll consider.
Yeah, we wouldn't be opposed to that. So
I would not be
A lot of
averse
people
to that,
probably played a
honestly.
lot of the games that
It's true.
work out because of that.
That's a good point. It's a good point.
It's very
it's possible.
But I feel like
Outlast Zach?
Outlast. I really just
That's voice
nominated
acting?
just for the Doctor. The Doctor was such a great voice casted, but just one man, I guess.
Okay.
There's others, but they're not as good as the Doctor, so I can cut that one out. It's not going to be top
Fair
3,
enough. Okay.
Okay.
but I nominated just for that man. That man did a really good job.
good job. That's very
Um,
commendable.
I'm good with cutting Shadow Warrior out of this one. The guy is really, really good. There's a couple, especially his your demon companion. He's hilarious too. But overall, probably not as strong as some of these other ones.
All right.
Who were you thinking when you nominated Dead Rising?
Overall, I mean, the voice acting is really
It is.
solid.
It-
Like the
there weren't
animation,
bad ones,
the acting, like
Yeah, they weren't bad.
I mean, the cast is really solid.
The
Team Nick,
female. I can't remember her name. Who had the tattoos.
Yeah.
She was really strong.
She's the one I was thinking of,
She was
especially.
good.
Yeah.
And her husband was good too.
Yeah. No, I mean, okay, I'm good with cutting it, but yeah, it's just
Okay.
it deserved a nod.
I nominated it. I get shot for this by Thomas, but best voice acting. I don't see Nino Kuni cutting it.
Oh, Mr. Drippy.
Dude,
That's
don't
not
go with
anyone
Mr.
I fought
Drip.
that fight at half year. I'm not fighting it again. I know.
Yeah.
It did not win last time. It's not going to get
Yeah.
any
I'm
better.
sorry, guys.
The voice
We will
acting,
see.
it's
I love
very
Nino Kuni.
forced acting, voice acting.
I love Mr. Drippy, and I think that performance is great.
Besides Drippy and
Hey, Mr. Drippy.
I know.
He's
I
the best.
know. I think it's
He's
wonderful.
awesome. It's true.
But it is not going to win. It's not going to.
It might.
And
It might.
going-
It's not going to
I want to.
win.
I want to
It's
see
not.
other. I think
No.
there's other ones that'll go before it. That's all I'm saying.
But is it going to be top 3?
Let's
It's
hold
not-
on to it for now.
Yeah, that's
We'll-
what I'm
we'll
saying.
hold on
I agree
to
with
it,
that.
but
He is way better than
for the
that
record, I don't
stupid
think we're getting any.
cat thing that you get Puppeteer. That
Yeah,
first level.
Puppeteer's not nominated.
Wait, I know. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
For just because that.
Okay, I'm gonna feel free to refute this. I don't know well enough. I've watched some Tales of Xillia. I did not find any of those voices that impressive.
I'll just admit, I was one who
It's got
nominated it.
It's got Troy Baker.
It does have Troy Baker.
But
I guess I thought
you might have been listening to a lot of Mila, and that was
that's
possibly
her voice
the worst.
is not good.
She might have been possibly
It's
the worst.
justified narratively.
Yeah, I guess that's.
Okay.
But we'll play that card when we come to a new main character.
Okay.
I'll admit that, yeah, Mila was not the most appealing
Okay.
voice actress for
So
her
are we
character.
cutting Tales of Xillia?
And the voice actress who's Liara in Lightning is in there.
Whoa.
Nice.
They got some good talent. I think the voice acting's good, but I like a lot of the other
Yeah,
ones.
I just personally nominated it because it
Mhm.
was good, not because it was great.
I like the
Okay,
mother.
so
The mother.
cutting
was-
Tales of
I'll
Xillia.
give it up. I'm
I
fine
like
I
with
feel
that.
like we need to cut Fire Emblem.
Fine
Yes,
with me.
yeah.
Fine with me
There's
too.
no
Fine with
voice
me too.
act- well, there's
That
a
was
little
me
bit.
again.
There's like
There's a little
few,
bit.
yeah, not
What?
much.
There's a little bit.
Huh?
Fire Emblem.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
Yep.
I thought you were on Bluetooth
Okay.
for a second.
All right. So we cut that
Ratchet and
too.
Clank Zach, the last one I played,
Oh,
did
it's-
have really good voice
This is
acting.
pretty
this
solid.
one's pretty good.
It's really solid all around. Even the enemies were pretty good. Like
Alright.
the brother and sister. But they're always an A class voice acting. After
Yeah.
finishing the game, I was like, I really want the movie now.
The cutscenes do feel like a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
Very well.
I
voiced.
feel Metro maybe.
This
Best voice
is.
acting of the year.
I remember this fight
Yeah.
last 6 months ago.
So Russian.
Let's move
Nostalgia.
to something different, like Far Cry 3 Blood
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah.
They got some good talent, but yeah.
Not the best 3.
Okay,
So,
this is a
off-
refresh. What were our winners from Game of Half Year?
Our nominees, it was Nino Kuni, The Last of Us, and Bioshock Infinite, with The Last of Us winning.
Not this time.
Yes.
Yes,
That
as
game
in not this time.
Oh, it'll win.
Yeah, yes for not this
It'll
time.
win this time.
Yeah, no.
All right, so we go with Cutting Blood Dragon.
Yes.
I think we
Yeah.
covered that, yeah.
Okay, so Lego City Undercover.
I want it to win this time.
I'm okay with Lego City. Cutting it.
I'm Sure, I'll find that.
Speak now.
Anyone? Yeah. Anyway, you?
Oh man, Beyond was pretty good.
It was really good. So
Beyond Willem
I like-
Dafoe.
That's
better
the one.
be good.
I like that. That was my
Willem
favorite.
Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe's great.
Out of all these,
I was really impressed. I nominated Beyond Two Souls.
I would
And I did
totally
too.
back you up
out
on
of,
that one.
out of all these,
that
I would
guy?
cut it. Yeah,
What, Beyond?
Lego City. sorry.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You okay with cutting Lego City Undercover?
Out of
I
all
guess.
these,
I guess.
I would say there.
I
Great
do love
voice
talking
acting.
about your computer.
that's the
Honey.
best one.
Honey was my
Honey is-
Frank Honey. Oh man.
Frank Honey was
I agree.
pretty good.
Makes me a part.
But I like what like.
Never pooped a party.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna. Nope. I'm not gonna go.
See, what I think about is the whole
Alright.
voice acting cast, and
When you
there's
get
like
the
good like
single
10 characters
stop,
in that
that's
game that
really
are
cool.
awesome, but the
Really.
rest are like,
saying.
kind of there.
There's that southern accent chick, so that game's out.
Aww,
Oh,
but she
really?
was so good, bro.
Okay, so Wonderful 101. No.
I did nominate. It was my number 4. I didn't nominate, but I was glad someone did.
I did. Because, man, it's so much fun to hear all these voices.
I think his name's Gideon Emery. I need to double check. Don't quote me on that. We should fact check that. But he's the voice of Baltier from Final Fantasy XII and Fenris from Dragon Age 2.
Oh.
And he's always like the wonderful 100.
Oh,
and I
that's
love his
awesome.
voice. And he's so good.
So good.
Oh, I wanted to win.
Dude,
that
so-
guy alone. That guy's awesome.
all the voice actors are spot on. They don't seem very cheap.
The girl's a little stereotypical.
Oh, they're all stereotypes. They have a Japanese guy that's completely Japanese. I don't know, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But
Completely Japanese.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, man. There's a Russian.
My apologies to any Asian listeners.
You know, there's a French. Is he French? I think he's French. The
Green
The green guy, yeah, the big green guy. Yeah.
They're all stereotyped.
Thick
That's-
accents everywhere.
I'm really surprised that Wonder Black was not
Oh, okay.
gonna be a stereotype. I was really waiting for it. I'm like, wow, how bad is this gonna be?
It is Power Rangers, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it that way.
Oh wow. Okay. Let's move on.
Quickly.
Wait, did that? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. That's probably the best thing that made me play the game more was to hear Wonder Blue talk even more.
I wasn't gonna say it because Brock probably won't like him, but yeah.
I love Wonder Blue.
What?
Thick surfer California accent.
Like whoa.
Yeah, bro.
No, that's totally hilarious.
It fits. I guess.
Totally good.
Yeah. So let's cut The Last of Us.
No.
Agreed.
No.
How
Agreed.
can you agree with that?
Oh man, this is not gonna be.
It was
fun.
it was
All
alright.
right, we can cut Ratchet and Clank.
Okay.
Comparatively.
Oh wow.
How about them apples? Boom.
That is a fight
Nice.
I didn't expect to get that.
I'm glad that you just did that.
And,
That's all right. I like The Last of Us more.
Okay,
and then Nino Cooney, right?
Nope. Nope.
I would rather have Metro than Nino Cooney if that's the fight we have.
Yeah, if we're going over Metro.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I just
man.
don't.
I think Wonderful 101's better than Nino Cooney. Just because the Nino Cooney is so cheesy sounding.
And Wonderful 101
Intentionally
not.
cheesy,
and one
probably.
one's not.
That game
okay.
is
It's
macaroni
different
and
cheese.
cheese.
It is different cheese.
That is totally cheese.
Different cheese.
All right, different cheese.
I would-
Swiss
Like
cheese.
mozzarella
I mean,
and Swiss or something?
The cheese fits Wonderful 101 better than it does Nino.
Yes,
It
it
does.
does. Let's go with.
But it's platinum, so.
But does that make it a better best acting? Voice acting.
Cheesy
Yes.
voice acting comes across a lot better in a game where it's meant to be cheesy than a game where it's not. I think the voice acting in Nino Cooney's, that's awesome. So,
Mr. Drippy.
Mr. Drip. If we had best voice performance, I would fight
Drippy.
it for
Okay.
Mr.
Mr. Drippy's the best guy there. Do I hate Mr. Drippy?
We gotta do
Yes.
that next year.
But
Jeepers,
man,
Derek.
he's the only one that sounds normal talking.
Normal.
He's the only one that sounds normal.
What about
talking.
Oliver?
Oliver?
Sounds
He
actually.
sounds pretty
He sounds like it.
legit kid.
He sounds neato.
It's
He does.
Sounds neato. Oh yes.
I don't know. Like a lot of the audio feels choppy. That could be because of the editing table. Maybe that. It feels like an old school anime. That's how it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's honestly
There's
the
probably
only
some
reason I
work
didn't
they had to
like
do
the
with
game, so.
making
Oh,
the dialogue
yeah.
line up with animations and spacing stuff out.
Yeah, I know.
I
But
wouldn't be surprised if it's
Man, those
something.
intro cutscenes though.
Dude, when there was a real cutscene, it was awesome.
Oh, those real cutscenes.
I wish
so
there was
good.
more.
They are.
Oh, the in-game engine's gorgeous.
Yes, absolutely. It might be one of the best looking games of 2013.
Ooh.
That's a fight for another day.
Probably. Yes.
Yes, that's a fight for another
Yeah.
day.
Literally.
Well, later today.
Later
Yes,
today.
now later today.
Yes.
We are at an impasse at 6 games. Metro Last Light, Ni no Kuni, Bioshock Infinite, Beyond Two Souls, The Last of Us, and The Wonderful 101.
Oh, I thought we just
I
cut
thought
Ni
we.
no Kuni.
Yeah, did we? I thought we just cut
I
Metro.
didn't think we cut anything.
Honest. Oh,
Metro
over.
over.
No, we're
Under
at Metro
Ni no Kuni.
in over Ni no Kuni.
Yep.
I thought you would give that one. I don't know.
I would take that.
No, yeah, Ni no Kuni.
I don't know. Ni no Kuni, I say it has like 4 or 5 great characters. Like the mom was awesome.
What's wrong with that? There's 4 or 5
Mr.
great
Drippy.
characters. You just said it.
And then Metro.
Does the mom come back?
Metro is all
So does the mom come back?
real, like real. It was really good. The environment that they had it in.
Does the mom come back?
She has a little bit more scenes later.
It's the game of the year.
She has a. She has a.
I want to know.
What's the phrase? Her soulmate. Soulmate.
Yes,
Yeah,
soulmate.
soulmate.
Her soulmate is definitely that.
She's not.
Yeah. Well,
Since she died. Like these people are all like tied. It feels like one gets sick, the other one's sick. The other one has an
It
appetizer.
is true. That is a
Appetizer.
good connection.
If she's dead, you would think that the other guy's dead.
We'll
You
get
guys
into
can
that-
tell
We'll get
me.
into that tomorrow.
yeah, game
When
of the
we
year.
when we actually give a full, hey, if you're listening to this, you need to be prepared for spoilers.
Boom. End of the year.
Good point. Yeah.
I just broke the story.
Yeah, I was like,
So,
So back
Ni
to
no
it.
Kuni out. Metro probably in for top 3.
If that's the deal, I'm take that because that's the best.
Alex
I
takes
feel
that
like you
because
just took
that's his
3
two.
steps further than we're all prepared to go.
Yeah, you're jumping the gun.
I'll
Yeah,
To say
but
the
it's-
least.
We have 2 more categories to go still.
I don't blame
Metro is
Isaiah for
perfectly
trying to
good
jump
for
the
that.
gun.
And Ni no Kuni, come on, let's just seriously. It didn't make it last time. It's not making it this time.
It
Nothing
was in
else.
our top
It
3
was
list.
top 3.
It was in our top 3, man.
So we're getting rid of Last of Us.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Alright.
Why
Now, I do not know whether this is for good or ill, but no one has talked about Bioshock.
Yeah,
Probably good.
I'm okay with that one actually being
I don't.
cut.
Same here. I was there's Elizabeth.
I mean,
That's about it. For
I pretty
me,
much wanted to replace that one Beyond Two Souls personally, but that's just me.
Elizabeth, Comstock, Booker, Utesses, Daisy.
So you name every character.
I don't
They all-
remember.
they all pretty-
They all do.
I only remember talking to Elizabeth. I remember talking to Comstock. That's about it. And hearing.
I barely
Booker.
remember that.
Utesses, they're the best character.
They are horrible unless you look them up.
No, they're the best.
I like Zachary told me their backstory before I played the game, so I was
Oh, that's gotta be weird.
like, whoa,
That's gotta be really, really weird.
yeah. It's you play the game completely different, then it's quite
Yes.
interesting.
It'll make more sense.
Yeah, makes a lot more sense.
Probably would. I still don't get it all. So
Makes way more sense.
personally,
So, cutting Bioshock.
is that alright?
Was it better than all the other games?
Metro's my number one.
Yeah, Alex is fighting tooth and nail. He has his top
Russian
3 of the top
accents
3,
are
by the way.
Okay, I love Russian accents, but the Russian accents in this one was
Spot on.
okay. I can't say stereotype because Wonderful 101 was stereotype, but that game was trying to be goofy.
Pavlov is kind of goofy.
Pavel.
Pavel.
Yeah.
Is he the guy that
Pavel?
lies
Oh,
to
my
you?
bad.
Yeah.
That guy.
Spoiler alert for
I hate that guy.
One of my favorite characters.
Actually, he's a really
He
good
is
character.
an excellent character.
I didn't find it.
Very well voice acted, indeed.
He was. He actually made me enjoy the beginning of the game. His voice acting was
Yeah.
pretty realistic. It was good.
I think the female lead is also very well voice acted. Yeah, I think it's strange that the main character only speaks in loading screens, but
Yeah.
that was always a little weird. But
I never cut that.
oh,
You
dang,
don't, do you?
bummer. You don't.
Yeah.
At least I'm pretty sure you don't.
I don't think you do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what are we doing?
Holding at 6 from the sounds of it. Is the Wonderful 101 going to make top 3?
Yeah.
Out of
That's
this-
a good point.
Out of this list,
Out of this list, no.
That's the way it seems.
All right.
So we are cutting the Wonderful 101.
Agreed.
All right. We are down to 5. That wasn't too bad. Okay.
Anyone want to really defend Beyond?
Me.
Willem Dafoe.
That's my number one.
I know.
I know.
I know,
The game
I
was supposed to be about voice acting.
That's the whole point of the game. Yeah, it is
that
voice
is the whole
acting.
game.
So the short answer was yes. Someone will defend.
I will defend this game. This game was
We're down to
awesome.
5 games that somebody's going to vehemently defend.
Exactly.
Out of people vehemently defending these games, the weakest one seems like Ni no Kuni.
Yep. If it keeps
I
Beyond
don't
in the
want to
race,
We'll let it go. I guess.
I will let it go.
Okay.
That gives us Metro, BioShock, Beyond, and The Last of Us.
So I think we cut Bioshock and we left
Bioshock.
with Metro, Beyond, and Last of
Okay.
Us. It seems pretty solid.
Yep.
I'll take that.
Agreed. Anyone opposing?
No.
No.
Cool. I'm okay.
Really?
Zach, you look a little
No,
regretful.
I'm good.
He's
No,
fine.
I
He
like-
seems fine
I'm,
with that.
I'm cool with it.
Beyond the Last
as long
of
as
Us.
it's Beyond.
Yeah.
Metro,
Yeah.
Beyond, and The Last of
Those are
Us
my
in
top
the top 3.
Uh-oh, here comes the hard part.
You guys have fun.
Metro's not going to win, so Beyond it is.
Beyond.
Last of
Agreed. Beyond. Alex is with me.
See,
I like Beyond better than The Last of Us.
Beyond, there's 3.
At least.
Just saying 3.
It's really
Anyone
good.
else? Anyone else?
Beyond? I haven't played much of Beyond, so I really don't have that much. I've seen a
I
little
didn't
bit
really
of
see
it.
much of Beyond either.
It's great.
And it sounds
Let me just
great.
tell you, it's great.
It has Ellen Page.
It has Ellen
And William
Hey.
Dafoe.
and
Willem.
Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. Sounds like a bird call.
Oh,
Exactly. I'm sorry to say this to The Last of Us, but I like Beyond.
Okay,
That's 4. That's
Beyond
4.
winner. There we go.
That is 4.
Oh man, it's hard. It's hard to beat
It's
that.
hard, I know.
Like out of
It's hard,
out of
but
the
it's
3.
really good. It's like a good,
If Zach
good
gives it, that
movie.
means that's
So-
4.
are we
It's
set?
Beyond 2.
Beyond Two
Yes.
Souls, best voice
Beyond
acting.
2 souls.
Yeah, I guess.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
'Cause
Awesome. That was
Yeah,
really
Metro's
awesome and
top
quick.
3,
Thanks,
man.
Ed.
You're like you.
I was prepared to sit there for 20 minutes and get nowhere. Okay.
Awesome, guys. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you for
Moving
giving me
on. Most. Oh God.
I feel so good. One of my
Most original / innovative game. Of
Here we
2013.
go.
This will be easy.
All
Chortle,
right.
chortle, sarcasm.
Here we go, guys. The nominees are Monaco, What's Yours Is Mine, Antichamber, The Stanley Parable, Rain, Dive Kick, Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, Rogue Legacy, Project Cross Zone, Shadow Warrior, Gone Home, Papers, Please, Tearaway, Puppeteer, Zoo Tycoon, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, Forza 5, and Battlefield 4.
All right. Battlefield 4.
Now,
Okay.
Innovative, original.
Innovative. All right. So again, remember I
here
told
we
you guys
No
originality.
lobbies. Commander
is
mode.
gone. Okay, no. I'm talking about the specs, the tech behind it, not just what you see. It's more behind what's behind the curtain. All right, that's what really drives games. Kind of.
Is it going to be top 3?
is it?
Out of 17?
Here's my question. Battlefield 3 PC to Battlefield 4 PS4. Is there really any innovation
That's
there?
true. It's true. No, but it's pushing consoles.
It is, but those consoles are not the same console. If they put what
I
they did
know.
with Battlefield 4 on the PS3,
All right.
that would be innovation.
You're right. All right, let's cut it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to do that. I'm
Okay.
just
Now Forza
And-
5.
For the 5.
played much more.
What's a 5? The Drivatar
soundless.
stuff is pretty cool.
Drive
That
cars.
is
That's what I'm
actually-
talking
that
about.
is really cool.
It actually changed the whole pace of racing because instead of having perfect computers, they make mistakes, they spin out, they drive off the track, they ram you. It feels a lot different.
And then cars
Which is
make
cool.
money for you.
Yeah, but still, most innovative of the year, probably not. Really cool for innovating racing games. I think there's a lot of
Agreed.
potential
Yeah,
for
a
that.
nominee. I was
Yep.
Yes,
Okay,
no, that was
clear.
No, definitely worth
I,
a nod.
fine.
I
just
totally
wanted
think
to-
it was worth a nod.
I just wanted to, you
Hold on,
know.
All right.
let's get rid of Rain.
Okay.
That's fine with me. I just wanted to nominate it.
Let's get rid of Project Cross Zone.
Yeah, that's gonna be our
Is
first
that okay,
hack
Kirsten?
and slash.
Okay.
Zoo Tycoon.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, it's new, but there have been Zoo Tycoons in the
There
past.
are
It's still
okay.
pretty firmly in Tycoon territory.
Making progress.
Nino Cooney, how
That's fine.
how's that?
Battle.
Yeah,
battling
but
system.
Battle
still,
system.
Yeah.
That's
I
innovative.
mean, I played a lot of it, so I should know if it's really good.
Is it? I guess
it's-
on its face, it seems kind of like the Tales action-based.
It's a mix of
style.
Tales and Pokemon.
yeah,
I'll
but
admit,
RPGs
it's been done.
RPGs
It's
are
been
full
done.
of different combat
Well,
systems.
you're
I don't think
bringing-
that
For the
nominates
most
for
part.
most innovative though.
I mean, just not together.
I like when
as
games
one,
are
I
trying
guess.
to be different and
Yeah.
trying to bring out their own little taste of something. And
Well,
Nino Kuni
I
is trying
agree.
that.
Yeah.
And it's risky because a lot of people don't like it.
Agreed.
And there's some people.
Yeah.
There's some people that do like it. I really liked it.
I do. I'll admit.
Had me on the edge of my seat, going, "I have to concentrate." F you for not defending.
Yep. No,
It's,
that.
it's too fast, which is weird
Oh,
to
man.
say. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we nixing it though?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
You're just like
I would
okay.
I guess I really don't care.
It's not top.
I don't think
material.
it's top 3. That's all I'm saying.
Zach, I think nominated Puppeteer, or who is that?
I nominated Puppeteer.
What do you think?
That's one way to
I like
respond to it.
Puppeteer.
I like the Puppeteer too. I thought it was really cool.
All right, I thought it was
Right.
innovative just with the jumping mechanics. Like you really don't see that too often. Jumping with cutting stuff, and also the presentation of being a stage.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be
Yes.
top 3. However, I nominated just for those. The presentation was very
Right.
unique, very
Yeah.
innovative.
All right.
So I thought that was
And
pretty
that's
cool.
good.
We're gonna cut Puppeteer. People who've played it will get that joke.
Oh.
Bam.
Okay.
Don't lose your head.
I got that one. That was good, actually.
A little bit
I liked
tougher
it.
here
I
now.
liked it.
Shadow Warrior, Isaiah.
Dude, I think Shadow Warrior brings more innovation to the first-person shooter genre than seen in years. A huge part of that is the sword system, because double tapping in any direction, then pressing sword button will do different sword skills. You have like a range attack, you have a front attack, but then also same with the left trigger. We can use those when you have weapons too. There's a heal, there's a shield, there's a shockwave you can do. So it feels very much
Almost like an MMO kind of. Like with. Do they have cooldowns?
No.
Sounds like it would.
No, you have no energy,
Feels like
no
it.
mana, no cooldowns.
Huh.
It's just whatever you do, you have if you press forward, left trigger, you knock everyone over, back, does a shock, like brings people in the
It's
air,
almost
just
like
hang you
combo
there.
waves.
And then that is what it feels like.
That's
And then mixing the heal, but then also bringing the old school mechanics of health, like so mixing the old with the new makes it extremely feel very, very fresh and different than pretty much any FPS I've played in a very long time. Just the different weapons. You get a demon head that shoots lasers out of its mouth. You can, when you cut people open, you take their hearts, you squeeze it, everyone's hearts explodes that's around you.
Oh.
Very, very cool and different. Top 3, I don't know. For FPSs, it really does a ton of really cool things. I'm okay with cutting it
I
though.
think the
There are some better
first-person
ones on here.
perspective is gonna get it in this category.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to throw Brothers under the bus.
Okay.
I do think that its dual stick mechanic.
It's
great.
never
Really
been
novel.
done anything like that before.
Yeah, and it makes really good use of that throughout the course of the game. People who have beaten it know what I'm talking about, but it does. It makes that pay off in a really unique way. But it's not going to beat much that's
Right.
left.
And
here.
I think if we're gonna be cutting Shadow Warrior due to first-person shooter mechanics, I think we're also gonna be having to cut Dive Kick
Oh.
here.
Whoa.
How is dive kick and first person shooters related?
He was comparing.
Okay, because you said it's limited by being a first-person perspective.
Well, no, I said
No,
I think
no,
the first-person perspective is going to get nominations from Stanley Parable and Gone Home. I think they bring more new stuff to that perspective than
Right.
I presume what Shadow Warrior has. I didn't get into it very far. That's what I was going for.
Okay, so what is so innovative about dive kick?
Oh, dude.
You dive and you kick.
Dude, it retains what is interesting about high-level fighting gameplay and coaxing your opponent to do different things, high speed, high skill reaction stuff, and removes all of the mechanical obstacles that stand in its way.
Makes it
No more
intense.
do you, if you want to do something and you want to make your opponent jump forward, you don't need to know. You need to, 2 quarter swirls forward and a high attack will launch some super fireball or something. It literally is, okay, I'm going to hit this button to jump to make them think I will kick at them. They will do something, and because I know what I am doing, I'm going to do this. Your opponent knows that sort of thing. It captures what so many people find interesting about the fighting game genre and removes every piece of mechanical interface between that level of play and the player.
Okay.
It's an intense game, to say the least.
It is super intense. I stormed out of a room because of that.
I remember that. I remember that.
Not maybe that special because it was me doing it, but
Is Rogue Legacy gonna hang?
no.
I'm okay
That's
with
when I was
cutting
kind
it.
of
For this
Enjoyed,
category,
yeah.
It's just it was very interesting in the way that it went through the levels and everything. I just
it
wanted it to
innovates
be
a
on
lot
the
within the
list.
roguelike genre.
Absolutely.
Putting the 2D and then mixing Metroidvania aspects and stuff. It definitely is very innovative, but maybe not the most original innovative.
Okay.
I do like the direction it's taking roguelikes though,
Definitely.
and the potential there.
Uh-huh.
I'd love to
Of
see
making
sequel.
them less like roguelikes.
Well, not make it less, because it still is very much like that. Just mixing in other genres with it.
It brings in the
a little
procedurally
less.
generated aspect of it.
Yeah, it's still very, very, very brutally difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something to just the very
But
phrase
persistence
of
is
it.
like almost antithetical to roguelikes. That's okay.
Alright. So,
We're down to Monaco, Anti-Chamber, The Stanley Parable, Dive Kick, Gone Home, Papers, Please, and Tearaway.
And Force 5, I don't think it hangs.
no, we're...
No,
I know,
I thought we
we're
were
rid of it. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Get
cool.
rid of it.
Yeah, that was
Sorry.
Papers, Please. I want to call its number here and ask.
Was
Does it?
Isaiah, I believe.
Hang.
Yeah, I nominated it, but it's only because I've never seen any other game even remotely close. You're at a border between what is it?
Aristotska.
Yeah.
It's got- and-
And so you have to look at all these little things. Like people will try to, they show you the papers. It varies what you need on different times. So you've got to compare the picture that they have on it to to who they are. Look at, sometimes there'll be little differences. Like sometimes it might say female and they're obviously not. And so you have to detain them. So like just the idea of it, the presentation, just the gameplay, it's completely different. I wouldn't even know what kind of genre I'd even put it into.
I'll go to bat for it a little bit here. Papers, Please does bring a lot to the gaming medium, I suppose, that hasn't been seen much before. The closest I came off hot after playing all the Phoenix Wright games again, in which you're spotting out contradictions in testimony. This you're spotting out contradictions in paperwork. And so that's probably the thing it's most similar to. Apparently, a lot of its best draws come from the emotional ties that it weighs on the player. And that I didn't get deep into it enough, but I know Brock was talking about how I got to get through as many people as possible so I can feed my family and get medicine so they don't get sick. So I don't want to have to do all this garbage. I just got to get through them.
Yeah, when they introduced like the full body scanner, I was like, "Oh, this takes so long. This is terrible."
So apparently there are some emotional ties that the game draws, and I think there's one instance where this is minor spoilers, I suppose, a fiance that doesn't have the right paperwork, and the other
Yep.
person is waiting on the other
Yep.
side,
Yep.
and you have to decide,
Yep.
like, will you take the citation and potential back and pay, or will you let them reunite? That's some deep stuff.
Nope, you keep her out.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I did. I really did
Not
that.
my problem.
That's what I
Yeah.
did. Exactly.
No, I can't get another
My
citation.
desk,
Oh,
my
yes.
I don't want my children to die. That's all I know.
I think for the way most people who've played in this room, I think this is its best category.
Yes.
Personally, it's not in my top 3, but it is a very good nomination.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how everyone else feels.
Same.
Non-top 3?
Yeah, not top 3, but really well mentioned.
Yep.
That was a very good
Yeah,
defense.
that's fair.
Yeah.
So
It is kind of a shame to let it go. Nobody had talked about it yet, so I needed to figure out.
Fine, let's hold on. No, I guess we have to get rid of
We
it
should let go of it.
because I don't want to give up the 3 I like more.
So,
Okay.
Going once, going twice. Sold, papers,
Okay,
gone.
and I do think we can go ahead and talk about Gone Home.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
do
wanna
we
know
want
some-
Gone Home and the Stanley Parable? I guess that's
No.
kind of something we should just go.
I think
I
maybe.
don't want either of them.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
okay.
I'd rather have the Stanley Parable because I feel like it's more fun, but
Yeah, Gone Home
is
is
probably
very interesting in the way that it does tell its story.
yeah.
How much story you get just from looking at household objects, reports, newspaper clippings,
Okay, so
tickets with notes written on them from dubious
out of
Ranger Rick.
rangers.
so, out of curiosity, and it is because I have not seen frame 1 of Gone Home. Hearing people talk about it, that sounds super, super boring. Is it not super, super boring? Because it sounds super, super.
It's about a
It's-
2-hour game.
It's like
The
a
first
choir.
hour is almost survival horror.
Yeah,
So it's
it
not
feels
boring.
like.
It's stressful almost.
No, because there's thunder and lightning, and it's
Yeah.
dark and creepy. It's dark every room you go into. You've got to turn on the lights, and it feels very creepy.
Part of the setup is you were away in Europe, you come back, your family moved when you were gone. So this is your first time coming to this house. But all your stuff's moved in, and all your family's moved in and lived there for a couple months when you were in Europe. So this is your first time exploring the house and
Alright, so we come
finding out
back.
what's been going on.
There's a note saying from your sister saying, "Don't look for me. It's okay. Don't tell mom and dad," or something.
Something like that.
And then the whole house is abandoned. There's kind of stuff everywhere too. So it's kind of like, okay, solving the mystery. Where is everybody? What's going on? Why is there stuff everywhere? It looks maybe there was a hasty getaway. What happened? So all the little things, those tapes you can listen to. I mean, all the little details in the game. Like figuring out, like you see, like there's a whole collection of X-Files, right,
Yeah.
on tape. You can see little like newspaper clippings of like schedules with X-Files circled and like all the
Fake,
different movies and old shows.
There's a fake
Like-
SNES collection that you can look at the box art and stuff.
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
So just, I don't know. It is hard to explain and make it sound interesting, I guess. But
I don't know, maybe.
I think you did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the gameplay in it is exploration. So it's just exploring the house. You have a map that fills in as you go to places. And so you always want to see
It's
what's in the
a big
next room
house.
and get the next journal entry and find out what the heck's going on. Where's my family?
yeah, because as you go, you pick up a certain item, and then there'll be a journal entry from your sister talking about her life, what was going on. So it at least starts filling in the blanks for her. But then all the different things you find, like you find a book written by your dad. So you see letters from like a publishing company, a letter from his dad, like all these little things to figure out a lot about. You find like reviews your dad writes for like stereos, yeah. So you find out he's kind of a struggling writer. You'll find like crumpled up manuscripts, like a trash can, things he's been trying to write. So like all these little things you find out about him, about your
And
mom.
then your mom just got promotion.
So what the
Tension.
game does the best is you create like little lines between the points of information that you find. So
Right.
you
Connecting
sometimes get the whole information story wrong, and the game will kind of like coax you to show you the true meaning behind all these
No, it's
little
funny. 'Cause,
blocks
yeah,
that
Alex
you find.
actually like connected a lot of the dots that I didn't connect, like looking at a lot of the same things. Like it's just so it gives you a lot of information. Yeah, you just have to figure it out.
The actual story itself is rife with cliches and stereotypes, which I find problem with.
Yeah.
But The gameplay, the idea of a narrative-driven first-person exploration experience is original and innovative. I like the Stanley Parable more.
Yeah, I think Stanley Parable does more to subvert the expectations and is a little more creative.
Yeah.
Otherwise, but Gone Home definitely was very interesting.
The way Gone Home works will probably have more legacy and influence than the Stanley Parable, because the Stanley Parable requires so much more creativity and diverse paths and almost more work. In creative writing, Gone Home requires more developers and designers to draw all the detailed art.
Yeah, all the art was crazy.
Yeah,
all the
that
items
game's
look
crazy
so good.
detailed.
Yeah, there's so many little things. I mean, so much stuff. Just that you would just glance over. Books on the bookshelf. Hundreds of books and books titles.
Man, I already had to go through this with Oblivion and Morrowind and Skyrim. I don't want another one where I have to read all the books.
You can't read the books.
I can't read the books?
I don't think so.
What the heck? This game's crap.
Not detailed.
Not detailed.
Not that detailed.
Where's the detail?
We found the dumb hidden extra Easter egg journal,
Yeah.
where it is read by the cat,
The cat journal.
and it is just meow meow.
Yeah. The lights go
That's
down. Yep.
That's hilarious.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's super convoluted how you have to do it. You have to. Alright, well, I guess there's minor spoilers, I guess. You never even know about this unless you looked it up online. It's impossible to find this out.
Yeah.
You gotta go into the garage, take a can, knock down this purple ball. Takes a while. There's only one kind of certain thing you can throw at it. So, because there's just a little ball in the rafters. Knock that down. You take it up to your sister's room, dunk it in the
Close her
basketball
door.
goal. Close the door.
to reveal a basketball goal.
Right, you throw it in the basketball goal. And then,
The journal place.
yeah, then you get the journal. So it's super secret, super Easter egg, and it's really goofy.
Really sick.
But it sounds
It's
awesome.
a little. We did it. It's due. Let's cut.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think Zach's happy with this.
I'm not
I
happy
think
with this.
Zach wants to.
But I'm the minority here, I guess. I think it's better than Stanley Parable because it gives you, the player, the innovation of creating your own story. There's many times where I thought, as the story
But
engaged.
are you creating your own story? The Stanley Parable would say.
Exactly. You
Both.
think?
Okay. So the whole premise of this argument seems to have been, well, we can't have both, can't we?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's always been.
I
We've
mean,
been
we still
pitting
have-
these two against each other, but the way people seem to feel about them, they could very well be good enough to hang on
Because
their
we're
own.
they do have a lot of comparative qualities, and we still have 5 other games,
That's true.
4 other games in there.
Yeah, actually, there's a couple that are gonna be hard fights.
See-
I was Dive me hard going down hard. I don't think Monica is gonna be an easy fight.
Anti-chamber. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean that'd be my next one on the list, but it is so ridiculous innovative. But it does draw a lot of comparisons to Portal.
It does.
It's kind of, it's very much more artistic,
Mhm.
but at
More
the same
difficult.
time, I mean,
Way
it's
more
a lot more
difficult.
difficult. Oh my goodness, it's very difficult.
Difficulty curve?
Oof.
That's innovation.
That is.
Yeah. So I mean, it does a lot to innovate, but most original innovative, I mean, with
I guess I
I don't
could
think-
cut any chamber for Tearaway. Well, I mean, I'll keep Tearaway in, but I mean, any chamber's one of my top 3.
Yeah, it is. As long as we don't cut Monica.
I know,
right?
but I'm just saying, Gone Home was like my top 10, but I don't know where it lies on everyone else's. I'm just one man out of this mass
You
of
and
7.
Isaiah had it in top 10s.
top 3. Oh, top 10 of games.
Overall,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my number 10.
That was a top 10 game for me. Barely.
Yep.
9.
But that's 2 people out of 7.
But Stanley
It is a
Parable
group.
was also top 10 for me.
3 people.
Higher top 10.
Yeah.
So we cut Gone Home. 5
I
left.
think so. And Andy Chamber next.
I'm going to that.
I tried.
Anyone want to defend Andy Chamber?
I won't.
I think of the 3, I would rather have Antichamber cut than the Stanley Parable or Gone Home.
What about Monica?
I'm just talking about the 3 first-person games here.
Okay.
So I think, if we're cutting Gone Home, I think the Stanley Parable's better than Antichamber. Simply because, if we're going to talk about innovation and what will have a lasting impact, there will be more games like the Stanley Parable than Antichamber.
Well, Gone Home will have more than both.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I disagree with cutting it.
Yeah.
True innovation can't be replicated.
Boom.
Then we clearly need Dive Kick.
It's pretty great.
Can't make Dive Kick a game like Dive Kick without making Dive Kick.
Okay.
It is as far. It is as
Literally
reduced as you can go.
stripped.
You could sit
It's very
Dive Kick in that
essence.
saute pan for 25 hours. That's not going to reduce any further.
Exactly.
No, 2 characters. Yeah,
Kick.
it's
So you got
You gotta kick.
just kick.
Bare bones, man.
One button dives and kicks.
Boom.
I just blew everyone's mind.
that can totally work.
It could totally work.
Okay, so
Possibilities.
cutting Antichamber.
Okay, so
guess.
so then that's Antichamber and Gone Home Gone,
I think that was already
putting us down at Monaco, the Stanley Parable, Dive Kick, and Terrible.
Tear away, yes.
Pretty much.
pretty cool.
Tear away.
Tearaway is totally original.
Yep.
Whole world made out of just paper. Out of paper, and it
Paper
actually
Mario
incorporates
N64.
please.
You lose.
Papers, please.
paper genius.
Lawyer knows
It
that.
actually reminds me of
However, I was
Literally
getting
paper.
there, and it also it uses all of the mechanics on the Vita
Yeah,
really,
it's true.
really well.
There is something to be said for that. I agree.
But is it a top 3?
I believe so.
I would cut Dive Kick or Tearaway.
I do not see how this list goes without Dive Kick. Apparently, I am the only one.
I would.
Well, I think that like literally there is no other game like Dive Kick.
You can't
Very-
you can't even remake Dive Kick
That's-
because
I just said
It'll
that.
just be
know.
dive kick.
or Dive Punch.
Secret
Slide
Yeah.
punch. Slide punch.
Slide punch.
Falcon Punch, yes.
Yeah, you just slide on the ground and every punch is a dragon punch.
There you go.
We can have kick that.
Shoryuken!
Sure you can.
I don't know if it's
So,
number 1, but it
what
has to
is
be the
the
top 3.
actual gameplay of Tearaway? What,
Yeah,
now you
actually,
said
I
it
wanted
uses
to-
a lot of mechanics. But
Pretty much like a platformer mixed with some battle strategies,
Very
but
poor action
you,
game.
yeah, it's really just awkwardly placed in there. But it's mainly you helping out Iota, which is the main character. You are like the secondary character helping Iota deliver his message to your world. So it's a mixture between your world and their world, and using the camera.
as soon as you say you mean you.
I mean,
player.
you the player.
You're
You
the
move
sun.
the world. You can shake the world, tilt it, make
Your
enemies.
face
Yeah,
is
your
the sun.
They talk about you a lot.
Yeah, they do.
And then there's times where you can just change the world environment. Like I know there's where you get to the mountaintop, they're like, oh, these snowflakes are boring. Can you make us new ones? And you can make new snowflakes any way you want. There's a limit to it. Derek found out the limit. You can't be so detailed because there's like a draw line.
snowflakes here.
Yeah. But you can make swastika snowflakes or huge red snowflakes.
Yeah,
Because I know there's this one guy online that was like, I made swastika snowflakes and I just felt so bad afterwards. 'Cause
Because you see swastikas
Yeah.
flying everywhere.
it's all like this happy music, happy land, and swastikas everywhere. But you can do anything you want. Like there's points in time where you make people's crowns or neckties or elk pelts. You take pictures around the environments that you can change and alter them. And it's a pretty interesting experience. Like at the beginning, your character couldn't jump, and you have to like tap the back of the pad or the forward of the pad to make platforms move for you. So it was a really cool innovation for you to interact with the game differently than I've seen in a lot of other games. Instead of just a button, you have touch pads, both front and back. You've got motion sensors that you also interact with. And it was just a really cool experience for you to actually be a character in the game with that other character helping him out.
Alright, well that's insanely innovative.
It is.
Ooh.
And really, it works really, really well too for the Vita. Which surprised me. I thought it was gonna be gimmicky, but no, it works very intuitively.
It sounds really, perfectly. It sounds like.
It would have been a perfect game. Besides the random combat and it for being 5 hours.
Yeah.
I just want to,
But is it
Sounds-
more original than Dive Kick?
In my mind,
Yes.
my light, yes.
When
It sounds
the way
so
it sounds
good.
like it sounds like
In my mind, it is
incredible.
I might be
to me.
overplaying it, maybe. I don't know, but that's how I felt
I don't know,
about
that's
I thought it was
Tearaway.
I will dive kick your opinion.
I'll try to tear it away. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
I must record this parable. Something about Monaco.
Yeah.
Dive kick, Stanley
So,
Parable,
Monaco.
Mine is yours.
Tearaway. Top
So, has there been, Monaco, 4-player cooperative heist game? Kind of weird. There's been another multiplayer cooperative 4-player heist game came out this year,
Payday.
same time.
But do you see that one had a 2 in its title?
Oh, so it's already been done before, even before Monaco.
And didn't allow for multiplayer. But Monaco is more interesting because of everything about it. So you can do 4-player local, which of course is big points for us here.
Yeah.
The art style is extremely unique. The music style is really unique and how it raises and lowers. And it's all piano, I believe. I think it's all piano and nothing else.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh,
Which
it's been a while.
is mostly a good thing. I could see how that get great on people, but I like it a lot. And the art style is also something that could be a potential turnoff because it looks like absolute chaos.
I don't know. That's actually the one
It's
thing I
also
liked
awesome.
about it.
I really
That does
like
make
it.
it-
Once you figure out its visual language, it becomes
Yes.
very helpful.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
It's like
It
Clue.
was very intimidating the first like 5 minutes, but
Monaco's probably my winner for this category because it felt the most fresh.
that was
of
my
everything I
number
played
one.
this year.
Monaco.
It's like this feels like something new that I really enjoy.
So it's better than Tearaway?
For me, it is.
Yeah, because that's your number 1, isn't it?
Mhm.
Is,
Wow. Here we are. Do we vote again?
I think we have to vote.
Yep.
I think
It's come down to the time.
we're coming down.
I could save us the problem and cut Dive Kick. Nobody other than me is going to go to bat for this game. Even though I think it is by far and away the winner.
I think
For the record, I'd cut Monaco.
I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't be.
I would. My 3 out of this would be the Stanley Dive Kick and Tearaway.
I honestly agree with that. Actually, I agree with that.
I could vote for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Sorry, Alex.
Yeah.
Kirsten,
I
your number
mean,
one.
I
Oh,
thought
man.
Monaco was way better than Dive Kick. But
Sorry,
that's
Kirsten.
okay.
Okay, I mean it's.
Yeah, but we got 3 on
Derek?
board. Derek, what do you think?
I was going to concede voting because I didn't think it had. I thought it was a foregone conclusion, but
I think we
if
should.
not,
vote.
then we should
We-
probably vote.
I
We
agree.
should vote.
Okay, so
We're in that kind of tie again.
we have 4 games, 3 votes apiece. We'll start with Zach this time. 1 second so I can finish.
2 votes?
3.
Just
3.
Yeah, you get the top 3.
3 to win.
Well, we have no locks yet. So 3, each person tell, what are your 3?
Okay.
Tearaway, Stanley Parable, and Dive Kick.
Monaco, Dive Kick, and Tearaway.
I am Stanley Tearaway Dive Kick.
Ditto.
Monaco, Stanley Parable, and Tearaway.
Stanley, Monaco, Tearaway.
Stanley Dive Kick Tearaway.
Tearaway 7, Stanley 6, Dive Kick 5, Monaco 3.
That would throw Monaco out.
That is surprising to me.
It is very surprising.
Mm-hmm. But that does put it at the bottom. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Yes, we cut Monaco.
Alex, tell me more about why Monaco should be in instead of Tearaway.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's the freshest thing I've played this year. The music greatly enhances the experience through its rising and falling with the action. The art direction is unlike anything I've played with its blueprints, and then the columns of light for your players and also for the enemies. All the class system for it is really cool and innovative. The mole, of course, being my favorite of who can plow right through walls. And you continue to unlock classes as you go through the game that are awesome.
I think going into like the very first game of Monaco, literally not knowing what to do says that there's no other game like that.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, in a way.
In Dive Kick, it's immediate. You know what to do.
Which
there
is
are
good.
only 2 buttons.
Which makes
Which is unique
Crazy.
for that
It
genre.
is. It is unique. But
Combos out the window.
Oh man. I mean, we should just let the votes speak for themselves. That's just me.
I'm gonna change from Tearaway to Monaco.
But what does that make it?
It makes it 6 for Stanley, 6 for Tearaway, 5 and 4.
So it's still the same,
Yep.
no matter how you look at it.
Well, no, it's not 7, 6, 5. We just put that as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's true. It does make.
I guess we got to get rid of it to advance.
That's fine with me.
That's a bummer.
Okay.
Alright,
So
Stanley
top
Parable,
three?
Dive Kick, Tearaway.
Stanley Parable.
Yes.
Is number 3?
That's number
Number
one.
Stanley Parable does
okay.
have the most
Number
votes.
one.
It tied with Tearaway.
But you changed your vote.
It went from 7-6 to 6-6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, no, they were. I thought they were both tied before.
They were
No.
not.
No, they weren't.
Tearaway had
According
one
to
more.
my tallies, it was 7 and 6.
All right. Winner for the category.
Yep.
Derek.
Stanley Parable.
Stanley Parable.
Tearaway.
Dive Kick.
Dive Kick.
Stanley.
Stanley.
And that's it.
It's totally Stanley.
And it's Stanley. That is it.
All right.
Majority.
Wow. 4 majority.
It's a good game.
It is.
All these games
All
are
of
great.
these games
It's
are
pretty
great.
That was a much better category than I anticipated.
Yeah.
All right. And our last category for the night. Most funny / ridiculous game of 2013. A shorter list of nominees here. The shortest of the
Oh, good.
There wasn't like.
Well, we all agreed that
game on
funny.
the console. That wasn't like indie. It's kind of weird.
Monaco.
Yeah, I mean that was.
Rain, Dive Kick, Brothers.
I mean, a couple of those were on consoles,
Yeah,
but like
there's a big
just
chunk to
as
edit out.
downloadable. There wasn't like a AAA game there.
Oh, yeah, yep, that's Forza, Battlefield, Unigood.
Ready.
Yeah. those
All
were kinda
right.
just
Our
nods.
list of nominees. Loco Cycle, Lego City Undercover, Saints Row 4, The Stanley Parable, Ridiculous Fishing, Dive Kick, Battle Block Theater, Rogue Legacy, Lego Marvel, Shadow Warrior, Deadpool, and GTA 5.
Yeah.
I'm good at cutting Lego Marvel.
Okay.
It's hilarious. I loved how they made Samuel Jackson jokes all the time about
Snakes on planes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's so many more
all,
lines.
all these gosh darn snakes, this gosh darn helicopter carrier. And yeah, they had just all the time. Just
Rogue
different ones.
Legacy.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
You know, Isaiah, if I'm ever going to give you one for Shadow Warrior.
Yeah, it's a huge competitor.
But
that
this
one.
is going to be a pretty good category.
This is
I think we can cut
category.
Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, it's
Agreed.
funny, but it's
Yep.
more like a parody funny.
Yeah.
Or-
Hyper parody. Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's
As-
see.
Even though ridiculous is in the name.
Whoa, bro.
Ridiculous
Yeah.
Fishing.
You
has
shoot
to,
fish
it got
out
to
of the
go.
air with
It's
a gun.
You fish with a gun.
It's,
You literally
it's
pick up
funny,
a
but
frozen
it-
man out of the bottom of the depths of the ocean.
I also
Yeah,
think
you know it's silly, but like it's
You don't see him until you pull him up.
Is it funnier than? Is it more ridiculous or more funny than that?
It says ridiculous in the name.
I know.
That's the reason why. That's why I.
That's why I made it that one.
That's why I put it up. I was just wanting to make
Right.
a reasonable argument.
How about dive kick?
Yeah, I mean,
It's sort of funny.
Dr. Scholes.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah.
We can totally cut it.
Okay.
okay.
You get in the top 3 and original.
I
so.
think Dr. Scholes is freaking brilliant.
Loco
That's
That's a
Senor.
fantastic name.
That's Senor
I heard
Jules.
that a lot of that kind of falls flat.
I think Loco Cycle has to be a top 3.
Oh, easily.
Yep, agreed.
We didn't watch. A lot of you haven't seen the last cutscene, but that's gotta happen.
And it is
Okay.
hilarious.
We don't have jalapeno poppers or grilled cheese sandwiches on the table, which is a shame.
It is.
grilled cheese sandwiches.
I think Deadpool is
I love that part.
going to be going. It was
Didn't make mine.
no, it's
Yeah,
Deadpool,
good.
it would have to actually be funny.
yeah.
It was
I mean, it had some
Enjoyable.
pretty good moments. I mean, it
It's
was
awesome.
pretty funny, but
Go for the kill.
I love
I
a
don't
good
think I really-
chimichanga, but come on.
That was just
Yeah,
for the comic
It is,
books.
I will say, I may not have found it the funniest game, but it's freaking ridiculous.
That's true.
So that it has a lot of points going for it there.
yeah, but
Probably
I
the
don't
only
think I don't
points.
think it's going to be top 3 though.
Yeah, agreed.
Not with.
I agree.
So
No, I
anybody
think
else?
it needs to be cut. I played a lot of it, and it
I
was
agree.
funny, but
I don't
Yes.
think Battle
She hasn't
Blood's
played
gonna
that.
make it.
I agree.
I know.
No.
Okay.
It was hilarious though.
It is.
It was
Yes,
notably
that
hilarious.
cutscene, freaking brilliant.
All right. So now we got 5 really strong.
Yep.
Yes, I think Lego City probably the next one.
My next would be Stanley
Oh.
Parable.
Yep, agreed. Lego City.
Lego City was hilarious.
It is.
It is.
I find
But-
myself quoting that game like almost every day at work.
Yeah, and
It's hilarious.
It's
That game
really
is so
long
good.
and
It's
it remains
funny,
funny.
Yes, it
funny.
does.
My next
It
one
has
would
the
be-
most funny.
It has the most fun. And that is the name of the category.
but what about
On that
most
basis, we
ridiculous?
can't let him take ridiculous fishing bag.
Dang it.
Stanley Parable.
Ridiculous.
I love it.
But the broom closet was my favorite ending.
I like the broom closet ending, guys.
That was my
Man.
favorite too.
I don't know.
I think
Some of the things
this
like-
is a weird argument. I think it's more smart than
That
funny
make-
and ridiculous. I
Smart,
guess.
funny.
Like because what they're poking fun at is like
Yeah.
I will.
Really high
I will say
conception.
that if we're going to cut Stanley Parable for being too smart, I feel really depressed that the Shadow Warrior makes it on with dick jokes.
okay.
Oh, well, no, that's only part of it. Yeah, that's a lot more in the first game. It's really no the different things that are in it.
Shadow
is-
Warrior's still on here. No.
Yeah, it's
Very dirty.
hilarious. I found myself laughing all the time playing that. The different fortune cookies you find, like you find all of these as you go, and they poke fun at fortune cookies a lot. Like the different things. Like one of them literally says, "You will find a fortune cookie." Very next one.
Wow.
And then like just the things that are there, like it's and just the banter between the two people. It's really, really over the top and hilarious. Like it's really, really funny. I don't know. I would. It really. It needs that. That one needs to be a top 3. Just all the different things going
The
for
only
it.
problem is that no one's played it.
Yeah, that is the biggest problem. The most glaring problem, at least.
I don't know which one I'd get rid of it instead. I think it's Loco Psycho, Lego, and Saints Row.
Well, that's because that's your top 3.
That would be correct.
Literally.
I'll reinforce Saints Row 4. I love that game. It's
That
the
game
ridiculous game.
Is gotta be.
Say one of
I
the weapons
guess
is called
Lego
the
would be my
dubstep
lowest
gun.
of the 3.
Okay. I'm okay with getting rid of Lego. That's
Should we take it to a vote?
Loco, Saints, Shadow Warrior.
I'm fine with that.
I think that would be a good one.
I'm fine with that.
And then with probably, I haven't seen much of Loco, but either that or
Loco's
the
ridiculous.
winning.
It is.
It is
And funny.
outrageously
Oh my gosh.
hilarious.
Brock shaking his head.
What is up, Brock?
Oh no, that's fine.
Okay.
Anyone against Logo Cycle, Saints Row, and Shadow Warrior?
Anybody? I'm good for it.
Going once.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
No, it seems solid.
That's holy matrimony.
Going
So,
We just cut a game because its humor was too smart. This depresses me. That makes me
Well,
legitimately
Alex-
sad.
I don't know if people bought my argument.
I just think we were just debating whether it was top 3 or not. That was what I was getting at. Understanding, at least.
All right. Which one?
Okay, so we have the top 3. I say my vote's with Loco Cycle.
I go with Logo Cycle or Saints Row. They're both
Man, yeah, it's interesting.
epitome.
Ridiculous.
I guess I'd lean more towards Saints Row, but they are both just insane.
So 2 Saints, a local.
I'll back Saints. I love that game
3.
from start to finish.
Out of the 3, I would probably say Saints.
4.
I'm going to go with Loco Cycle because the spirit of bad FMV should never die. That stuff is priceless.
Really?
Like, that is like, we could produce video of the same quality, and this is
Yes.
something that has been released to
Yep.
a wide audience.
The
Like, we
mess.
could do as good if we had that budget, and I think that's awesome, and I love it for it.
Yeah, I'm voting Loco Cycle on this.
Okay. Is that 3 to 4?
Isaiah, I'm assuming, is going with Shadow Warrior.
No, I'm going
Okay.
Saints Row.
All right.
Yeah, he said
Yeah, he
Saints,
said
Saints, Loco.
So loco.
Triple Loco.
I don't
That's
think
only
there's a
four
real
episodes.
loser here between the
Yeah.
two.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Saints Row. Okay.
Is it?
I gotta
Edition
say
three.
my piece on Saints Row. I was gonna save this for secondary character, so we'll say it's a prelude to that. One of my nominations for secondary character was Keith David, who is the voice
Yes.
actor of Captain/Commander Anderson from the Mass Effect series.
Yep.
Yeah.
And except that's the voice actor's name, and he's in this game.
Yep.
So you're playing this game, and there's an alien invasion. You get into this like Matrix-like area. You get back to the like real world or whatever, and you do conversations with all your crewmates, and you talk to Keith David, who's the vice president, which adds to
Of
this
course.
game's ridiculousness because you're the president. Yeah. And he's like, "I'll never forgive these aliens. I was 11 hours into Dead Island, and now I can't finish it." So like. That game is
The aliens did him a
ridiculous.
favor.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't play the end of that. I played the end of that game.
that's true.
They did him a favor.
And a lot of the jokes are really good for, like the Stanley Parable, but are good for people who are in the know on stuff. Like just like if you knew that this game was picked up by Deep Silver, who also published Dead Island, that's even more fun.
Nice.
So,
Dude, the Saints
is
go
it
marching in.
Saints? It appears the Saints go marching into most funny / ridiculous of 2013.
I don't care what anyone says, it's better than 3.
Oh, much better than 3. Even though they reused the whole area, but made it much better.
Because you are awesome.
Yes. You are the
run faster than
president,
Dragon.
superhero.
Yeah.
And you ride a freaking
Make fun of the Matrix the whole time.
It might. I might have to double check this, but it might be the best superhero game I've ever played. Infamous is pretty good.
I can't. It might be my second favorite.
Prototype.
Prototype. That game
Are
is
you really superhero
awesome.
or are you an anti-hero? Oh man, yes.
Is there a
is.
difference from?
Yes,
No,
there
I think
is.
it's still pretty much. I felt like when I played Prototype, it felt like I was like a mix of like Venom, Carnage.
Yeah.
You may not be like a hero. It's still firmly in
Well, even in
the
Saints
same
Row,
genre.
that question.
I
Yeah.
would say anti-hero. Like a Hulk.
Lovable anti-hero.
Batman.
Oh, what
Like
was
anti-hero.
that? What was that recent game?
All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up for this evening. It's been a good 4 hours. So decided 8 categories, and we'll be back tomorrow for more.
10 more.
So please tune in to Bad Gaming Podcast Game of the Year 2013 Day 2, where we determine the winners for things like best boss fights, best music, best new main character. 2013 is the year of, and of course we will rank every single game any of us has touched this year, and that's always fun. So tune in, and yeah, we'll see you then.